I don't
Okay.
hear anything from his.
He hasn't said anything. Let me go back to when he's
Is
yakking.
with us.
Can you hear that?
Come
Okay,
on now.
yeah, I hear
There we
that.
go. Crazy mad.
Okay. Is the volume okay? Up, down?
That's perfect.
And
That's
it looks like
perfect.
I'm caught up. Okay,
Great.
so listen, folks.
All right, so he's doing this countdown. He just got done saying hello to like everybody that said something in this chat, which includes a lot of people that, you know, I've seen around and talked to sometimes. All right, here's the PowerPoint. I can't believe he made a PowerPoint. Who makes a freaking PowerPoint for a stream?
Who makes a PowerPoint for comics?
Well, I mean, I could see it if I'm like, no, I can't see that. Never mind. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
it's.
justify it, and it's not working because I would just like put whatever pictures I wanted up on the screen. Because OBS, you can just drag and drop them in, and it's fine.
Mhm. One of these days, I gotta get OBS to do the YouTube thing.
Uh, that's
Oh, no,
pretty
it's the script
trivial.
judicials. It's,
You know, I could say all the same stuff too, and as long as nobody knows my name, then there's no way they can check up on me.
no, this is true. Turn off. Had to turn off the brighter light that was like right in my eyes.
Wait a minute. Is this pre-recorded? Did he pre-record the presentation? So it's not just a PowerPoint. He's just playing a video.
We've been duped.
Because I thought he'd be going through this stuff and interacting with the chat. That's the whole reason I was like, this will be fun to mock. If this is just us watching his PowerPoint, then oh my god, there's not even audio for the PowerPoint. He's just putting text on the
That's a
screen.
terrible.
Well, there goes all the fun I thought I was going to have here tonight, Brian.
Oh,
I mean, Daquan.
there may be fun to be had. Oh my. Okay, you got a cool cup. I gotta get a cool cup too. Let me just
Oh, I
pour
was just
my.
having some hot tea here to keep me from having to clear my throat a bunch.
Oh yeah, I have a hot alcohol.
Yeah, hey, that works too. All right,
Yeah,
distribution agreement allegedly
in a
been
mead
brokered
horn.
by da 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 da. Before I get too far, I would be remiss if I didn't notice that Varian claims to have da da da. They should opt out. Yeah, this is all stuff that Varian said. Where are your sources? I played the actual videos for some of the things people were saying. My sources are obvious when I did my video. Well, searching for opportunities to get graphic novels. Oh my God, he's not reading it to us. He's just,
Oh, we have to read.
we have to read. Varian is approached by someone claiming to represent a business brokerage company. He's led to believe they can get his comics into Spencer's. Varian recruits a group of creators to join the potential distribution opportunity. He believes he's brokered with Spencer's Gifts, an American novelty gift shop known for gag gifts, toys. Yeah, Unfortunately, he does not reveal to those creators that he is not dealing with Spencer's directly, with an intermediary known as B2B Squared. Can you get the stupid chat off the stupid corner of the screen, bro? Like, nobody wants to see the "What's up, Rick." We want to
We
read
can't
this.
read your silly ass PowerPoint with all
Yeah,
that shit in there.
yeah. There are Varian requests, creators involved for 2,000 copies, and they give 3,000. Customers is negligible. Yep. Once you get to enough bulk, like the difference between 2 and 3,000 is pennies. That's not really true. It's more like dollars, but still. Therefore, with 9 titles, there's
$8.
27,000 books, 18,000 which are intended to be included in the deal with Spencer's. Yeah, I've said these numbers. We've all seen these numbers on other streams. Vicky had these on her thing. Tyler had them on his thing. John Della Rose, when he was watching this and making fun of Vicky's stream, had it on his. You know, it's the circle of streamage.
The circle of memes. Oh,
I'm
I mean
out of
timeline.
yeah timeline. Man, I'm almost out of my tea. I'm gonna have to switch over to this Pepsi I brought upstairs.
Bucks go to Varian, Michigan. 1,000 each title retained by Varian, the two each. Blah blah blah. Varian informs the group he's going to Egg Harbor to sign a contract at 3:30 p.m. on a Friday, and the executives there want to meet the creators, so the group makes travel. Plans to meet there, incur significant expenses. Blah blah blah. Forms the group that Spencer's likes the books. Yada yada. Group meets at a restaurant in Egg Harbor, after which they all go to Spencer's headquarters. Before they enter, final call for one of the point person involved in the contract says the family emerges in the meeting can't be held. Ooh, red flag.
Yeah, and so far, like, this just kind of goes like I didn't have all this particular bit of the timeline when I was talking about this because I guess this was buried in some of the other stuff, and with Matthew Fowler screaming like a chihuahua, it was really hard to pay attention to anything. So he sent a contract him in electronically. This is like standard stuff for a pop-up book signing at a local comic book store. This seems weird. How does this relate to like the books at all? Yeah, that's the face I was making right there. Spencer's person doesn't show up. Spencer's launch event doesn't occur. The group does the pop-up signing. Okay. Group expects payment for the first round of books, which is not forthcoming. Variant, yeah, he has no money. He's told he's entered the UPC codes incorrectly. Okay. He's maybe never done that before. I don't know. When Variant tells his representative
It's not that hard.
that they cannot provide the 17,000 copies of each title. Whoa. We just escalated from 2,000 to 17,000 in the course of like 6 bullet points. Nasty email. He has to pay costs or they will liquidate the books. That's not true. He said it was the warehouse that was going to liquidate the books on his own stream, not B2B, because B2B is not warehousing the books.
That's still a weird email to get, or for the representative to say.
Is at this point that the group decides to retrieve their books. I understand this will be the end of the deal. GP says whether or not there ever was one. They get the books back and eventually returns them by handing them over to somebody named Eric. Who's Eric? Where did Eric come from?
I don't know. He's probably hidden behind this chat bubble. He's been hiding there the whole time.
Rick Saylor, if you happen to pop into my stream at some point, what's up?
Hey.
The group of publishers were told by Variant Spencer's demanded $2,000 for displays to be made for store presentations. Yep. Zimmerman and Calderon came with $2,000. And okay. Hi, that weren't the presentation. I'm not rewinding.
We're going to go ahead. I don't know how to turn the audio on for that presentation. So what we'll do is we'll show the presentation, but then we'll talk about it as it's going.
You're just a StreamYard. You just check the button. There's a checkbox. This is the first time I've used StreamYard in like 2 years. There's just a checkbox. You check it. It's
see, with the window,
when you share, it's right there. It's like
it doesn't give you the opportunity to share audio.
It's at the bottom. Share desktop audio. Share desktop audio.
Here's what I'll do.
Which we're not doing because that would like put you echoing into stream.
Oh, share system audio. Yeah, it's like right there on the bottom left.
Yeah, and if you're the only person in the call, there's no reason not to do it.
Okay.
If you share if his presentation was like in a web browser like Chrome, like I'm doing here, then there's another checkbox when you go to share Chrome tab that you check to share the Chrome tab's audio.
The more you know.
Yeah. StreamYard is really easy to use. I just don't use it because it doesn't work with the browser I normally use because I use Brave and it's got all this security crap in it that keeps it from doing what it's supposed to do. So I installed Chrome just for this. Just for you.
Oh, thank you. I usually have Chrome as like just a backup browser. Other stuff I need to do. Yay. Less
Who's
audio.
This guy?
It's probably Eric.
Is this Dojo-kun?
It's Eric.
The mysterious Eric. I'm just going to assume that this is like some Eric that we're all supposed to know. What's an Eric that you know? Eric Weathers, right? Right, that's an Eric. Is that the Eric here?
That's an Eric. Is he related to Carl Weathers?
I don't know. I've never seen Eric Weathers. I just know he had that book that came out like wasn't it about like World War II bombers or something like 2 years ago.
No, I think that was Preston.
Oh, no, Preston had the one about the Russian flying lesbians
in World War II.
Yeah. It was actually a really good book.
We'll get the kaleidoscope going for a few minutes, and then I will set it up.
Like, I'm very happy that Preston sent me those so I could review them because they were actually, it was actually a pretty good book, all things considered. I know that's probably like a politically bad statement to make, and I'm going to have like hate mail for days over that. But people can just whatever.
Who cares? Like, if someone makes a good book, it's a good book. I mean, whether you hate him or not. I mean, Hitler made a decent painting.
Wow.
It was decent. It wasn't like the greatest painting ever, but it was a decent painting.
I mean, he must have done okay because he made all those postcards that he sold,
Right? He funded a whole entire regime.
Yes.
Oh man, we are so getting demonetized. I'm gonna delete this when we're done. Like, there's no way this can live now that we've dropped the H-bomb. But not on Japan.
No, it was a hydrogen we dropped on him twice. When you down for more River City Girls? Man, we're just getting to see his entire desktop. I love it.
Is there anything in here we shouldn't be seeing? Like, is there something we can blackmail this guy with later?
I don't know, but I'm
John Burns IDW books. Is this guy pirating comics? Is that what I'm seeing here?
He's a pirate.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's so bad.
Oh!
So
I can't.
I'm hoping we find like his porn folder.
That's what it felt like we were doing. It's just. Oh! Yeah, I can do this kind of dance. Like dancing. Woo! Oh my lord.
We don't even need cringe chat, man. Oh, hey,
Hello,
what's up,
and
Coleman
welcome to this
Taylor?
edition
Hey,
of
it's a Russian
Dojo
bot.
Kun
I'm going to if he's
Show
related to
Shack.
Mitchell
We're going
Coleman.
to be looking at the Liberty Entertainment
Miss
distribution
Mitchell.
deal with Spencer's.
We'll just
Not
and
gonna
block
lie.
that
whether or
user.
not
He doesn't need to be here.
it was fraud.
Uh-huh.
Now, these are my credentials, and please understand, folks, that this is not braggadocio. I'm not trying to say how great I am. This is just to provide credibility.
Would you like me to get my
to my
PhD off
input.
the wall, bro?
I have an
It's
associate's
hanging up
degree in
right back.
accounting, an associate's
I can
degree
get
in
my
business
like
administration, and a
E6
bachelor's degree in
fucking
finance.
thing.
I'm a certified
You know, I
internal
got a whole
auditor, a certified
box of
fraud
like
examiner, certified internal controls auditor,
awards and
certified in
certifications and
risk
stuff down
management
in my
insurance,
basement. I can go
certified
get them real
anti-money
quick,
laundering specialist,
and you can
and a
see
member
like
of
my
the civilian
membership
arm
in
of the
various
Federal
like
Bureau of Investigations
societies
in
and
Infraguard.
things.
I am in no way
I still have like my
representing my
Teenage
employer,
Mutant Ninja
the
Turtle
Alpha
fan
Group,
club card.
any of this
around here
content,
somewhere.
nor does my
Hey,
company
nice.
endorse it. Now, this
Yeah, take
distribution
that, Mark
agreement was alleged to
Pellegrini.
have been brokered by Liberty Comics' Varian Grant with Spencer's Gift, a company founded 75 years ago in
Oh,
1947.
he should be here. He should be
Before
like
I
in
go
my
too
chat
far into
watching
this
this stupidity
presentation, though,
with
I would
us.
be remiss if I did not note that Varian claims to have expressed to the creators involved that if they could not afford to be a part of this deal, they should opt out.
Oh, I should.
Now, the independent
make sure
comic companies involved in this
I
distribution
always rely on my
agreement
automated thing
were
to go
Arrow
tweet videos
Comics
and stuff
with
for me, but I
Randy
should actually go
Zimmerman,
make
and
sure that
Randy
this
was
gets
also
tweeted out.
representing Luke Stone
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
Russ
yeah.
Leach. Also, we had Dreamweaver Press, represented by J.D. Calderon. We had Wolfpack Comics with Marcus DeJesu and Anthony Figueroa. And Unstoppable Comics, J.D. Rosario.
Well,
Acting
there we
as
go.
COO, or more
There's
likely
the
project
link.
manager, was James Eric Hodson. Also goes by Eric, and he's known as at Dreaded Dinosaur. Okay, let's look at the timeline. While searching for opportunities to get graphic novels into retail chains, Varian is approached by someone claiming to represent a business-to-business brokerage company. He's led to believe that they can get his comics and those of his partners into Spencer's. Varian recruits a group
I
of
was only half-heartedly
creators to
reading
join
this
this
stuff, and I
potential
think I had
distribution
more energy than
opportunity.
he
He
did,
believes he's
or
brokered with
than he
Spencer's
does
Gift,
here.
an American
Way
novelty
more.
gift shop known for gag gifts, sex toys, and such.
Oh, he said the
Unfortunately,
S
he does
word.
not reveal to those
He
creators
did. He's
that
not
he is
scared of
dealing with
YouTube.
Spencer's directly, but
He
with an
said toys.
intermediary.
Can we get him
known
to
as
say the
B2B
H word
squared.
too? That way he gets
Business to
demonetized.
business, books to bucks.
Homie?
Varian requests those involved to provide 2,000 copies of each of the titles they've selected to involve. The group decides to provide 3,000 copies of each because the cost difference is negligible in printing, and the additional copies were to remain with Varian to sell at conventions for a consignment fee. Therefore, with 9 titles,
He's just
there are
reading the
27,000 books
slide
printed,
to us.
18,000 of which
We
are
already
intended to
did
be
this.
included
Next slide.
with the deal with Spencer's.
He's
J.D.
just
Calderon is
reading
asked
the
to
slide
secure
to
the printing of the books,
I
given
can't
his
believe I
printer
bought
experience,
alcohol for
and
this.
because he is somewhat local to Spencer's.
Look,
It
I
is
thought this
mutually
was already
expected
going to
the
be
books will be
spicy. I
printed
thought we would
nearby
have
and shipped to Spencer's
Matthew
directly,
Fowler or
saving
whatever
And
his
he
name
shipping
is.
costs.
Still hasn't gotten rid of that chat
Varian
bubble.
No,
insists that
it's
the
just
books be
hanging
sent
out
to his
there.
warehouse in Michigan first, though,
Oh,
leading to
this is our
significant
chance to read the
increase in
hidden
shipping
text,
costs.
though.
The books go to
He'll
Varian in
read it to
Michigan.
us.
1,000 of each title to be retained by him, and the other 2,000 of each titles are purportedly sent to Spencer's in Egg Harbor, New Jersey.
Man,
Varian
this
informs
deal
the group
hurts
that he's
because if
going
these
to
guys
Egg
had
Harbor
actually like
to
gotten
sign the
this,
contract at
you're
3:30
looking
p.m.
at
on a
like
Friday,
you can live
and the executives
kind of
there
money.
want to meet
Mhm.
the
Because
creators.
it'd be like
So the group
because
makes
Spencer's
travel
was apparently
plans to
paying
be
more
there,
than 50
some
cents a
incurring
book,
significant
so
expense to
probably
do
more like
so.
a buck. So you're looking
Varian
at like
informs the group
$2,000
that
bucks a
Spencer's
month or
likes the
something
books enough
for
that
each
now they
book.
want to
Split
rework the
among 6
contract to
people,
instead
that's like
request
$3,000 a month average. If
17,500
you're
books
living in the
from
outskirts of
each
Detroit
title
like
for a
Varian,
total of
you can live on that
157,500
pretty
bucks.
easy.
For sure.
The group meets at a restaurant in Egg Harbor,
Very,
after
very
which they all
comfortably,
go to
too.
Spencer's HQ.
Yeah.
Before they enter,
I think
Varian
he
you
owns
could
his
come to
house
Town
like
Florida
in
and
that
live
the point
poor.
person involved in the contract had
yeah,
a family
I think he
emergency,
owns the house
and the
like
meeting
outright
cannot
or
be held.
something. Like I got
They
that
informed him they
impression
would
from
call him
all the
back.
mini videos you forced
Not
me to
receiving a
watch
call
for
in a
this.
reasonable amount of time, J.D. Calderon suggests they go to another restaurant to
Well,
wait.
It's
And the group
payback for
agrees.
Nina and Ariel.
While at the restaurant, Varian sent the contract amendment electronically.
Man, I don't even remember the name of
J.D.
the Ben
Rosario
Henderson
and
book I
J.D.
bought from you
Calderon
that he
arranged for a
refused to
Pop
send
Shop
me
book signing
after
at
I
a local comic
bought
book
it from
store
him.
for after the Spencer's
Oh,
launch event that they were scheduled to hold.
Kill
Like,
a
that's how-
sperm
better
or
use of
something.
their time in the
Yeah,
area.
it had
If
so
Spencer's
little
point
effect on
person
my
does
life.
not show up
After I
when the
read it, was
Spencer's launch event
disappointed
does
that
not
I've
occur.
basically purged that
The
whole
group does
memory
do
out
the
of my head,
pop-up-
except for like a
pop-up
bullet
shop,
point that just says,
signing.
"I did this
The
stupid
group
thing,"
expects payment
and
for
Brian
the first
has
round of
$40
books once they get
because of
home,
it.
which is not forthcoming. Varian is
Thank you, by
told
the
he's
way.
entered the UPC codes incorrectly,
Yeah,
causing
I was
the
gonna give it
timeline
to you
start
for free.
over again for another 45 days. When Varian tells his representative at B2B Squared that the group cannot provide 17,500 copies of each title, B2B Squared sends him a nasty email claiming
but
he
bullet
has to
point
pay
13
storage
can't
and
be
shipping
true
costs,
because they're expecting 18,000 books
$2,744,
total,
or they
not
will liquidate the books.
17,500 of
He
each
does
book.
not inform the group
Otherwise, they would have
of this
ordered
fine
18,000
or
comic
payment.
books of each issue,
It is at this
which
point that
these
the group
guys would
decides to
all
retrieve
really
their
be
books,
hurting from
understanding that
cashola
this
at
will be
that
the end of
point.
the deal, but
Yeah,
dubious
and
as
the
to whether
question
there
I have
ever
is like,
was
who's
one. Varian receives the
paying
books
to
back
get all
from
these books
B2B
printed?
and eventually returns the books to
Each
the
of the individual
by turning
creators
custody
went out of
over
pocket for
to
them.
Eric Hodson, the
Yeah,
COO.
so that's how I know it was a
There were
bogus
some
deal.
display stands involved. The group of publishers were told that Varian,
But they
that
they like
Spencer's
arranged the
demanded
printing and everything
$2,000 for displays
themselves.
to be
Varian
made
never
for the
got a
store
single dollar from
presentation
the
of the
creators.
9 titles in the
I
deal.
feel like Varian
Randy
got
Zimmerman and
taken
J.D.
for a
Calderon provided the
ride.
He did,
$2,000,
by
and
somebody.
James Eric Hodson provided the
Yeah,
art.
it's very. This is like
Eric
extremely
explained to me
crazy.
that the first image here on the right was the original design used for the back of the book. The second image was requested by Spencer's to use in the store signage. Brick background was requested. This was relayed to Eric by Varian. None of the creators nor Eric ever saw the completed display pieces, and Varian was told that because of the failure of the contract, they all had to be destroyed. With regard to Eric's role as chief operating officer, the role he was asked to take on should really have been called project manager. Nothing that he was asked to do is defined by the title COO. Also, no documentation was provided to Eric outlining his role, nor what recompense it would entail.
Okay, so the missing words were
As
what
far as the
recompense
contract
it would
goes,
entail. That was
this
hidden
is
by
the
the
page
text
that Krista
bubble.
Grant slipped to publisher Randy Zimmerman, reportedly without Varian's knowledge or consent, implying it is the signature page of an 80-page document between Liberty Entertainment Distribution and Spencer's Gifts. Note that both parties supposedly neglected to enter anything on the line printed name and office incorporation. The signature of Jill Watts appears to read Jill Watts with a Z. Also, this page contains item 19 through
All right,
25.
so I guess we're in this dude's
As of
specialty
this writing,
now.
I've not been presented
Looking
the entire
at
contract
one
despite
page of an
repeated
80-page
requests via
contract
DMs and email,
to
but I
determine
find
if
it
there's
very
fraud.
hard to believe that 6 paragraphs of the contract
I mean, I can already tell you
are
there's
contained on
fraud.
one
I just
page,
can't tell you
with the
exactly
first
where.
18 points took 79 pages to convey. Granted, often the first paragraphs have a number of subparagraphs, so I guess it's not out of the realm of possibility. When pressed for a copy of the contract in its entirety, Varian revealed he was never given a physical copy of the entire contract, only the
Right,
last
that's what
page to
Varian said
sign.
on his stream. That they
This all constitutes red flags, in my opinion.
Mhm.
no, people do electronic signings all the
The
time.
amendment to the
Yeah, but if you
contract,
got like the last,
Varian
only get
asserted
the
on a
last
live
page of the
stream that he
contract, that's
signed
like
an amended 80-page,
sketch.
perhaps more with an amendment, contract, which increased the
Because
book order from 2,000 books per
God,
title,
2 major
18,000 books,
contracts I got, and
and it increased it
it's
to
like
17,500 books per title,
I
for
got the
now
whole
a total
thing.
of 157,500 books. I'm not privy to how much each creator stood to make per issue sold, but this increased the overall take 9-fold. Varian should not have signed this without a lawyer reviewing it, and you don't sign it electronically while sitting in a noisy restaurant. More red flags. 3 hours and 39 minutes into a very long stream on Black
Okay, I'm
Rose
going to
Comics
pause
channel,
here because
Varian was asked.
this is just totally not making any sense. I got to pause here. I know the stream's going to like get away from us here and we'll be living in the past, but a minute 80-page contract, which increased the book. So Varian didn't read the amended contract at all?
Nope. Just signed. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you get an amended contract and you're only shown the last page, that's a red flag. It's like, no, I need to see the entire contract so I can go over it line by line by line. I've gotten the 2 major contracts I've gotten over with like the bigger deals that I'm in the middle of. I've gotten days like, here's the whole thing. Read it over, make sure there's not anything that's messed up. And I've gone and looked over it. I've shared it with people. I've looked over it with people.
And like in an amended contract, like the changes are usually highlighted with an actual honest to God highlighter, and somebody usually puts an initial next to the freaking amendment. Like the times
in my case, the amended contract was completely redone.
Just if there's like a one-line change or something, they'll put like the initial right here that says, "Hey, this is different from the previous thing. We're acknowledging it by putting initials here so that everybody knows we know the change." This is insane. I apparently missed this part because I guess it was 3 hours and 39 minutes into some
About
stream.
several checks he received.
Oh, it was
My
in that
God.
one
Payments for
long ass
Eric
stream where
Hodson's
Fowler
art
was yelling.
and for the
Yeah,
refund of
the
the payments
Chihuahua.
made for
You
the
can see him
display
in the
stands.
corner over there.
Variant stated
Also,
that he deposited the
Ninja
checks
Weasel
into the
says
Liberty
he's
account,
asking if you're
which
drinking from
is
an honest to
negotiating the
God
check,
horn.
effectively cashing
I
them.
am.
Moments later, he asserted that his lawyer advised him not to cash the checks, but then his lawyer cashed them.
Okay, we got to stop here because if I remember right, this lawyer is just some lawyer that Varian knew. That's what he said on one of these many videos and streams I watched. It was just like some friend of his that's a corporate lawyer, and he was like, "Yo, what do I do here?" And the guy was like, "I'll look at your contract, but I'm not going to look at any of your other contracts." Like, this part gets really weird too. Like, every step of the way, the weirdest possible thing that could happen is happening.
In fact, I later learned that Varian's lawyer is holding these checks in escrow. I believe the checks Varian received are likely to be bad checks. Note, however, as of this writing, the grants have
I'll be
maxed out
right
their
back.
credit cards, paying J.D.
Yeah,
Calderon
I'm gonna
and
let it
Randy
play.
Zimmerman $1,700 of the $2,000 in refund in the amount they paid for the never-produced display racks. Bills of lading. Varian explained that the day he was expecting the shipment of books from the printer, they were late. So he called the printer and reportedly told him, "We don't know who has your books." He also said there was no bill of lading present when he finally received the books from the printer, nor was
That
one
means
created
this
to pick up the books
transaction
from him in
never
Michigan,
happened.
nor was there one when he received them back from
If
Spencer's
there's
in
no
Michigan.
bill of lading,
However, he
there's no
insists that the reason for the
transaction.
books had to be shipped back to him in Michigan was because B2B Squared told him Spencer's had a concern with chain of custody.
I dropped my booze.
If that was their concern,
that
then we have
sucks.
copious amounts of
dude.
documentation.
Yeah.
This absence leads me to believe that the books were never shipped to Spencer's. B2B Squared likely just moved them to another storage facility in Michigan. During the
What
chat
I miss.
on this conversation,
He's just like, there was no bill of
Ali
lading.
Sangui
Yeah.
in the chat said,
Yeah,
Varian
"I
said
believe
that.
you
so-
get
There's
pizza
no,
without
there's
some
no
kind of
transaction. If there's no
documentation
bill of
when it's
lading,
delivered to my home," and she's very
there's
right.
no
This is
transaction. You got to have
another
a
set
bill of sale and a
of
bill
red
of lading
flags.
and a bill of receipt.
Now,
That's
this
how
here
chains of
was
custody
the
work.
fee that
Yep,
he was
so I
supposedly
was like a
given
warehouse
from
manager for
B2B
like
Squared.
5 years.
He
That was
asserts he
one
was
of our
charged
biggest
this,
big
calls it a
things. We
fine,
were
but it
shipping
was
like
actually
a
storage and shipping amount by B2B
huge
Squared for books
shipments
that were
out to like
supposedly sent to and stored
anywhere
at
outside of
a
California.
facility owned by
Definitely had
Spencer.
to have a bill lading.
The fact that
Definitely
this
needed
case
to have a receipt.
Yeah, you have to have all these things. Okay, maybe the bill of sale doesn't necessarily have to like exist because you can just send an invoice for the same thing and it's still legally like the same. I used to work. I received shipments at a bookstore when I was in college. Like I worked at the college bookstore one summer, so like I got to do some of this stuff firsthand. Oh, here's the signature of the NDA. What's going on?
As you can see, it's signed by one of the two co-owners here is
Carl.
Carl Eubanks, representative
Carl.
of B2B Squared. This is the header of the urgent email Varian provided from Carl Eubanks. Now it shows that he's with Spencer's Gift. So is this Eubanks guy with Spencer's or B2B Squared? More evidence of someone making all of this up. This leads me to believe that both documents are fabrications by B2B Squared. More red flags.
That's what's up, Brian. I'm on
This is the body of the
Yeah,
email.
so I'm on my
Varian
last
received from B2B
glass of
Squared.
Corona hard
I originally
seltzer.
planned to demonstrate all of the ways this communication was rife with grammatical errors and completely unprofessional statements, but I just don't want to take the time.
Carl Eubanks.
The first sentence ends with something like, "as you indicated you could do." Not professional at all. This whole email
all.
reads as if it was written by someone with barely a high school education diploma, trying to sound like they have an advanced vocabulary and failing miserably. I cannot conclude that this is real. More red flags.
Carl Eubanks is a vice president at Farmers and
Name
Merchants
changes.
National
Remember
Bank
Jill
based in
Watts from the
Nashville,
alleged
Illinois.
last page of the 80-page contract? When
There's
Varian was
apparently a real
provided the
person
amendment,
that does.
her name is
Oh
now
no, it's
Jill
spelled
Morris,
differently
and
than
she's a
that
senior
Carl's
buyer.
name was. Never mind.
Spencer's is now suddenly using the corporate name SSH Holdings doing business as Spencer's instead of Spencer's Gifts LLC.
Dude, this is
More red
hilarious.
flags.
Yeah, everyone's
The
getting
business
taken for a
etiquette.
ride.
There are a number of things that transpired that are completely incongruent
Thank
with
you
how
for a
companies do business.
ride.
No corporation arranges a $500,000 signing meeting at
Oh,
3:30 p.m.
Number
on a
one's
Friday.
not always true.
If an employee
Number
can't make
one's
an
not
important
always
meeting with
true.
clients who are from out of
True,
town,
that
don't
is
say, "Sorry,
actually
he's not here. Come back again sometime." They assign someone else to conduct the meeting, or the person's direct manager conducts the meeting.
that's
The group would have
kind
been
of true.
invited into the building regardless. Knowing they were waiting in the parking lot, they would have not have relayed the message over the phone.
Number three is
If the
definitely
meeting was
true.
actually meant for 3:30
You wouldn't leave
p.m.
somebody
and
out.
Spencer's
You'd
expressed
have
that
the
they would call
receptionist
later
go
to
get
provide
them.
information.
Yep.
It would not be after 6:30 p.m. on a Friday that
And
Varian
you
would
would
have
probably arrange
received
for
an
somebody else to
explanation
take your
that
meeting
the
too.
employee would meet them
Mhm.
the next day. If that phone call actually happened, they would not have sent him the revised contract to sign electronically late on a Friday evening. Also, if that phone call actually happened and she said she would be at the Spencer's location the next day of signing, she either would have been there or another representative of the company would have been. More red flags. I'm sure most of you know, but in case some of you don't, General Counsel is Spencer's legal department. And I talked to Kevin W. Mahoney,
Hey, look at
Esquire.
this
He's the
guy.
Senior Vice
He's
President and
calling
General
people like
Counsel
I
at
tried to
Spencer's
do.
Gifts. I explained the due diligence I was performing. He asked me to send him in writing, and he would ascertain for me if the deal ever existed and whether or not Jill Watts, Jill Morris, or Carl Eubanks worked for Spencer's. I spoke to Mr. Mahoney on Friday afternoon, and he confirmed that Spencer's does not do any business with B2B Squared nor Liberty Entertainment Distribution. He also confirmed that no one by the names of Jill Watts, Jill Morris, nor Carl
So the
Eubanks does now
middleman's
or
the
has ever
scammer.
worked for Spencer's. These are fictitious names, also known as ghost employees. Here
Okay,
are my findings.
We're going to pause here
Missing
just for a second before he goes on.
Ghost employees.
Yeah,
Like a ghost division.
I know, that's pretty cool. But like the company that you had found, I called them to get their after hours message to see if it was the same person. And it was, some guy that's from Wisconsin, Like it was totally a Wisconsin accent that was on the phone. And also it rang like 10, 12 times before the after hours like voicemail thing kicked in. Whereas when Varian called them on his little video, they went to the voicemail like immediately. And I'm pretty sure it's like a dude from Hong Kong talking, because his voice inflections sound a lot like people that I went to school with in grad school that were from China. And his accent was very much a British accent. So this is that told me that the middleman was a scammer as soon as I heard that. And now he's going through all the same stuff or different stuff and coming to the same conclusion here.
Documentation. Many key pieces of supporting
and you can't find
documentation
this
are missing
book
from
or
this
business to
scenario.
business books to
Documents
bucks
that a
thing
true
online
professional
anywhere. I've
distribution broker
Googled
would have
27
required
variations of
documents.
that.
Verbal contracts only. It's been stated that the creators did not secure contracts with Varian. Although it's correct there were no written contracts with him, all of them had a binding verbal contract with him with several witnesses. The requirements that make a verbal contract
Are you
binding
really
are
just
much the
reading
same
us your
as ones for written
slides?
contracts,
Oh.
such as offer and acceptance,
I
legal
just
subject
posted the
matter,
slides on Twitter and
their
let
terms,
everyone else go
voluntary
for it.
consent by both or all parties. Falsification of business records. It's clear to me that several of the documents provided
Is this
to
how,
Varian were
like,
fabricated
fraud
to perpetuate the
investigators do
scam
their
and make it appear to be
presentations?
real to
Because
him.
if so,
Lack
I
of business
never want to be
acumen.
in one of
Varian
those
does not have
meetings,
the
because
capacity.
Oh man,
I
this
would
is
just
more like
start
how my
Googling.
XO does his presentations. Oh my god.
Shell company. A couple of other companies using
I've
names
had,
similar to B2B
back in
Square
grad
to be
school
found
and
on
stuff,
Google,
like,
but
we're
I
not
had
all
any
used
E7 and
services that were
above.
offered to
We can
Varian.
read
Yeah.
the fucking
The
slide.
phone number Varian
Yeah.
provided is always answered by a
You're supposed to just
outgoing
put your
message
bullet point.
claiming you've
Here's
reached
what
them
his slides
outside
just
of their
have:
normal
missing
business hours of
documentation,
Tuesday
verbal
through
contracts,
Thursday,
falsification,
11
lack
a.m.
of
to
business
5
acumen,
p.m.
shell
And
companies,
then it hangs up
ghost
on me,
participants, and then he says
despite
all these
the
other
fact that I was
things.
calling during those hours.
Yeah, he shouldn't be
That
reading it
smacks
line
of
by
just
line at all.
18
No,
hours for an
we should
entire
not be
business
getting
week.
the
I think
verbatim
we'd all
text
love to just
delivered
have a
to
3-day
us
business week.
verbally. This is just
Ghost
miserable.
participants.
Oh, I
Spencer
thought
I
we'd be
can get
getting an
this
entirely
miserable
General
since my
Counsel Kevin
divorce.
Mahoney confirmed that there was never a deal with Liberty. Jill Watts, Jill Morris, and Carl Eubanks do not work for
The
Spencer.
first one, not the ninth one.
I believe Arian was the victim of an
I
elaborate
wasn't going to dig
scam
into which
and is
one,
not
man.
savvy enough to ask the right questions, insist on documentations, and then be truthful with his business partners regarding the nature of the relationship involving B2B Squared. Now, B2B Squared,
Is
this
that
is
their
the logo
logo?
that they used, and none of the involved publishers were made aware that he was working with Spencer's through a business-to-business company called B2B Squared. B2B Consultancy Services has a logo just like that. I think this is the company from which they swiped it. They have a Facebook page that hasn't been updated
That's not
for
the
years
logo of the
and has
company
like only
that
7
you
likes and
found,
no
though.
interactions. B2B Consultancy Services is a company located in London, United Kingdom. Don't think that they're related to this at all. B2B Squared is actually a digital branch. They do technology consulting and
That's the one I
they
found.
help improve your company's
Yep.
technology solutions. Also, not something that has anything to do with the distribution brokerage.
Oh my God! Do you know how
Naturally,
many
people wanna
companies are named
know, then where's
B2B
the scam, right?
Consultancy?
In my profession, no matter what allegations
There's
you're trying to
pages of
prove or
them.
disprove, we always follow the
Pages
money.
and pages and pages.
Several people have had discussions about this, and it boils down to this: who got money in this debacle? The only entity that ended up with money is B2B Squared. Spencer's were not involved. Well, they weren't involved until a bunch of people were calling them trying to investigate this. rather than
I
let me
didn't
do
call
that.
Spencer's.
Spencer's was not happy.
I
about
just
all
went to
the
the
phone
mall
calls
and
they
confirmed
got.
that Spencer's
The
existed.
creators
That's
are
all I
actually
did
out
there.
a bunch of money for
I didn't do
fridges,
anything with
airfare,
Spencer's.
hotel, new clothes, etc. And Varian was tricked into paying this. This is the storage and shipping fees that he received in that nasty email from B2B Squared. This is the scam.
Ooh.
What happened? First of all, although I do maintain that far too many people aired their wild speculations on live streams, tried to conduct
No kidding.
investigations of their own, and jumped to many conclusions without performing appropriate due diligence, there were a few people who were instrumental in assisting me with my findings, namely Brandon Flynn, known as Phoenix Animation, Matthew Fowler, Anthony Figueroa, JD Calderon, Marcus DeJesu, Eric Hodson, Luke Stone, and yes, Varian and Krista Grant. Varian was roped into this deal by a fake company using a co-opted logo and a faux phone number. They claimed to have inroads with Walmart, Spencer's Gifts, and other retail chains. They tricked him into providing 18,000 copies of various comics. Instead of sending a legitimate courier service to get the books from Varian, we speculate that they simply rented a truck to pick them up and likely took them to a nearby storage unit, which is why bills of lading were not required. They intentionally amended the order to an amount beyond which the small-time creators could fulfill, and the paper shortage actually worked in B2B Squared's favor. Now they could claim Varian was in
Oh
breach
man,
of
this paper
contract and
shortage
threatened to
is
cancel
killing
the deal and
everybody.
liquidate the
It
comics.
sure is.
They sent Varian that threatening email and demanded the shipping and storage fees. We speculated that they returned the books just to throw off suspicion that this was a scam all along, leading him to believe this was a deal gone bad due to his own
You're
breach of
covering up
contract.
part of your last
Having
line.
never
It
informed the other
hurts.
publishers of the intermediary, Varian gave none of them the opportunity to ascertain the deal was fake all along. These are red flags in so many places, but the publishers either didn't want to upset the apple cart in a potentially life-changing deal, or were shot down by Varian when they had questions. And let's talk about that now. Lashing out. Being a victim of B2B Squared's scam does not completely exonerate Varian nor Krista of their part in all of this. After the suspicious behavior demonstrated above, this is how Krista treated Luke Stone, who just had come out of his medically induced coma, when he asked for some of the books that he was promised. Now, I had originally intended to read all of these messages, but all I can say is that they were very unprofessional. Now, to be fair, she did apologize to Luke live on stream.
Just be clear, it's
but
not
I
going to become a
personally feel
little
that
kids game.
apology
Get
was
one box to one
disingenuous
box.
damage control.
Okay. Do not threaten
Also
me,
live
oh
on stream,
holy man.
she was talking with Pops Van Zandt, but she was actually speaking to the chat
Let me
when
be
she
clear.
said, if
I
you
don't
call
want to
my
hold
husband
your
a scam
bleeping
artist
books,
one more
but I'm
time,
not your bleep.
I will
I
put
don't
you on
bleep you.
blast. That's your
I
one
will.
warning.
Okay.
When JD Rosario
damn.
asked
Wow.
to see invoices from Liberty to Spencer's, Barron came back at him with, who the fuck is he to question me like that? If he has a problem, he's out, and I'll ship the books back to his front door. Now, it's long been my experience that when someone is being deceitful and they are called out, they typically play victim and lash out defensively. The deception may have been to save face if he realized he had been a victim of a scam as well. When I asked Marion if he had retained who he had retained as a lawyer, he didn't give me a lawyer's name, just the firm he purports to have hired. He reported he had retained Goldman and Associates in Troy. Note that their website, they indicate they handle family law, criminal cases, and personal injury litigation. They don't advertise that they deal with corporate matters nor contract law. I called Goldman and Associates on Thursday morning to confirm whether or not Varian had retained their services, but refused to confirm that. See, the reason I asked was Varian wants everyone to believe that he had a lawyer look everything over, but it's my
Hey,
belief
he
he was
actually
simply
inserted
signing
extra
documents and
words that
taking
weren't on the
everything
slide
B2B
there. Did you
Squared
notice?
said on faith.
Oh shit!
He was an
Yeah.
agent for them.
Now it's getting interesting.
Freestyling, man.
Is
He's
this negligent
freestyling.
Gee.
misrepresentation or fraud? Negligent misrepresentation is a misrepresentation of any statement by words or other conduct that under the circumstances amounts to an assertion that is false or erroneous, not in accordance with the facts. A misrepresentation, therefore, can be intentional or negligent. Unlike fraudulent misrepresentation, which requires that the person making the representation knows it's
I
false
may
or
have been
incorrect and
just
intends to
stayed up
deceive,
all night.
a negligent misrepresentation merely requires that one fail to exercise reasonable care or competence
I'm in bed by 8.
to obtain or communicate information that is true or correct.
Yeah, right.
Failure to exercise reasonable care or competence in supplying correct information in the course of
Wake up
one's
too damn
business
early.
or occupation therefore constitutes engaging in a misrepresentation. How then is fraud defined? Fraudulent misrepresentation is intentional deceit. The elements are misrepresentation of material fact, intent to induce another to rely on that fact, justifiable reliance by the innocent party, damages as a result of the reliance, and a casual connection with the party. It's my conclusion after having read all of this that the fraud was perpetrated by B2B Squared, posing as another company. Negligent misrepresentation, however, was perpetrated by Varian. by not informing his business partners that all of this was through an intermediary. He did not give them the opportunity to look for red flags, comment on red flags, and then pushed back if anyone did question him. Based on this lack of business acumen and his willingness to withhold critical information from his business partners, it is my professional opinion that publishers should avoid working with Varian Grant and his companies. Thank you so much for
He
watching.
just said some
Please
stuff he
like
probably
and
shouldn't say in
subscribe
his
to Dojo King
capacity
Comics
of doing his
as we show
professional job,
great creators' projects,
because he just
and every
opened
now and
himself
then
up
we
to
have
a
video
lawsuit
that's
from
just a little
Varian.
bit different like this one.
Yeah,
Thanks again.
but is he wrong though?
No, I think I can generally conclude that he's probably right on that fact, or on like all the facts, and his conclusion is probably the correct conclusion, that there was some negligence there. I don't think you can get around it.
All right,
Whether it
I'm back.
rises
Let's
to
hope the
the
boomerang stops
level
now.
of,
And what I've done is I've asked some folks to come on to talk to
Dude,
me
you
about
suddenly
this.
got
I have
like
some more
really
points that I'd
loud.
like to
What
add
was
to
up
it
with that?
that
Yeah.
will fill out the conversation.
Well, now
I'm
he's
sure
like-
these guys have a lot to add as well.
Wait, don't tell me
It's
that
like
that was
face person to a
pre-recorded.
speaker.
Phoenix
that the-
Animation, thank you
Yeah,
for
but
being
was that
here.
pre-recorded audio?
Hey,
Did
Yeah,
he
that's
like,
pre-recorded
John
audio.
Rose is here as well.
oh my god,
And
he pre-recorded
yes, folks, I
himself
sent him
reading
the
the
link.
slides?
No riots.
Yeah.
Matty Fowler's
Oh,
with
oh,
us.
here's the Chihuahua.
Hail Chad.
Fowler.
Thanks for having
Sorry,
me on.
I need to quit
You
calling him
bet,
that. That's
yes,
rude of me.
Dojo, good,
But
good
that's how he like. He
presentation.
just came to that one stream. He
Thank
just
you.
Obviously,
Sorry
there was
about
the
the-
like a
boomerism with
Chihuahua,
the
man. He has
beginning,
no
but
teeth left, and he just wants
I
to
just
like.
wanted to say Yo Quiero
Jake
Taco Bell
Frank,
just once.
from Genuine Comics said he thinks that the boomerang is endearing. He doesn't want me to stop.
that was
Well,
investigating, man. I'll forgive
yeah.
the boomerang.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I do actually have to. Can I correct one thing from your presentation?
Sure. What is that?
I actually think that the paper shortage saved Varian and the other guys as opposed to B2B.
Well,
Because
Wait. I
according
thought
to
that
they
Phoenix
didn't
Animation
print
Group, the
them
guy
all.
in the top
Right,
right
'cause
there, was
according
one of the
to,
people that
Anthony
made
and them all, they
books.
were like,
Is he not actually involved in this? Why are we
would've
hearing from him?
taken
I have no
loans
idea.
and figured out a way to make that 17.5 each if it meant the deal. Because that's what these kind of scams are. It's like I'll ask for a little bit, then I'll ask for an insurmountable amount, and if you can fulfill it, then I'm gonna ask for an even crazier amount. And then when you can't fulfill, I'm gonna ask a crazy amount for storage fees and stuff back because I know you're good for that money, and you'd rather not lose 157,000 books. So I think, as much as it sucks that he lost $3,400, I think it could have been a lot worse if the paper shortage hadn't happened and if they had fulfilled that larger order.
Actually,
Or they printed the second issue too, because if you
Right.
dig into it, they
Yeah.
failed to fulfill the original deal because they didn't print the second batch, like month 2
Right.
or whatever.
right, because they
Yeah.
were waiting for payment. You're right. Also, too, though, the paper shortage working in B2B's favor is because I think they assumed, as you alluded to, that they would be unable to fulfill this. So they
Yeah.
were ready to claim that Varian was in breach of contract. So here's the
Yep.
thing.
Dude,
You
I
know,
could
Phoenix
go
and I were
like
talking behind
print
in the back
the
room,
100 and
uh,
however many thousand
2
comic
days
books
ago,
that they
and we were
wanted.
saying, all right,
Like
well, then
right
why
now
would
with
they even
money that
return
I
the
have.
books? Why didn't they just
I wouldn't
could
do
do
it
it.
You
because
asked
that's
me that.
stupid. But
them.
like,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Phoenix had a great
You
point on that.
wanna,
and that
like,
is if
throw
returning
a-
the books would
a
lead
little
him to think
loan
that this really was
over-
just
over
a
this
deal gone
way?
bad.
no, because I have a
Because
mortgage,
had they
Brian.
kept the books, he would have immediately thought it was a scam.
What's
One
your
of the-
mortgage ever done for you that I haven't?
You would have begun to question everything.
It's
And that
kept
was-
me
that
from
was the whole
getting
point,
snowed on.
Is
Fair,
the longer
fair,
if you
absolutely
make it
fair.
feel like
I
this is
wouldn't
real,
stop you from
question
snowed
the
on.
damn thing. And
Or
he
snowed
goes,
in.
oh, thank God I got all the books back for those guys. It sucks that Spencer's didn't work out. I'm never shopping with them again, but thank God I got the books back. And he wouldn't have questioned the damn thing. But yeah.
Wait,
it's
so
a
now
lot,
he's saying he
man,
was
to
one of the people that had.
So
I'm
uh,
confused.
I'm
idea
confused.
came
I'm just as
like
confused
obviously my
as you are. Not
conversation on the phone
sexually.
with Matthew Fowler when we were talking about, because he just mentioned one
Oh.
sentence. He goes,
Michael
there's
Bancroft just asked a
something we're
great
not
question there.
seeing, and
That was a
that's
very
where the
great
question.
question. Finger, camera.
That's right.
And then, like you said, I just thought about who made money in all this, and then that's when the theory came to mind.
and Bancroft's got a great question in the chat, and it was something I wanted to get at as well. Did the money for
So he
these
does know how
scams-
to click
the
these
things
scams
off.
go to B2B? Yes, it did.
So
So
it's
he's
5,000.
out those $2,000 as well because they've been using their credit cards to pay back JD Calderon and Randy Zimmerman.
And
So
they've
the
made
total
good
loss
on
is 55?
$1,700. They've made good on $1,700 of the 2,000 owed to those artists for the.
Yep.
Right. As I
By
understand it,
maxing out their credit cards, yeah.
as I understand it, as soon as they can, they'll-
sell blood, sell platelets, take a payday loan out, whatever they do, as long as the artists are getting paid, we can't knock them for that, man.
Oh,
If they had
screw
credit
this guy.
cards
Does he even
to
have a
do that,
neck?
At least they're paying back.
No, he's got
So,
this immaculate mustache I haven't seen
Yeah, I
since
agree.
1988.
Yeah. So the bottom line, the people that are out money, obviously Varen and Krista are out now it's like $5,700 some dollars.
Yep.
The individual creators that were roped into this they're out the money to print all those books. Yes, they have the assets back, and we'll talk about what they're gonna do about that in just a little while here. But
They told them they're going to sue Very because that
probably
guy
weren't in
I
a
don't think
position
has
to
enough to
print
be worth
2,000 books
suing.
and just have them sitting around. So
What
you
they
know,
really
I feel
should
for
do
them
is
in
take
that
all that
regard.
money that they
They're
or
out
all
a
those
bunch of
books
money
that they
too.
got,
You know, the
open up an
expensive
online store
travel,
and just
the
sell them.
clothes, the hotels, the rental cars, the food that they ate while they were there.
Oh,
This
Jake
all
Harper,
adds
yeah.
up. This all adds up quite a
Yeah,
bit.
but
So
you can't count the food because you would have had to eat anyway.
No,
Well,
you
you
got to
have to
count the
buy
food.
new
Food's an
suits.
expense.
That was
Shut the
them
fuck up,
real
Fowler.
excited and
Like
styling.
this guy's
really
never
pulled
fucking
that in,
traveled
man.
before.
People
Hold on, I'm going to try to
little
like
bit.
imitate his
throw
neck.
mistakes,
This is going to take some
you
work.
can't
So
really
see, I have an
blame
actual
anyone
neck.
for you
It
buying a
protrudes
new
several
suit
inches
'cause you
above
feel
my
you're about to
shoulders and
sign a
stuff.
deal, feeling
I
fresh.
have a neck too.
yeah,
I
but
think
if
it's
I
something
didn't
like
have
this,
a
right?
suit and I was going to sign a deal that
Have a
perhaps was a
nice.
total of $500,000, yeah, I would.
You
go
can't
with a
count
suit.
the food.
I think
Right.
that's
Because
I
they
mean,
were going to have to
basically,
eat
if
anyway.
if it was for the
You
sole
gotta
purpose
you gotta count
of
the food.
signing
'cause
the
if you've
contract,
It's a
never taken
business
business
expense.
trip,
probably roped it in.
It was a business
Bingo.
trip. It's a business expense. You count the food because if
But,
you were eating
yeah.
at home, you might have just had
Like, if you
you
did
open up a
just for
can
that
of
sole
spam
purpose,
and
then
just
you
ate
could
it with a
call that
spoon.
a lost
Whereas you go out somewhere, now you're spending
Right.
$20 plus $15 for drinks plus a dessert
So
for
let's
your
see,
lady
we've covered
friend.
some of those things.
Mhm.
Oh,
And don't forget the Coca
So
So are we
Barker.
sure? I had a question.
Exactly.
Are we sure Varian and his wife aren't B2B? Like, do we know that for a fact yet, or what?
Well,
Because we don't know who
I guess-
B2B is at all. We know that there's someone imitating B2B.
Okay,
We
well,
showed like
I-
several B2B.
Dojo,
Oh,
can I
God.
get this one?
This
Go
guy's
ahead.
going into
Yep.
the conspiracy
So I
theory.
called
He's
Barry and
going
I spoke to
really
him on the
further down the
phone,
rabbit
actually,
hole.
maybe about an hour or two after we talked, Matt. And and I asked him, I said, give me the exact honest details. What the hell happened?
Right.
He basically said, he told me that he was, that he uses all these referral services for business and stuff. These people blind approach him. Now,
So it's like
one of the things is-
Nigerian print spam,
Well,
basically.
one of the
Kinda
problems
like
is like,
but the
Who
thing
do you have
is
vetting?
then,
He
when
just was
I
like,
talked
they
to
have
him,
a
he said
legit
that
email address. That's what he
had
said in
paid
his
the
stream.
money.
What's a legit
Legit-
email address?
legit or not,
Hey,
like, okay, so like I'm taking security
$2,000,
plus as a
I
class right
think.
now, right?
Yeah.
And one of
Any
the
question
things
is,
that
like,
we talk
2K,
about in
I
class
believe,
is
or
people
something like that,
using
but I
like
know he said he paid it through
phishing
PayPal,
and
and at
social
first I was like,
engineering. So you can't just
Oh,
verify
let me
the
guess,
email address. You got to verify
through
Yeah.
the one that's blocked, he
everything
can't see it.
about
He goes, no,
that
it's through
contact.
mine. I have the proof.
I mean, that's how Kevin
So he
Mitnick
said-
did all his hacking. He just walked into places, looked like he belonged there, and asked people for their passwords.
okay, we're
Guys,
losing
Reese?
Phoenix, but
Yep.
Phoenix,
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
you're
I'll
roboting quite
contact
a
that
bit.
email
but
address
Yo,
later.
I see a lot of questions in the chat.
what they gotta say.
where'd you guys lose me at?
All of it.
Yeah, where'd you guys lose me at?
Uh,
All I
Oh,
know is he
man.
paid it through PayPal, and he sent Dojo his statement showing that he paid the money through PayPal.
So one
Yes,
of the
he did.
things that like
So
that's probably
he
how
definitely
actually
did
that's probably
pay
how
this
their
money. He's not
PayPal
posing as
account got
B2B.
locked.
He paid money to B2B,
Paying
and
through that
one of the things that I
B2B.
we are that
Broad
other
place?
It was,
LLC or whatever that you showed
Lola
the
slash
third
Krista
name of
slash
the company.
Indie
Yeah,
Press
but
PayPal that got
who's
blocked.
not to say that they don't share a
B2B,
PayPal
like
account?
Some other
Ah, good
company.
point.
oh, the SSH Holdings doing business as Spencer's.
Right.
SSH is Spencer's and Spirit Holding Company.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So
Luke Stone says that letter from B2B has some familiar language on it.
yeah, that language though could just be because it was from a company who is posing as somebody professional.
Right.
I see what he's alluding to there, but I think that's kind of a reach. A lot of people are asking questions like, let me scroll back. up here in
Where
the
is
chat.
Fowler's neck?
He's got a pattern of lying.
Stop looking at my
already.
fucking bugs.
Familiar language, right? So, like I said,
There's a
like
neck
Phoenix said,
shortage
He
of
showed
us.
me the statement from PayPal showing that this money left Varian's account to go to this company B2B. So I obviously
Well, hopefully the
advise
neck
that
mills in
he,
China get working and
dispute
they
that
start
charge
shipping
as
stuff
soon as
again.
possible. And Phoenix is right. That was 90 days ago.
Because this
but
guy needs a new
start
one,
fighting
man.
that
He's
right
worn
away.
this one
And
out.
I said, get with your
Oh.
credit card company and find out where that money went. That's the key here, because I really want to
We're
know
so
who got that
getting
money
banned after
so that
this,
I can
but it's
pursue
worth
this
it.
and involve the Federal Trade Commission.
Everyone's saying send Mark DeJesu, Wolfpack Comics, the link.
No,
So
no, don't send another
What
third
was-
party
why
who
was
has
the
Oh
nothing
God,
to do
no!
with this in
Why?
here.
Why did
harassing
they do
him
this?
for the second issues?
You only need
before
4
the
people
New
on this
Jersey
fucking
trip?
panel.
Do we even
The
need a
mo- the-
panel?
The New Jersey
Because
trip.
they hadn't
Okay, I
shipped
guess we
out-
need Fowler here
they
so we
hadn't
can make
shipped
fun
out
of him.
the
But like,
books, the first issue yet. When
But
I
they
talked
It's
to
over.
them,
They
that
were
was-
furious that the first issue was late, though, right? Like I heard
but
that.
the first
too.
issue didn't ship out until end of September.
Okay. Wait.
So the second one wasn't going to be
End of
due until end of
August. It
October.
was end of August.
Or end of August, right. The second issue was due end of September.
Okay.
But that was already when they had changed the deal up. Because you got to understand, the whole thing was, like, if you're this company B2B, you can't cancel this until you get those books. So
Because that's your
it's-
hostage.
That's your hostage, exactly. So you have to get the books in hand.
Spencer's
and then
couldn't
say,
even sell
then
18,000
you
of
know,
every issue. They only have
they could
600
say, oh,
stores. That's
'cause
300
that's the other
books a
thing.
store.
real quick, they could say, you get the books.
Ish.
You know, the way you get the books, you say, hey, I've got this thing 2,000. Then you
Like
jump it
300
up.
books
It's like,
per
okay, cool.
issue
We
per
actually
store.
love these
Like
books.
for the updated
now we want
numbers.
to do
So
17.5.
the original
They have
numbers
to
is
wait
totally
till they
legit
get
because
the
you're
books
looking
in
at,
order
you
to
know,
hit the mark
tens
with
of
the
copies
next
of something,
higher up
and a store like
tier.
Spencer's can sell
And
that
if they
by the
can't fulfill
register
that,
in the
that's when
course
they
of a
say,
month. That's
oh,
not a
you're in
problem.
breach of
You
contract,
start trying to
want these
move
books back, you gotta
300
pay this
copies of
fee.
9 different things in the course
But
of a
then,
month
like I
per
was saying,
store.
if
That
they
ain't
went up,
happening.
if they actually
No,
fulfilled the higher up
the issue I
demand,
have is like, okay,
then they would have come back with, you know what,
for
Spencer's
example,
made a mistake. We want to take
my
this
contract
nationwide.
with
We need
Antarctic,
X
it's like,
amount of
okay,
books at X amount price. And then when you can't
once
come
we
up with
signed
that,
with them,
they hit
okay,
you with a
you got,
higher amount.
who's gonna handle the printing and distribution? That fell on Antarctic, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like Brian Ball had to go and print out 4,000 copies of his book and then get reimbursed for it. It was like, no, Antarctic paid me in advance. I dropped them the PDF file, and then they went and printed and distributed. That's the major red flag I would have had if I was part of this deal.
Well,
Like, hey, wait, hold up. Why are we printing and coming out of pocket for this? Why aren't they paying us?
Yeah, no, I know what you're getting at there. And you're absolutely right. But at the same time, that's also a different business model than what you have with Antarctic Press. Because Varian is acting as a distributor.
Even if it's a different business model, why are we as creators? That's the first question I would have asked if I was just part of this. Why are we as creators coming out of pocket to pay to print and ship these books to get it to this company? Like that dog don't hunt for me. Like,
Yeah,
why isn't the company paying us to print and ship these books? Right?
Yeah, no.
So we should have gotten paid. Like
You should have gotten paid something. The company would have put
Yes.
up earnest money.
Mhm.
So that's just like,
We-
hey, we're doing a trial thing here. We're going to pay you for like half of the cost of what you're doing here or whatever. And when you send the books, you'll get the rest of your money.
Bingo. Absolute fucking bingo. So again, for me, it's like, you know, where's the invoice to Spencer saying, hey, this is how much it's going to cost us. And as soon as you pay this invoice, we will print and ship the books. This is kind of weird. There's a lot of like vanity print.
Oh, Lord.
Vanity publishing. That's what it's called. Vanity publishing scams where you pay the publisher to go do this thing for you, and that's not how it works.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to tell a lot of creators. Like, look, if you sign with a publisher and you have to pay them to do shit, or you know, oh god, I really hate to call these people out, but there's another like indie comic publisher group out there that, you know, they sign all these people, but they don't do their half of the load. You know.
Do you perhaps mean Action Lab Entertainment?
No, I don't. But
Oh man, you got to tell me this other story in DMs if you don't want to go into it here.
Oh yeah, I'll actually like text it to you in DMs. But like I've seen the way their contracts work. It's like, dude, that's
So that scam would
not
just
that's not
raising
legit.
it exponentially if
Yeah.
they kept somehow fulfilling. So Jeremy in the chat has a great question here. He said, you know, someone at Spencer's offered to investigate as potential fraud. So yeah, like I said, I talked to the
Hold on,
senior
he
vice
almost has the
president,
neck.
general counsel.
see that from the
we
side?
talked for about a half hour.
Missed it. I
He
totally
said
missed it.
that,
I was.
Well,
I
first of all, he was
texting.
unhappy that so many people were conducting investigations of their own and calling him. And I said, I can send you my credentials. He said, yeah, actually, don't bother. I've looked you up on LinkedIn, so I know you're legit. So what he wants me to do is try to follow that money with Varian. And he asked me, is Varian still saying that he's representing Spencer's? And I told him, no, we understand where we're at now, and that Spencer's was never involved. But he wants to know. He's keen to know when I find out where that money went, because I think that like Jeremy's alluding to here, they intend to pursue this as well, because this B2B company is representing themselves as able to distribute to Spencer's, which could hurt Spencer's brand name, the marketing, et cetera, et cetera. So
no kidding, it's
Spencer's
going to
is
hurt
definitely,
Spencer's.
Shit talking Spencer's for a few days
And
now.
Books a
like,
Million, for
oh,
that
my
matter.
man
Everybody
Phil-
that was in that
my man
voicemail
Phil with the
message
middle finger,
that Varian
bro.
played for us is impacted by this. They should all be
Exactly.
going after these scammers.
I mean, we play around with the
So
companies.
one of
might
the
not
first things I
understand
do
that
whenever
shit and get,
somebody
like,
texts me,
real scared or
and it's a
mad
number
about
I
that
don't
type of
recognize, I just Google the
Yeah,
number.
because
If I
Dojo
don't,
did
that
mention
number
that.
doesn't
Or no, it wasn't
link
Dojo.
to
It was
anything.
I was
I don't
on the
answer.
phone with Michael Oden, and he's like, "Look, man, I know you guys are talking about it now, but eventually this could get back to Spencer's, and they might hit you with like a cease and desist because it's like kind of dragging their name through the mud kind of deal." Which I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Okay,
But until I get
boring.
Grifter. Bucks to
because
Right.
you're being off.
I heard the word
by-
grifter. We're going back to see what grifter.
Right.
Here's the
being
grifting.
Oh, grifter,
Oh,
yeah.
Now everyone's suspecting me of being the grifter.
Yeah.
Bucks to
Right.
because you're being off.
The only
by-
grifter I know, his image is right below me.
Because, like, the
Well, if he was in
superior
his
Don't
chair,
just-
it would be right
right.
below
Look,
me.
he's just. We're doing this whole stream, and B-Rose is just checking himself out in the mirror with the tiara. He ain't bothering nobody.
the warehouse thing seems kind of small potatoes. Like the superior grift would be to be like, yo, 27 books is not enough. They love this shit. We need to fulfill 157,000, and you're too small to print those. So just pay us, and we'll print them. And then you take the checks. Then you get all the money. Like this piddly.
Well,
Well, that was the whole thing. The paper
weird.
shortage thing happened, so they can't. And even if they would have said that, I mean, I don't know if they would have got it, man. Like, I mean, I don't know. It
It
doesn't.
just seems like small potatoes. Like the big grift would have been like to trick people into paying you for printing or whatever, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well, I
maybe.
don't disagree, but a lot of times these small potatoes grifts work on small potato marks.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So
yep.
they
yep.
got them to pay the 3,500 plus the 2,000
This
for
whole
the
thing
display
is
stands,
costing
which
people
you know,
thousands and
up
tens
the
of thousands of
number,
dollars,
and
and
they
the
probably
grifters getting a
thought,
couple
okay,
$100
good, we
of
got
profit
this guy.
out of it.
Let's
It's
go to the next
insane.
one.
Right. Because you do this shit. You do this
Imagine
shit with
if
a ton of
this
different
is
marks,
just
like I
not
was
like the
saying
only person
before
they're doing this to.
the other day.
Oh, I know.
Probably
You
getting,
have
like,
if you're doing this
hundreds of
shit on a
people.
regular basis, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
long
there's
time.
dozens or
if
hundreds
you've
of
got
desperate
people in
comic book
rotation,
creators out there that they're plying this
you know,
against.
you can make money.
Or if they're not
Because
doing it,
people
some
are
other
getting
group is
robbed.
doing it to them.
They probably use this
And at the end of
similar
the day, it all
scam
boils down to
actually
people
just
being
get, like,
fucking lazy.
what are those, like drop sellers or whatever that buy
Yeah.
a product and need warehouses to store it and shit?
No, because what it was Varian was actively looking for branching into other, like, obviously for him it would have been other comic book companies, right? So he's looking for referral based companies. He said it to himself on our stream. He signs up for a lot of these services online. This one happened to reach out to him and was like, "Oh, we heard that you were looking for distribution. We actually
Can
work
you
with
get to
Spencer's
your
and
point?
Walmart and some other
No.
company I can't remember. We
'Cause
can help you get
He's making a
in
point he's
contact
already
with them and
made
potentially
like
get you
once or
into their
twice
stores."
before.
So
Well,
these
I'm
guys approach him based off of the app,
Yes,
whatever
Varian was
application
looking
thing
for
he's
people to
filling
sell
off
his books
out
to
online
because he
for
runs a distribution
looking
company
for,
that's trying to sell
business to
books
business
that he
people.
has sitting in a
So
storage
here's
unit
the
somewhere,
thing.
making no
How
money
many
for him.
other people do you think they do this to? Like, who else do
And
they
he was
Probably a
happy that
ton.
somebody
I mean,
wanted to buy them.
There are
His
tons of
motivations
people.
are
I mean, maybe not
understandable.
in the comic
Well,
book
true,
industry,
and,
maybe in
like,
the comic book industry.
Again,
they
this
just
is
changed
what it
the
comes
name.
back to laziness. He
But,
wanted someone
like,
else
think
to do
about
the
it.
work
How many
for him,
people
right?
have like
So
small
the
mom and
smarter
pop
thing
shops?
for him to
Like,
do.
I would love for like my metal to go, for me to
I'll
get a
just wait
deal
till
where
he's
I
done.
could just
No, we're
next
skipping
like
them.
Okay.
Barry, shut
The
up.
smarter
And a
thing
lot
for
of the
Varian to
folks
do
like Varian.
was to make like either an Etsy or a Shopify storefront and just sell them direct to people.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to pull up his company here. It's like Liberty Distribution.
Because that's what I'm going to end up doing in the next year or so.
Oh, was it Liberty Entertainment Distribution? Google wants to know my location. No, Google, you already know my location. Why are you asking me?
You know too much already, Google.
Yeah, Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group. I got the stream paused here. We're gonna like flip over to
Also,
that.
if you don't have yourself a drinking horn, get yourself a drinking horn. It's like so.
The Master right here.
It's ergodynamic. Like you're just holding it, just like normal. And bam.
Share. Yeah. Oh wow! Through StreamYard, you can share slides natively. I didn't know that. I just saw the option here. That no wonder he made a PowerPoint presentation for us. Wait, when you search for Liberty, they're not the top result. Okay, whatever. Here, just Google.
I mean,
their Facebook page is ahead of their website in the rankings. But yeah, like look here. Look, this is his website. It hasn't been updated in like 2 years at least. How is he selling anything to anybody? You can't buy the books through his website. If I'm a company who's like, I want to buy like 5 copies of this and see if I can move them in my store, there's no shop here for me to do that. I got to go over to like the retailer thing. Presumably I make an account in here. Yeah, look, I got to go make an account here instead of just being able to like, I want to order some books. He doesn't even show me what his product line is. How do I know what he's even selling?
Let's go to about maybe the about page.
And every page ends with this stupid little tweet box that hasn't been updated in 6 months. This is pointless.
I guess it's crap.
Like, this is not a website that inspires confidence. You know, one reason I know why the site hasn't been updated in a long time, it's not the copyright notice. It's the list of companies here. Because I know this logo that's all the way on the right of the bottom here. This is Scattered Comics. That company doesn't exist anymore because they changed their name. They're like Hyperion Comics or something now. And that happened 2 years ago. It happened before the pandemic.
Yeah.
If you can't be bothered to keep your website up to date, you might as well just consider that, your Action Lab Entertainment or something. Here, let me pull up their website so you can see this disaster. I don't know if you watched that video all the way through, but their website is an even bigger disaster than this mess. If you want to know a company that looks like a grift, this is it. This is the definition of a company that looks like a grift. No product line. They have a catalog of over 100 comic books that they sell. And all their website currently shows, and this is what it's shown for months now, since like September last year and probably before that, is just a link to Comixology.
Wow.
So if Varian,
I don't understand how they've gotten taken to court.
No, neither do I. Just like Varian, like I don't understand how his Liberty Distribution's not moving books all over the place. Oh wait, you can't find out what he's selling you. Like, that's the fundamental thing your website should do is, hey, here are the products I have that I can send you right now. Not, here are companies that may sell stuff. There's like Shocked Comics. That's his wife's company.
Shocked Comics?
Yeah, or Shocker Comics, whatever that is. That's like the logo his wife uses on her Kickstarters. Like, it's no wonder this guy's distribution company has not taken off. He's not putting in any work here.
Anything about Shocker Comics?
Yeah, that's just his wife. Like, that's it.
Like, has she put out anything?
I saw this logo on Kickstarter. So I forget what name she uses on Kickstarter. If it's Krista Grant or the other one. Let me see. I saw this the other night when I was watching these stupid videos.
This is costing me like way too much work.
Krista Grant. Is that the right name? No. Is it Lola Grant? No, I can't find it now. Anyway, I found it because it was like on their Facebook page or something, and I followed the link there to the Kickstarter, and that was like the whole big circle of life of my life. But that's where that logo comes from. I saw it on some book she was selling on Kickstarter. This company, like, I get it. You're a little company. You're selling like 10 books a month or something or whatever, that's fine. But if you want to sell more, the way to do it is not to grasp at the angel that is being offered to you. It's to actually just go sell books. Like, you just got to go grind it out.
You gotta create like a Shopify storefront and sell stickers for like $20.
Well, you don't even need to, like, yeah, like that's one way to make some money. But if he wants to sell books, they have to be on his website so we know what he's selling. Like, here, you click into the vendor section and there's like nothing here. Due to submission volume, the electronic application may time out for some users and not complete the submission process. Like, how do you even have a submission process when I don't even know that you're selling something? You're as sketchy as B2B based on your website. Man, I can't find the Kickstarter link on their Twitter now.
I don't want to talk too much shit, but it's just you could see the rookie mistake.
Which one?
All of them, like all of them. You can just look at the rookie mistake for all this. If you're gonna do like distribution, you gotta have a warehouse, you gotta have a lot of capital, and you gotta have stuff to sell. Like just to inverse this, like if Marvel was doing this, you would have X-Men, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, America Chavez, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
you would have comics and stuff that you would comics and stuff, that's my store. But you would have comics and stuff that you would say like, hey, this is stuff that we distribute, and here's how we're gonna get it to you. And I'm not seeing any of this on this webpage, and this is just for me just looking at your screen. So
no, you're not seeing it because it's not there.
Yeah, basically.
Howdy, welcome to the stream. We're busy
Hey,
making fun of
Lucretia.
people and being unfair to them because that's what we do. Have you seen like? No, I'm not going to pull up their Facebook. That's getting too far out there. Let's move on with the stream. We're here for this stupid stream, so let's get back to the stupid stream and having fun with the stream, because there's a guy who has either no neck or a very small neck on this stream, and we need to hang out here. We need to hang out. So let me get back to sharing that. Plus, we're like 10 minutes behind now. This is 10 minutes of suffering that we got to sit through.
Stock of their
Guys, haven't I suffered enough?
and understand that
No, none
like
of
you
us have
said,
suffered
Matt,
enough.
on when you came on the stream, you
Not
said
a boost.
We
Why
deserve
you
all
think
these
that
bad
you were,
things that happened to us, Brian.
qualified or experienced enough
That's
to do
fair.
this.
Because I had
You're
that
absolutely
last
right.
party
Somebody
foul.
needs to step back and look at their own position. Am I really capable of, first of all, handling this business? And second of all, am I really big enough to garner the attention of someone like this distribution company that can get me into Spencer's and Walmart?
Okay, okay. His first point, am I good enough to handle this? Yeah, that's fine. That's fair. Like, that's what you and I are saying. That's what everybody should be saying, is you guys were not qualified for these shenanigans. But his second point, and I wish he would like keep his head in the same place because now he's too quiet. But like his second point, am I really big enough to get noticed? Man, crazy things happen in every industry. Like, there are software companies that are nobody, and then they make a deal, and now they're somebody. And they never should have been in the position to make that deal to begin with. There's one you might have heard of, Brian, where they made a deal. They didn't even have a product to sell, but they claimed they did. Their name was Microsoft.
What?
You don't know the story?
Shit. Yeah, that would have been like 40 years ago.
Yeah, that'd been like 1980. They made that deal with IBM. They did not have an operating system to sell IBM for their PCs.
Yep. Yeah.
So
And
they
just
bought
have to-
one.
and they pulled it out of their ass and it was Apple.
No, it was some other little company up there. I'm forgetting the name of it, but they basically bought like their version of CMS 80 that had been ported to Intel CPUs and called it Disk Operating System. And so Microsoft put MS in front of it, and that was DOS 1.0. Changed
I did not know
everything.
that.
Yeah,
Changed the world. And now
Changed
we're all on
everything.
Windows.
because IBM sold 10 bajillion IBM PCs over the course of the next 6 years.
If
So being
if
little
much larger
should
independent
never
comic book
be
companies
like a thing
aren't
that
in
you
the-
worry
in
about.
that
If you get a
space,
chance to make
how
a
could
deal,
somebody
investigate
like,
the deal, take the
Liberty,
deal.
Which
If it's a good
or
one,
I mean, honestly, even
don't go,
you
"Oh,
know,
I'm
I'm
too
going to say it
small
about
to get
myself.
the deal."
Dojo
That's
Kun
how you
comics. I
stay
would not
small.
believe
You
that
never
they
go
would look
for
at
it.
me and say, yeah, let's get
Hey,
your books in
it's
Spencer's because
It's a Tim Lim. Look at that.
Oh, hey, what's up,
That's-
Tim?
Small
Like,
potatoes.
That's what I said for
Buddy?
moment one.
his past history of all that
We're
stuff.
busy
with the,
stream sniping and making fun of
Psycho
these people.
Unlimited and not
Especially
paying
this
the
guy in the
artists
bottom
and all that
left,
stuff
'cause
from 2009.
He's like a chihuahua.
and
except
Keep
without
the head
the
and
neck.
shoulders
the
like my
past
shampoo.
history that
Yeah.
I've been getting DM'd and dug up all week, right?
Why did you
you're
stick your
saying
head into this? It had
that
nothing to do with
His
you.
new deal
Because he already
that
stuck
all
his
that
neck out.
Past stuff just shows the pattern
No,
of
well,
him
he
being
lost his
hungry
neck
to
in the
distribute
process.
comics, making him an easier mark when this new one
Jesus.
came along.
I think so.
yes,
Because I mean,
from what I've been
oh,
hearing
good
from
Lord.
people too.
and he doesn't seem like a super genius to make some elaborate super villain plan. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but there's nothing really known about this B2B. If he got
Well,
checks,
Vicky's
from
got a
that
good
cash,
point. See, there's no 50%
routing
Well,
advance.
it
No.
was
Yeah,
in the escrow.
there's no earnest
the
money
lawyer had it
from
in
the
escrow,
company buying the
apparently, so
product.
I think those
no
are bad
checks
checks.
ever went to the.
Um,
No
you
checks
can-
ever
It's like
went
if
to
you
the
go to buy a
cashed,
house,
and they
you have
are
to
just
put up
bad
earnest
checks,
money
like
at
when
some
you get
point
some
to tell
Probably.
the seller that you're
Yeah.
actually
Right. I
interested in
think
the
that when they try to
transaction.
negotiate those, they'll
No, you
find
just
that
wait
there
till
is
the
no
last
money
minute.
that backs those checks.
Right.
Because I mean, I feel he did do some lying.
So there'd be an
though.
advance
like, once
or
the
earnest
shit hit the
money
fan,
Absolutely.
or
he
some
started,
guarantee
like,
of
lying and
payment.
doing
Like
weird
if you meet this
deceptive
milestone
stuff. 'Cause, I mean,
before you
there's
print the
stuff we
books,
found
you
out
will receive
that
money. Like
we haven't
there's
even talked
something
about
like that in
publicly,
any
you
big
know, like
contract.
videos of
These things
recoveries
don't
that have
just
been looked over by
appear
medical
and then money
professionals
rains
and
down
stuff
3
and
months
deemed
later.
to be
Exactly. And
hoax-worthy
then just,
like,
again,
all,
like
I
the
mean,
biggest
God,
like red flag for me was
and
Yeah.
when he
I
got that check,
for him to
and then
get
the
off
lawyer
as just
told him
being
to not
scammed.
cash it, and then the lawyer
Yeah.
cashed
No,
the check.
no,
so
not
where
at
the
all,
fuck
Matt.
all that money go?
He's not getting
In my
all that-
presentation, Maddie, I
Supposedly
said
it's
that
still in
he's got
some
negligent
escrow account
misrepresentation
controlled by the
because right
lawyer
from the start he did not
who's
inform
Varian's
his
friend,
partners that there
from
was an
what Varian said,
intermediary.
but
I
maybe
think that a
that
lot of
lawyer's
those
not the
guys are
same
smart enough
lawyer
that
as
they
the
would have
lawyer
said
that he had look at the
something
contract.
much
I don't know.
earlier.
When Varian
Sure,
talks
they
about
were
this stuff,
worried
he
about
uses the
upsetting the
words
apple cart, like I
they
said. They didn't
a
want
lot,
to,
or
destroy this
he
deal that
a
could be
lot.
life changing.
And it's
Yeah, I
never
use
entirely
they a
clear
lot when
who
I'm
it
talking
is.
about
out
my
creators
ex.
in the emails
They
though. Like, why
fucking
would
suck.
he get off hard with them? Like, what the
Right.
fuck? is that?
Is that because
That's
your
another
ex
thing.
is
It
a
was a
collective?
defensive
Like you
measure
lumped them
because I
all
think
in
he was
there?
trying to save face.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
They're-
look,
they
yeah,
are all
I'm not
against me.
trying to say that Varian's 100% like
Oh,
exonerated out of
Tim,
this
if
whole
you
deal.
want in this, I
I
can
mean, obviously,
DM you like the
he did
the
lie.
link on
He did
Twitter or
lie.
something.
Liar.
Like,
Yeah,
you're welcome
give
to
me
hop
the
in
Tim.
here.
This
I,
is
I
wild.
would just say, yeah, he lied a lot. He's not a thief.
But I'm just making fun of
And I think
Matthew
that's
Fowler
where
because
we
Oh,
he
wait,
really
wait. So
rubbed
he
me
just
the wrong
said,
way.
leave that
wait, hold on.
like,
So,
you know, prove
guy
that-
in the top right here said, Varian lied a lot, but he's not a thief.
Oh, hold on. Let's see. Okay, I'm going back 20 seconds here.
say that,
Yeah.
that Varian's 100% like exonerated out of this whole deal.
No.
I mean, obviously he
was
did
fair.
lie. He did lie.
A liar. to
But
the
he's
creators
he
of
I
things.
would just say, yeah, he lied a lot. He's not a thief.
Hey, if
I
you
think
lie,
that's
you'll
where
steal.
we-
If you steal, you'll kill.
You know, kind
But I don't know that Varian actually lied. He
I-
may have just not said things,
So it's a lie by omission.
which isn't nearly as bad as an actual untruth.
No, it's just as bad.
It depends on what you're omitting. Because if he's like, "Hey, I've got this deal
it
with,"
doesn't. It absolutely doesn't.
no. Here's my
No,
point.
because like, look, let's just put this in perspective, right? You're dating a chick, and you're like,
No,
she's
Lord.
like, hey,
Back to your ex.
I
okay.
went out with this guy, right?
Uh-huh.
But what she didn't say is she went out and then did all sorts of dirty stuff that we can't mention on YouTube because you don't want to get elizibar demonetized.
We're
But
already
she, like, took it in the
demonetized for this
butt.
video.
She took it in like every hole got filled, and she was the star of Bukaki International and the whole entire bar. That's
Oh,
a
she
lie
wasn't
by
in-
omission.
She wasn't in the remake of your favorite movie?
Oh, Debbie Does Dallas? No,
Yeah.
she was like Debbie Does California.
Oh wow.
But but the point being, is like if Varian knew something was sketch and didn't say anything to these guys, it's a problem. Like one of the things I get dragged for a lot is I will absolutely, whether it makes me look good or look bad, there's times when it's just like, hey, look, you guys just have to know this incident is just what it is, and that's it. I can't make it any better or worse. It's just what it is. And then you get dragged for saying that shit. Like, oh, Brian, you shouldn't have said anything. You make
Yeah.
all these other people look bad, and people are going to come after us. Like, that's not the point. The point is people need to know these facts. So when you're doing especially when you're doing a business, you got to let your business partners know, like, hey, look.
No, I'm 100% with you on what you've just
Yeah,
said.
like
My
I
point
just
is,
want
I don't
to
think.
make like one example, right?
Yeah,
Just
go ahead. Go.
one final example. Like I did something for Tim back in the day, right? And it didn't turn out the way as expected. And I went back through the thing like, hey, I thought I did everything right. Then I found the error I made. I was like, hey man, I fucked up. And then we got it fixed, right? So if we're gonna continue doing business with like friends, because that's what Varian's doing. Varian's doing business with friends, which he needs to stop. I agree. But a lot of indie comic creators, we end up doing business with friends. And so the thing you got to remember is, especially when you're doing business with friends, is especially when it's uncomfortable, you have to fucking speak up. Because if you don't speak up, it's going to cause problems down the road. So yeah, Varian's at fault for not speaking up when it mattered.
Yeah, there's a lot of places he should have spoke up, but like the main accusation being leveled at him about the lying part is he didn't say his deal was with B2B because maybe he didn't believe it was with B2B. Like they were an intermediary sending him a contract on behalf of someone else. And if you're an idiot and you don't know what you're doing because you're not experienced, you don't know how the world works, then you go, oh yeah, my deal's with Spencer. When the reality is your deal's with B2B, who has a separate contract with Spencer to be their headhunters.
You know, that's perfectly fair. But I guess I have a lot of experience in contracts and dealings and shit. Especially being fished and scammed as much as I have been. But like
ex-wife again?
I wasn't even gonna go there, but
hold on, hold on. I started having a neck. I gotta get rid of my neck here.
Yeah, you gotta get. All right. So anyway, back I was married. But it's just like so like when, just for instance, like when Antarctic reached out to us about like our deal, you know.
Yeah.
I took a step back. I read it over. I shared it with Trent. I was like, hey, what do you think about this? I shared it with Liz. Hey, what do you think about this? I shared it with Luigi. Hey, what do you think about this? Mm-hmm. But I knew that I was working with a known entity that was able to produce stuff. But we still went and we did our due diligence and we did our research. We were completely transparent with everything that we did. And it's like, you know, you watch other people make these rookie mistakes. It's like, it's not like there's not other people out there that you can't contact and be like, hey, when you got your contract or you got something similar to this looked right to you. Because a lot of the times when you're signing NDAs, right before you sign that NDA, you actually get told like, hey, you can share this with whoever you're comfortable with or whoever you feel confident with to look it over and give you advice. But after this gets signed, you can't talk about it anymore. Mm-hmm. So kind of like with the things that I've gotten signed and I shared, it's like, okay, I shared it with like 3 people. That was Trent, Luigi, and Liz. That was it. And then I looked it over myself. Oh, actually, I shared it with my JAG office. But you still share this with like a close, you know.
Well, if you're doing business, like from Varian's perspective, he's doing business with like 5 or 6. I'm still not clear on exactly how many people were involved in this, but he's doing business with all these people. He should be showing this to them so they can look the terms of the deal over. They're his business partners in this venture. Like, okay, they're not incorporated as a business, but you know what I mean. And he went symbolic and muted. Maybe he's had too much to drink. He's vomiting everywhere. The booze is coming back up. The horn has gone through his webcam. It's terrible. I guess while we're waiting on him to get back, I'll just play some more video here.
Kind of leave that situation. Like
this whole thing is crazy.
Prove that he was also a victim of the scam, and also, unbeknownst to him, kind of a facilitator in it, because without him not looking over the stuff, none of this would have happened to these other guys. So it doesn't completely exonerate.
The guy in the bottom left, yeah, that's Matthew Fowler, who I don't know, but he's really rubbing me the wrong way, Tim. Like,
I'm sorry, had like 3 beers in.
Okay, hey man, I figured you started vomiting everywhere. Like,
no, I feel like 3 beers in. Like, oh god. Continue.
Yeah, Tim, this is Matthew Fowler right here. Like, this guy that we've been making fun of him all
stream. Show like 99 or whatever.
Oh, that guy?
Is that this guy? Because I've always wondered, like, is that who he is? It's like Psycho 99.
Yeah, I think I have that book. Can I do a review of it? Hold on, let me just find Matthew Fowler. It'll be quicker. Anyway, he totally stuck his head like into this whole thing.
Oh, it's Seicho 66. Retrographic.
Retrographic Books LLC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy. Okay. Well.
Is that this guy? Didn't he do like another thing where nobody got it?
That's what the suggestion in the chat is. Yeah.
Oh man, I can't comment, but he really needs to watch what he says. He's throwing rocks and glass houses, and he's just like, yeah.
Oh my
he's
gosh!
got,
Hold on. Here's the about page for Retrographics. Let me geez, I should just share the whole tab over here. Hold on, into the whole screen because I'm not showing anything. Let's see, share screen. Oh, I don't know if I can share just the audio if I do that. Never mind. We'll just share the tab then. But so here's the about page for them, right? There he is. And he appears to have a neck in this photo.
It's that guy. It's that guy.
So I don't know like any of what you guys are talking about, like drama stuff, and we're not going to talk about it here, but I feel good that I've been making fun of his lack of neck this whole time.
Oh man.
And is he like actually in real life or like in other interactions, like this whole rabid chihuahua thing? He's got like no teeth in his mouth. He's very angry and he just wants to bite people.
Oh man, I think he's the guy who did like a crowdfunding thing and then he didn't fulfill or whatever. That's what I remember him from. Yeah, Tim. He's actually the Psycho guy. That's him. That is him.
All right.
Him either.
Let's play
it's just this is what happened, guys. Let's all learn from this.
Right. I can tell you guys, I was asked to become a part of
this chat here. This Brian K. Morris. He's like one of the guys that had books, I think. The one that's got the comment on the screen right now that's making light of the situation.
Well, last week when I was
comic book publishers like this.
And he's also got like a YouTube channel. Like, dude,
those guys,
I had like my little
immediately and
notepad
politely
here.
declined
I had like
because
15 pages of notes that I scribbled
telling
down
you guys,
on
do
all
not
this
enter
stuff.
business
I have thrown them
relationships with
away. I
friends
never want to see
and
them
not
again.
with online acquaintances.
But I know
either.
who all these people are
really-
now, and I wish I didn't.
I really feel
I was
that
a
you guys
better
are
person
friends, but
before
I
I
mean,
knew
if you ask me
this.
to be a business partner with you, I don't think so. Now, if you ask me, hey, can we have our characters appear in the same book for 1 or 2 issues?
Oh, hey, that's relevant
different.
to
That's
you.
a collaboration, but a business
No,
partnership.
didn't you
not
recently
gonna do
have
it.
beef with somebody that
No, it makes
was going to
sense.
be in your book
I
and
mean,
then it
it
wasn't?
wasn't the crack pack.
Oh,
then,
no
you
one
know, you have
important.
them make you
Yeah.
Wow.
No one worth mentioning.
We have
I
another
still
guest
got to
joining
make a
us, guys.
Stickergate video, man.
Yeah.
I'll probably do
Like
that
me and
this week.
Figaro, we've
Just
got
let me know
a
when
contract in place that
It's
says
so
I sell
stupid.
books. I
It's
also
so
sell
true
his
stupid.
artwork on metal,
Like, hit
and
pause for
he'll
a
tell you
second.
straight up. We have a
Yeah.
Yeah, like that sticker thing is so stupid. Just when you actually eventually do that, make sure you highlight that I was exceptionally stupid dealing with that whole thing too. Because what my absolute response to that should have been nothing. That should have been like my response to the whole thing. But I got a little heated when he went after my business, which was like, okay, sure, whatever. I've dealt with that before. But he went after my military career, and that's kind of where I got fiery and salty.
Dude, they just added somebody to this.
Oh shit. Let's do it.
contract. I wrote the contract, but as
He wrote the
friend of
contract.
Anthony's,
What contract? Shut up. Nobody wants to hear you talk.
He
guy
doesn't.
left.
He feels
He
like he's
never
got
said
to get the
anything and
fuck
he
out of
left.
here. He doesn't want nothing to do with that. he's like, this shit's fake too. I'm out.
Hey, don't swear on stream, man.
Okay, maybe we
Like
don't have another
14-year-olds
guest.
might watch this. Quit swearing.
Those poor 12-and-a-half-year-olds.
Oh
on YouTube.
man, he'll bounce back. He's just got shitty reception. It was funny because we were talking, and like when he jumped into the stream, into our stream,
Like here's the thing. I don't know who like people are in this conversation. Like I barely know who they are based on how they look, but like Who's this guy in the bottom right with the comic book logo that has said like 2 sentences this entire time? Like, I have no idea who this is. Is this somebody that
No.
matters? Is he one of the people that got ripped off? What is he doing here? Why is he represented by that instead of showing a picture of himself? Because he's a brand. If he's one of the creators, he should have his face on the freaking camera so he can promote himself and become known. You know why I'm showing my webcam instead of just showing my logo? It's so people know I'm an actual human being because I'm addressing them as an actual human being and not some jerk that's just playing video games.
But aren't you just a jerk that plays video games?
Yes, but I can pretend otherwise.
That's completely fair. That's completely fair.
I mean, come on, I put on a Hawaiian shirt for this.
That's like high level white people shit.
Dude, I grew up in Hawaii. I wear Hawaiian shirts because I grew up in Hawaii because I was an army brat.
Oh, sure thing, white guy.
Yeah, sure.
Scream during that one where Matthew Fowler's talking to Varian. There's a point where like you don't
Where
hear
Matthew
anything
Fowler
from
goes
him, and
complete-
he's just like
hold on,
motherfucker, and
hold
like
on.
that was just like the one time his phone
Is
caught
this the guy who
reception.
was here and left?
Well, he's back now. Let's see what he
Yeah,
has to
so-
Yeah,
say.
now
yeah.
he's got a camera.
Yeah, you. So that's what I feel about
Beard
the
and
deal
hat
between
and
me
amber
Freeman.
glasses.
Why are you
Dude.
wearing a hat
That's
inside?
the thing.
Oh my God, he's in his house
No,
too. He's not like at a
think
bar or
that's-
something.
That's good.
What a
I just
douchebag.
came on because I think
Dude,
there are
take your
some
hat
nuance
off.
That's missing.
That goes for
I
you too,
like-
Mr. Ball
also,
Cap
it's
up
been
there.
my dream since, to really
Well,
be on stream.
guy at
with
top is
Kyle. I
balding.
know we were on the other night, but I
So?
was in front of
Wear
a
a dang hat.
McDonald's and my
Men
internet
go
was
bald.
cutting in and
Deal
out.
with it.
But
It's not a
I
sign of
still
anything
don't know
bad. It's a sign that you've become
necessarily,
venerable and you've
if-
leveled up.
who B2B is. You know what I
Right.
mean,
Nobody
That's
knows.
the mystery a little
Oh,
bit.
That's my,
somebody must have told Matthew Fowler
right,
that
that's
we're
my
like mocking
issue.
me
My
for his
issue
neck.
is
He's
also
hiding.
There are some issues with the dishonesty
Assholes.
on
That
various
black guy and the
parts,
other
because
dude.
again, I want to say the situation.
Oh,
the
no!
thing
Who's
that's-
this?
Again,
Another guy with no
we
neck.
were talking about the printing of the books, and it's like
Who is
I hear
this?
what you're saying, and I keep following your logic on everything. My only issue is that they were offering to pay for 50% of the printing on the 17.5, right?
With bad checks,
So
though.
they would
According
have-
to JoJo, that would have been with bad
Right.
checks.
More than likely.
Got you.
Right,
Like,
he would have paid.
So
Yo.
what I'm
So-
saying is okay.
So hit pause,
Right.
right?
So
So
what I'm saying-
if these guys are offering to print, right? They're offering to pay for printing. Again, you don't print until you get that first check.
Well, they didn't print in this particular case because this was for the
No,
expansion.
they did print. Like all the
Said-
creators printed.
No,
all the
they printed
creators
for the
printed.
2,000, but he's talking about like the expansion to 17,000 issues.
Well, either way, 2,000, 1,700, that middleman person should have paid for that first, at least paid half for that batch, or at least
Yeah,
paid that
yeah.
invoice in full. And that never happened. So where did that money go? If that ever came in.
This money never came in, I don't think, unless this is the money that the lawyer has. Oh my God.
Man.
What if this whole thing is a scam by the lawyer?
That's an angle we didn't think of.
Oh, no, I didn't think of that. I mean, I thought maybe the lawyer keeping like the money in escrow, like that could be a scam because he could just be sitting there collecting the interest on it or something and getting a few easy bucks that way. But, because it's not really an escrow account. It's just like some account he has. But
Mhm.
what if the lawyer who knows Varian is easy to grift, who knows Varian isn't going to look too closely at these contracts, just set up a bunch of fake email addresses, hired a couple of actors for like $50 from the local university to call Varian as a prank or something so that they don't know that there's something shady going on. And now the next thing you know, the lawyer's sitting back with like $5,000 that he spent 30 minutes working on.
Yeah.
That's called knowing your target. If he knows, because Varian said, like the lawyer he talked to for the contracts the second time around, after all this stuff had gone bad, was like his friend. What if his friend's not his friend?
But what if his friend's trying to scam him? I mean, you have shit like that in the black people world.
Oh,
The hood.
that stuff happens everywhere, all the time, to everybody. That's not a white people thing. It's not a black people thing. That's just like
No,
an evil
can't you
person
just let
thing.
me be racist for 5 minutes?
No, we're not racist on
Fine.
this stream. You can go be. I wanted to do this on your channel so you could be racist. But on my channel, we can't do that because I will get in trouble for you being racist. So we're not doing that here unless
That's
you
why
get
we're
drunk
doing
enough and
that
it's funny.
here. I was like,
All right, I'm going to hit play, and if they don't start saying something interesting, I'm going to fast forward for like 5 minutes until we hit
Okay.
something that looks like it's marginally fun. Because right now, I see like somebody who has something to say, a victim, a big question mark, 3 people with no necks.
and a hat. 2 hats.
What?
I'm
There's
gonna wear a
no
hat.
un-
I'm gonna wear a
Oh
hat.
my God.
I'm gonna wear
Oh
a hat.
my
I'm gonna
God.
wear a hat. Like, I'm gonna wear a hat.
Am I going to have to go get my hat out of my closet and come back over here?
See, there
I
we
got
go.
a nice fedora.
Everyone's got a hat now.
I've got a nice fedora I can put on, but I don't think I
I
can wear
have
it
a
over my
fedora
headset.
in the car I could go grab. But I'm not gonna.
Saying
No.
is that the
'Cause I
end
have a neck.
result of them clipping him for $3,500 was not the grift. It couldn't have been the grift.
That was
just
the grift.
collateral because a lot of
seems
things
small
fell
potatoes
apart.
to me,
That
too.
again, he couldn't. Well, that's what
$3,000
there's
is
no
not
way you
small
could
potatoes when
calculate
it's
that.
all you
You'd have.
have.
To be way for DHS and to calculate. all
Look,
of
3
that.
G's is a lot of fucking money.
Again,
I'm not gonna lie.
If Varian would have, because
$3 grand is 10 pages of a comic book.
If Varian would have
three
produced
grand
invoice
is
material
let's see,
from Spencer's,
30
we would have
pages for
footed the
me.
bill to print 2s and 3s at
You
the
shouldn't have
lower
said that. Now
quality
people
when
know
the
what you're paying.
17.5 fell apart.
You should have left it a mystery.
Right? We would have.
I don't
Well,
think
you're
we
deleting this anyway.
We would have printed 2s and
Well, I'm
3s.
planning
But
on it,
you
but what if
weren't
I
allowed
forget?
to
But-
Spencer's.
You know,
but
what if I
then-
leave it up as blackmail, unlisted?
But remember,
Oh,
you guys
right,
got
right.
you guys also got to keep in mind one. They got
$3 grand is
3,000
like
before
40.
that, so they're sitting at 55, right? The other thing is, the closer it comes to that deadline of you getting your checks, the less time they have to get for the deal to quote unquote pay. But
Shut up.
Oh,
Hold on. Hold on. The bulldog over here started
was
talking.
B2B around for that?
When did you start
About
yakking?
157 that fucked up the deal for whatever reason they make up. You're gonna want to pay more to get all those books back because you've already invested so much. It's just about increasing the money they can get from the mark.
Now here's
Okay,
my
here we go.
problem with this.
Yeah.
Is that he's
Who are
claiming
you?
B2B
Yeah.
now. We got all this shit. But a year ago, before this deal, he said he had a deal with Spencer's, but he couldn't get enough people together to get the books. So he had to walk away from it. So was B2B around for that? Where was his connection for that?
Terra Forma days or whatever the company?
I think it was around. I think it was.
Oh
around that
no,
time
no, no!
because
We're not
Anthony
going
was
back
still
to the
working
2
on
years old
Godsend.
company that flopped.
During
No,
the time.
no.
To answer Vicky
No.
Verse, who said, "Did anyone see an
Go in
email
there.
from this B2B to Varian about the UPC codes?" No, because
No.
Varian was supposed to be doing video chats with Spencer's execs that he later told us he wasn't going to because they were boring.
Correct.
And when we were like, "Well, how is this? How did we just go
So-
from 45 days that they missed to now 45 to 120?" He said, "Well,
He sent the UPC codes in.
he
sent
said
the
he said
UPC
that
Stop
that he
reading the
wasn't
chat,
going
bro.
because I'm sorry, I just saw him in the
Focus,
chat. So
bro.
Wait, Varian's in the chat?
Don't look at the chat.
yeah,
Don't look
Hey,
at
there's
the
Larry.
chat.
Larry's in the chat. You want to say hi?
Larry's in the
he
chat.
said that he
Yeah.
wasn't going to the meeting.
Hey
he
there,
was
Luke.
this and that, and he missed
Hail.
when they
Hail,
were talking
Matt.
about the UPCs that these need to be sent in.
Hey,
That's
Bullet.
where it's
Look
like
at this.
The
Larry's
funny
just
thing
saying hi
about
to
Larry is
everybody.
like,
Oh,
I hate
120,
Comicscape,
that's
and here you are
120.
doing like hail Matt. That's war camping shit.
Doja, did he submit any kind of documentation on like emails or something like that showing them talking about the
I
bad
know.
UPCs or anything like that? Because I don't know.
No,
That's
No, I
something
didn't
that
see
I
any
actually
documentation for
kind
that
of
one.
didn't think about.
I don't
So-
see Varian in the chat.
What
I don't
we've
know who
got
he is
though
right now.
is
Let me ask you this,
his
Joe.
money out of his PayPal directed
hey,
to
hey,
another
Larry,
company in the amount.
Mr.
that he
Higgins.
says,
Someplace,
hey,
right?
welcome.
Gotcha. But who's the other company?
well, that's
right?
exactly
you don't know
what
who
we're.
the other company is.
That's
We're
what
gonna
we're,
follow
that's
that
what
money.
they're trying
I
to find out.
understand. Got you. So, got you. I think that was my whole thing is listen, part of this too was, and I'm gonna throw this out here. He is on the hook for the suit from JD Rosario, and I'm gonna tell you why. by the way. Because he told us, bro. Look, bro. He told us up there to meet these people to sign a contract, right? Later on, he
Right.
said That's not
Hey,
what they
Russian
said.
bot. Thanks for popping
Randy
into the
said
stream.
that. I
I
didn't
appreciate
say
you
that.
being here.
Randy
Yeah,
said
Vet
point blank, that dude told me
Oh,
that.
he
The
got
problem
blocked.
with
Who
a
did
lot
that?
of this
Did
shit,
you do
man,
that?
is that B2B, no
Not
B2B,
me.
whatever the
Weird.
case may be. The problem is that your
Okay, so
boy
he's getting
was
sued. Why are
severely
you still
dishonest
talking?
with us in a lot of areas, bro. And that's
Right.
really why it took us a minute to clock.
Ugh. He was dishonest with you all like 3 years ago in the whole Terraform Comics fiasco thing where that company imploded and never did anything. Why are
We
you
don't
all
even know
doing
what the
business
hell
with him?
happened with. What the hell happened with Terraform Comics?
Nobody, I can't find anybody that will say. Their website redirects to some other company now. Continuum Comics or something like that, I think. So I have no idea. I'm not going through like live streams from 2 years ago to figure this one out. That's ancient history. But like Tyler on his stream was like, this was a fiasco and a disaster, and it completely imploded. And all the same people were involved in that are involved in this. Why would you keep doing business with each other when every time you do it, it's a disaster?
Because maybe this time it'll actually work out.
No, this
maybe,
is not
maybe,
socialism.
Maybe
keep
this
saying that.
Look, maybe this exact time socialism will work.
Pocket because it was like,
Okay,
yeah,
he's still,
seriously, like,
take
I
your
don't
hat off
understand why.
and take the amber
So
tinted
even if
glasses
you
You know
guys
off.
what
had
I'm
to
You are not an
Oh
auteur
wait, here's
writer.
Varian. Here's Varian. I can dig up that email if you want. I'm
Oh,
happy to provide Dojo
where was
with
that?
information.
Where was that in the chat? I did not see that. And I scrolled way up there. I can dig up. Dude, why don't you just turn over your entire email account to this guy already? Like, I said this in my video towards the end of it. I'm like, Varian, you shouldn't be talking about any of this stuff in public where somebody who's not involved can find information. I should know nothing about this. Dojo-kun shouldn't know anything about this. Matthew Fowler
know anything about
over
this.
there. Like the only
at the
people
end
who
of the
should
day,
know
like,
about this are the ones that are involved in it.
exactly. And this is kind of like the problem I have with indie comics as a whole, right? They take shit that should be private and they make it public, which makes it hard to work with anybody because I'm sorry to say it, people don't know how to shut the fuck up in color. At the end of the day, just shut the fuck up in color. Not everybody needs to know everything that's going on with you. If you had a bad business deal, like, hey, it was a bad business deal, shut the fuck up and move on. Not everybody needs to know what exactly happened unless it costs people money.
Oh, man. I don't know if you can actually read the chat comments on the stream there because I'm only at 720p.
Oh,
But there's some, there's some vicious stuff being said here. And this is like 15 minutes in the future from the video right now. Varian has 24 hours to whip up a story to cover the next series of excuses, says Aldous on the farm, just off Orwell Lane. It's like a 2-parter season finale. Oh. Damn. And somebody's shilling a crowd fund. That's very tasteful when we're talking about a scam, or maybe this is a crowd fund for the people that got scammed. I don't know. I'm not following that link. I don't care. I don't care.
Good job, threadjacking.
Hey, Wolfpack Comics Company. That's one of the companies that's on the website for Liberty Entertainment. Wolfpack. I remember that name. So he's involved with this somehow because he's.
They're on Indiegogo.
Yeah, the campaign. You need the link? I can drop it in the chat for you.
Yeah, because maybe we might find at Shocker Comics.
There's the link that Amanda B dropped right there. Just dropped it in the chat for you. You should be able to see it.
The first batch.
Okay.
It's like the thing is intentional, but it's no the receipts on it for the invoice. Can I see the invoice? Right? He tells him, yeah, you can see the invoice. If there's no fucking invoice, then why don't you just point blank say there's no invoice, bro? You understand what I'm saying? Like it's this intentional, but it's lying in specific spots that it's like, well, you're lying almost like you're trying to cover up that B2B shady. You understand what I'm saying? Like, well,
you understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Hey,
you talking to me?
The other one is.
Are you calling me a hero? Are you calling me a sandwich?
Which no one is.
Fowler ain't got like no fucking room to talk.
The other thing is that two more things. One thing is those stands that they paid for.
Should I know what Fowler did? Like, should I know this? Because I don't know this.
Oh, you
never know.
should.
It's the first
I'll talk to you
This
about
the
it
first
off
time
stream.
I ever heard
Okay.
that they got destroyed. I never heard this one.
No,
This the
you
first
know what?
time I heard
You know
that.
what though, Anthony? We don't think they were ever created.
Right.
But
The
this
money
is
was
okay. So
B2B
again,
got the 2K.
okay,
B2B got the 2K
they're talking
and
about
the
the
art file,
standees.
and they didn't.
More
deleted the
interestingly,
art file.
no,
kept the 2K.
Randy
I don't
Siphon
think-
here,
I don't think that's
who's like
correct.
20 minutes in the
JD
future,
Calderon in the
says,
chat
is this whole thing an
made sure
elaborate
this is
grift to
correct.
promote an
I'm pretty
Indiegogo
sure
campaign?
Varian got those printed and shipped them. To
Ah!
Spencer. If I'm wrong about that,
so,
let me know, because Varian was supposed to have one in his hand. He told
Bravo.
us he had one.
Sumo
Well, he
Thori
told
follows
you
that up by
that, yeah.
saying
So
this was
again,
the
that
best
doesn't mean he
viral
did.
marketing for an
So my-
Indiegogo
my-
campaign
my-
ever.
my-
The chat
okay,
was
so
the grift
again,
all along.
again, now you're
Mhm.
more into the shit where it's like you're directly lying to us about how shady B2B is. You understand what I'm saying?
Variant
Yeah,
probably
that's what I
didn't
said,
know how
Anthony, in my
shady
presentation. I
B2B
said that
was.
he is guilty of negligent
I think
misrepresentation
he
by
figured
not
it out too
by
late.
not
And by
Yeah.
the time he
dealing
figured
with
it
you
out
guys
too late, it was
honestly.
like, fuck.
So how do we?
Yeah,
find
he
out,
was on.
Dojo,
He was
who
the
B2B
worm on the hook at that
is,
point.
Who is
He's the one
finding
squirming.
him, or how? You know what I'm saying? Like he.
Yeah. So
Here's the-
by disputing the charge, he can have his credit card company follow that money. What account was that money sent to? They can check their ACH overnight batch.
Yes, they can do that. You know who else could do that? His lawyer could subpoena PayPal because they paid the money via PayPal, and they could say, hey, who got the funds out of this account? We're preparing a lawsuit. You just send a demand letter to PayPal, and they will give you the information for your lawsuit, because otherwise you'll be filing a subpoena the next day to get the information. Various
Yep.
lawyer can find this out. You don't need to even do a chargeback or anything at the bank, which it went through PayPal, so I'm not sure how that's going to happen. At least they said earlier it went through PayPal.
It just tickles me. How stupid comics can get
Oh my
when you don't
God.
have any fucking business sense. From
Oh,
a guy that
Vicky's-
doesn't have any business sense.
Vicky's DMing Randy Zimmerman on Twitter. Oh man, I hope nobody DMs me during this.
And they can find out what
shit.
account the money was sent to.
Also, Point
and
Man
then
Comics
we can follow that money by
retweeted,
contacting the
and it's like,
financial
can someone just
institution
summarize
that
what the
collected it.
bleep happened
So
for
it's
this
up to
for the
Varian
stream
to
we're doing
provide
right now?
Proof he actually paid those fines.
Which he did.
Well, he did.
Sure.
He
I
sent
don't
it
think
to,
there's
he
any
sent it to
summarization.
Dojo.
I've seen the
Someone
statement,
got scammed. That's
So
the
what do we
credit
summary.
do?
card statement.
Why did anyone ship
Track
anything without an
that
invoice?
further? Does that have
Why
to
did
be
you ship
submitted
something
to
without
the
a bill of
Spencer
lading?
dude, or
If there's
No,
no
that's
bill
not
of
the
lading,
Spencer.
it didn't
Um,
happen.
He needs to talk to his
Bingo.
credit card company and have them pursue where did the money go, because Spencer's
Oh,
won't be able to
Varian.
answer that question.
Yeah, it's gonna have to go through
This
them.
is-
And I used to
this
work
is-
in banking for 5 years. You have to, you can digitally track what account it went to, where that account's held, and they
Shut up!
Seriously, just shut the fuck up.
Just shut up! Person in the middle. What's his name? Phoenix Animations. Just shut up! Nobody cares that you were a bank teller. Nobody cares. That's like me if I had said, oh yeah, I'm a big publishing expert based on my one summer working at the bookstore. All I know is how receiving works and how ordering works and how invoicing works, because those are things I was tasked with when I was not cleaning out the book storage in the basement or unpacking books and cleaning the books up. But I'm not an expert in publishing. I know a little bit about how things are priced. Like you've seen me do like the price calculations for nobody's making money selling this book. And then I break it down because at each stage of the distribution, half the money vanishes. So by the time you get down to the person who made the book, they're making 50 cents a copy if they're lucky. Oh God. See, I know that because I used to order the books. So I know how the price scale works because my boss talked to me about all this crap. Ah.
What is it? Pointless side quest. I know elizibar. What elizibar looks like now.
Hey, John Markley. Welcome.
Hey,
to
what's
the
up,
party.
John?
I have been on camera many times. So if you'd ever been to my YouTube before now, you probably would have had a fair chance of seeing me, or at least my hands. My hands are on camera like every other day. They're very
Mostly when
spectacular.
Elizibar's on camera, he's on a couch for casting.
You're not supposed to talk about those videos. Those are my OnlyFans. And I don't promote that on YouTube because it's against
For
terms
Only
of service.
Bros? Wasn't that the Only Bros?
Shh.
Sorry, my bad.
Whoop. Oh, Lord, I accidentally made the window bigger. I didn't mean to do that.
do all that because most of these accounts,
Shut up!
especially with PayPal, they're linked to bank accounts or
Who's Bros? Who's Mo Biggs accusing here? Bros with an E, so it's a person's name. It's not just like bro in the general concept of multiple bros. Your science is incriminating you. Who are you? Is Bros somebody named Ambrose?
for credit, and
It
their
might be a
debit cards
typo.
and stuff. So like these,
This guy needs to shut
instance,
up.
Deputy was in.
StreamYard, so I can't bring
That's
him
fine.
on.
I can leave. I can leave.
Yeah,
Secondly,
please.
I'm
So the
checking
other
the
issue-
email.
Oh,
He
God,
said
no,
on
no,
the
he's gonna
Please,
leave
the
it.
guy
Wait,
didn't
somebody
say
else said?
anything
have a
worth-
look at
worth
the email.
listening to.
So let me see.
The other issue you got is that Randy Zimmerman, who's in the chats, and I'm sure he can repeat this as well, says he was there when they wrapped the books. He said when because Varian showed his pictures, he said those books never left. They're in the same place they were when he wrapped them.
Oh shit, that's a
So
fucking
Randy
development
Zimmerman,
right
who
there.
was there and saw him, is telling us those
Because
books
some
never-
shit
they
traveled
never left
from
the spot
Michigan
they
to
were.
New Jersey, and then sat in New Jersey, and then traveled back to Michigan. It'd be dinged up. It'd be a little different than.
Same spot. They were in the same.
Nah, okay,
But
that's
it-
good.
But
Right there.
wait,
Not necessarily, because
Yeah,
if they were
right.
wrapped,
So
if
like
they
I
were
said, I
wrapped
don't
and
think it
packed
ever
on a
went to New
pallet,
Jersey.
The New Jersey
Now-
that pallet never got
always been
touched.
Michigan all week. Is that they never left Michigan? That's been the
So
consensus.
but what Anthony's trying to say is that it never left his storage unit at all. Now,
right.
I do.
This is a wild accusation.
I want to say, like, I hear that, you know. The only counter, and then mind you, this is just
I got
because
you.
I
Devil's
asked the
advocate.
question.
It
I
certainly
asked
explains
the
why there's no
question.
bill of
Because
lading.
You brought that up to me, and so when I was talking to these guys, I was asking them those questions. Apparently, the
And nobody here is addressing like the one weird thing, the one really, really, really weird thing that
Which
came out of
one
the
weird
shipping
thing?
story.
They're all weird. The whole fucking thing is weird.
No, this one's even weirder. One of the people, like one of the 7 people involved in this thing, it might have been Randy Zimmerman. I don't know. It wasn't Varian, but somebody that was one of the creator types was at the storage unit when the books were picked up. Except that person got sick and left as the truck arrived.
No, that was Varian.
Was it Varian? I thought it was.
That was
like,
Varian.
one of
That
the
was
other
Varian.
people.
That was Varian who was at the storage unit waiting for the truck to pick up shit.
Oh my
And then
god!
he got sick, and then he left. The thing opened, something. It was a long ass live stream.
Oh my god! Yeah, it was. All these live streams where people are talking about this stuff prior to this. Bros with an E is short for Broseph. Oh man, you know, Broseph Stalin is one of the greatest political philosophers of all time. He has some great statements like, man is the source of all problems. No man, no problem. You know, big hero of mine, John, just so you know. Also like Brosephiroth. He's a pretty cool guy, although he's a little murderous. You know, he kills some lady. Kind of weird.
But he was all about the environment, though, so.
He was. You know, got to
He
save the
was.
world. Oh my god,
Yeah.
so Varian was the one who left.
Yes.
See, somehow I missed like that when I was watching that particular stream.
That's
because
the
there was
part
just
like
so
I caught.
much.
So I caught that part, and that's where I was like, okay, it's Varian that's the fucking the grifter and all this, but couldn't really figure out where the fucking grift was.
Yeah.
But I'm with everybody here in that this whole B2B middleman was the grifter, and
It's his lawyer.
I'm just gonna say it. I think Varian was just too fucking stupid to realize he was getting fucking played and went along with it. And then the moment he realized he got played, he was like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
And didn't say anything to anybody, and was kind of hoping it would all just go away.
Oh my god. So
But
here's what
again,
happened.
this is what happens when you open you get on YouTube live streams and you open your personal fucking shit up.
Yeah. Oh my god. Here's what I think happened. Varian got grifted by somebody he knows. Maybe it's the lawyer, maybe not. I don't know. But he got grifted by somebody he knows that could set him up and is local to him. Because, as somebody else said, and if those books are right back in the same spot, in the same place, and they're not
Mhm.
dinged up, odds are they didn't travel that far. They probably just
That's also true.
wheeled it to another storage unit in the same freaking storage lot. And then they sat in that unit for 3 months. Varian got billed $4,000, and then they put it back in Varian's unit when they shipped him back to him. Maybe they got to put him on a truck, drove the truck out of the storage lot, came back in just to put on a show for Varian if he was there to receive it, if Randy Zimmerman was, or whoever one of these people was there. And then they
True.
billed him for that too.
Yep.
Oh my
Fuck.
god. This is what I think happened now. Listen to all of this stuff from all these people. I think B2B is just somebody Varian knows. Or maybe not even somebody Varian knows. Somebody that knows Varian. You know what I mean? Like Varian might
Mhm.
be acquainted with him, but it's somebody that's like hung around the periphery of the circles and has gathered enough intel that they know how Varian's going to react to things, and they customized a grift for him because he's vulnerable. He's a very vulnerable person. You watched part of like that stream I linked you to,
Yeah,
so
and
you've seen his mannerisms and stuff. Like he's being pretty honest, and he's forgetting basic things while he's talking. He's having trouble recollecting simple words, phrases, and it's not that he's lying because he's looking to his right. Usually, when people do the eye motion to the right, they're recollecting, as opposed to the left when they're outright lying.
True. So what I think it might be somebody who's taking advantage of, like, of his God, I hate to exploit medical shit, but like his little seizure thing that he's got going on. It's not Bullet Ninja Heckle Man. But yeah, it's a long con. So I think someone's just exploiting, Varian's vulnerabilities. If Varian, I hate to say this, dude, if you have multiple seizures and it's causing you memory loss to this degree, you should not be in charge of any sort of fucking business venture.
His wife should be running his
Whatsoever.
business. Oh no. You know where my brain just went? Probably where yours went. It's the worst possible thing. His wife's doing it to him. Oh, I'm not going to accept that, Brian. I'm not accepting that one. But man, I wish my brain hadn't
I'm
gone
putting
there.
it on my little list. But if you have that, if you're having multiple mini strokes, right, like that, and it's causing you memory loss, hospitalization, to make you sick, that you can't physically work, you really shouldn't be the person in charge of shit at the end of the day. Or you should at least have a secretary or an assistant that knows what the fuck is going on, so when you go into a coma or whatever, they can relate, like, hey, look, this is the shit that went down, and this is what we did to mitigate the shit, and this is how we handled it.
Yeah.
I really hate to say it this way, but I don't think Varian was mentally capable of handling a deal like this. And it's very, very obvious from that live stream that he did. It's like, you're a mark. You're an absolute fucking mark, and you shouldn't be the face of anything. It's fucked up, but
I'm right. No, you're right. It's messed up, and he is. He absolutely is. Like, he is on that little video. He is just exuding vulnerability. Everything about him. Like, I've had people lie to me and stuff, and it's usually fairly obvious when people are just like cold-blooded lying to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, in short term, they can get away with it, but over the course of like months, you're not going to get away with it. And to sustain it for multiple, like an hour and a half or 2 hours or how long that video went, and keep the mannerisms consistent while lying is pretty hard. Because I watched that, I can't believe I watched that video like 3 times, Brian. It's your fault. It's your fault.
I'm paying you back for Nina and Ariel.
Hey, speaking of Nina and Ariel. I couldn't help but notice that that book still hasn't shipped. I don't know if you've noticed that, Mr. Brian.
Oh, I've noticed. I've been waiting on that fucking book for 3 fucking years.
But the campaign still has not shipped. Apparently, Indiegogo uses cookies. That's nice. And let's see some comments here.
If you scroll down, you'll see like a comment from one of my favorite people. Name is Maury. Scroll back up.
Oh yeah, I saw Maury right there.
Yeah. There's my boy, Mad Maury. I love Mad Maury. So I know if Maury's mad, like this isn't like Red Rooster levels of fucking league now.
I don't understand how this book hasn't come out yet, because the book's done.
You're the one that put me on this.
The book is done. I have the Kickstarter edition of this thing 2 years ago.
Yeah, that must be nice. I don't have shit.
And all he was doing was adding, like, what's the say?
5 pages.
Plus 3 pages.
5.
Plus 3 pages and extras.
5. Ended up being 5. 5 extra fucking pages. Shit like this is why I don't do Indiegogos or Kickstarters. Fuck.
Oh my lord. Oh God. All right, let's get back to the grift. We got to get
yeah.
through this. We got to get through this. I have work in the morning. I can't be
No,
here
tomorrow's a
making.
holiday.
Yeah, maybe for you. I don't
Oh,
get
fine.
holidays.
Storage unit is a
You should
10
be black.
machine
Get holidays for all of February.
in it. So
I should
there's
work for
not
somebody that
much
gets
free
more money
space
from
for
the government
pallets
directly,
to
so I
go
get all the
into.
bank holidays
Now, I don't
off.
know if that's true or not. Like he didn't send me
Like I
pictures,
said,
but if that's right, I'm gonna because
It's okay.
I work puts out he's on for me.
Oh, your card. Always-
Hold
they
on.
can't-
Hold on. Somebody that actually knows
Go
who's
back, go back.
talking.
Find out
that.
what account are we talking about here? And
God,
yeah,
no!
unfortunately, it falls
no!
to Varian to talk to his credit card company, and he could just claim
Right.
they never got back to me. They're telling me that they can't find it. There's all sorts of ways he can come back and kick that can down the road, like Anthony always says.
Right, I agree.
So
but
we've
So
got
I'm
to
not,
pursue.
yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, Phoenix, at all. What I'm saying is
no, I know.
there's still,
Who
there's
are
still
you?
much more to this saga that needs to be.
No,
Will
trust
be-
me, I
Why are you wearing
totally
Amber
agree
Lynn's
that if
glasses
he
indoors?
wasn't as deceptive as he was, this would have
This
never
dude thinks
gotten
he's
this
like-
far. Not even close.
I just don't know. I guess my question.
he thinks
to you
he's,
would have been,
like out
that
of
I
like a
don't
writer
understand.
out of the
You're in
70s,
an
man. He's
account.
done
You
like 7
signed
lines
an
of
NDA with
cocaine or
Spencer's.
something, and he does the only thing he
Tell
drinks is
Have
like
us sign an
cheap
Dossier.
whiskey.
Why wouldn't you just
You
have
know?
us sign an NDA with B2B as well? Why does
He thinks he's
B2B have
Stephen
to be
King.
it?
Like
That's my issue.
that.
Why
Like
do they
that's
have
what
to
he's
be
going
given
for
away?
here. Like I'm wearing these amber
Maybe
glasses.
because he wants
I'm
you
wearing
to
a
think
hat
that he's
inside. Look
got
how
this
cool
cool
I
deal
am.
with Spencer's
I
that
just
his
like
company's
drank a
bigger than what it
speedball,
is.
which
Then
you're
again,
supposed to
then
shoot
again,
up.
but
You
this
know,
is the
like
problem. The problem is
he's
he
just
pulls us.
being
He
weird,
pulls
man.
Randy and he pulls JD in on this.
Wear
The
clear
ground
glasses inside, bro.
Randy's a part of Indie Gold.
Unless you're
I
hiding
wear,
your dark circles.
Randy's a part.
I wear like
When I get in there,
clear
I'm looking at
glasses,
JD. I'm looking at Randy. I'm not necessarily looking at Varian.
slightly tinted.
I don't think Varian's
Right.
all,
Slightly
but I'm
tinted,
looking
just
at
to
Randy and
block
I'm
the
looking
blue
at JD,
light.
and I'm like, okay, cool. I got you.
Yeah, I
You
thought
know, can I do? Can
when
I
I
put a
was
book up for this? Sure. Fuck, I'd like to
shopping
be
for
a
glasses. I
part of
didn't
it as
actually
well.
buy any, but
My whole thing is
I
that
was
the thing when
like
you
looking
start
at some of the
saying he
options
wants
now. They
to
got
look
like
bigger
UV
than he
coatings
is,
and stuff,
to
which are
me,
pretty cool.
we all think
They're
that the grift
They're
is
still
about some kind of
transparent, but they
dollars
block
and
like
things
some of the
that.
bluish
That's what
light.
this whole thing is
So
about that. Making me,
But
that's
fine.
definitely
I mean,
cool.
the money.
Maybe he
he's-
was trying to put a new.
I'm a
coating
little
veneer
jelly.
on his
These are
burnt
old
out
glasses.
crown
I've had
so
these
he
things
could
for
get more
like, I
people
don't
to
know,
come in.
7 years now. It's probably
You
time
know
to get
what
a new
I'm saying?
script
Like, that's
anyway.
part of- that's part of- you know what I mean? Like maybe that's
What was
My
that called,
vision's
Matthew?
going slightly, so I bought like plus one.
Oh, Techman.
Yeah.
Right.
They do help hide my
As
dark
far as-
circles
I-
because,
I-
man, I look like an
Randy
owl or
Zimmerman-
something. You know, there's
Randy
like a
Zimmerman
clear
was the
circle
first
around my
coat
eyes
of
at all
paint on his
times.
protector,
Woohoo.
right?
Right.
And anybody who knows about this situation will tell you that.
Yeah, anybody who knows about this situation will tell you about that.
Randy
Right.
does.
Yeah,
And
Randy
he's
knows.
Randy's
Randy knows.
reputation.
Yeah.
That's
Who the
what
fuck is
Randy
Randy?
does.
Now,
owner of
that
Arrow
could-
Comics.
Randy
He's
Zimmerman.
run Arrow Comics for a number of years.
He's
correct?
Varian's friend. They
Correct.
did business
He helped
together
found it.
for
Guys,
the
let's hurry
Indie
up.
Vault
We're getting very
website.
on. It's cold and gas ain't cheap.
You know what I'm saying? The dude's been around, bro.
Right.
Hey guys, I've been told by a number of people to send him the link. Do we want to bring Varian on?
No, no.
Yeah.
If he,
No,
if he
don't
can
make a
handle
public
it, he
spectacle
had
of
a
him.
stroke. If he can handle it.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute if he comes on and let him say his piece. I feel like I shouted him down enough this
Yeah.
week. And
You
Yeah,
came
that's
on,
right.
you
You
were all
just
like,
need to shut the fuck
if he
up.
wants to talk, I'll hang back and kind of listen, man.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's
find
fair.
him in my
dude, please don't bring Varian on.
DMs here.
He's gonna bring Varian on. This should be a fucking clusterfuck. I'm
The only
for
thing,
this.
yeah,
I
the
mean,
only
just
thing
like
that I
once
could
it
say
goes-
is
I'm
the only
for
thing I
this.
could say is he's
Return
paying the money.
you know, for the
He's paying the money back to these people. So that's
Yeah,
the only kind of thing that makes like that's the question. Is like he's
Well, what's
paying
he
the money
gonna do?
back.
What's he gonna do? Not pay back Randy Zimmerman, who just got out of a COVID coma?
Right.
No, that was
but
Luke.
like let's just say
That was
you are
Luke.
the grift. Like you're
Luke
not
was the one
giving
in the
that.
coma,
You know what I
not
mean? You're not
Randy.
giving that back.
But you can't, right?
'Cause there's that whole
And again,
separate
I'm
drama
just
about
like you,
Luke's
bro. I'm
charity
playing devil's
money.
advocate because, again,
Which
Yeah,
involves
I'm,
all
I'm,
the
I'm
same
just trying to
six
play
people.
both sides because
well, look,
it's
unfortunately,
It's
questionable.
such a fucking clusterfuck.
This is an episode of
Right, so
Seinfeld,
where,
Brian.
again, if you
It's an
wouldn't have
episode
been
of
I've never
Seinfeld.
watched
saying
Seinfeld. Seinfeld was
he wouldn't have been
stupid.
deceptive, then
It didn't make any
he
sense.
would've
It
been
was like it was a
deceptive,
show about
therefore he's
nothing.
been deceptive.
100%.
Exactly.
So there's nothing we
Just
can
like
believe as far as
this.
that goes. So we sit
This
there
is
and
an
play
episode of
devil's advocate,
Seinfeld.
we don't
I
know.
don't know who's Kramer
Because
yet,
Right.
but once I figure out who's Kramer, it's going to be a lot funnier. here.
able to lie about that? Fuck, why is he not able to lie about this? Why is he not able to lie about that? So it puts us in a situation. My devil's advocate is that, okay, gotcha. Maybe the grift was to get these people together, get the buzz that there's this deal going on, right?
Okay.
But then the deal falls through. No big deal, guys. Guess what? I'll land another one. In the meantime, we'll get some more people on board, tell everybody about how great this was and it could have been. But you know what? Spencer's in the paper shortage, man. Damn it, we almost had it, bro. But man, I landed that guy, right?
Let me
On the other
Let me
guy,
ask real quick.
Except that's not what
shouted
happened.
about some kind of Spencer shit he had in the works like over a
Oh, what?
year
You're scared
ago.
of showing
So-
yourself now, Matt?
JD
Like,
Calderon is telling me that was Hot Topic.
Oh,
I think he
okay.
only heard about
Never
us
mind, that's
mocking
something
his name.
Dojo.
sorry, these idiots were all talking while you're talking. What?
I think he finally heard about us talking about his neck.
Probably. Oh my God. Okay, so apparently they've just told us. So somebody earlier was like, "Oh, there was another deal with Spencer's like a year ago." Apparently, no, that's not true. It was a deal with Hot Topic like a year ago. Oh my God, where are you going to put comic books in Hot Topic, dude? There's like this much counter space that's not claimed by cheap stuff already. There's no room.
But hear me out. Hot Topic used to carry Johnny the Homicidal Maniac back in the
Yeah,
day.
and Hot Topic used to carry video game soundtrack CDs
And
that they don't
Hot Topic,
anymore.
yeah, and Hot Topic actually used to be good.
Mm-hmm. Just like Spencer's Gifts. Oh. All right. I'm gonna just kind of skip ahead a little bit and see if
Sure.
Varian shows up. And after a few minutes, if he hasn't showed up, we'll start playing it again. Because I don't think these people are going to say anything unless Varian happens to show up magically.
No, they're saying stuff. It's just not anything relevant. Or they're just saying the same shit over and over and
the
over again.
PayPal. Oh my God.
So
Oh, he's here.
no,
He's
he
here.
did.
we're going to get from this, but let's.
Oh my God. All right. I'm going to pause here, Brian. I'm going to go get me something else to drink because I have drunk my tea. I have drunk the dang Diet Pepsi I was drinking. I need another drink. I'm doing a lot of talking. So you got to entertain the chat for like 2 minutes. Okay.
Christ, man. All right, chat. So, what should I do? All right. So, one of the things we used to do in the military to pass the time is we used to take like these canned airs and we used to huff it. So I was like the huffing champion for 2019 or not 2019, 2010. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to take this full can of canned air and I'm going to huff it as such. You hear it live. I didn't have air. Oh God, the taste. Oh God, the taste. Oh God. Oh God, that was fucking gross. Oh God, maybe I got a. Oh, all right. Never put your mouth on canned air. Oh God, that's disgusting. Oh, I'm gonna have to lick this bottle. Oh God, that's gross. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why? Oh wait, I got something. Maybe this will work. Mexican candy always works out. Oh God. Oh. Oh God. I'm gonna die. I just poisoned myself, guys. Oh, all right. I think this worked out. So, once again, the lesson we learn here at the end of the day, if you're going to be like the lead on any project, to just make sure to read over your contract, that you have trusted parties to look stuff over. And if anybody tells you that you have to pay a fee, oh God. Okay, now my mouth is better. If anyone tells you have to pay a fee to get published or anything, that's a scam. Or if it's not a scam, know that's your first red flag. If we're going to do publishing or distribution or anything like that, you shouldn't be paying any fees. Oh God, I think I had to stir by. Sorry, I shouldn't be eating on stream. That's rude. But anyway, the point being, I'm more aroused than entertained. I can't click on comments. This is like Damn you, elizibar. But you absolutely should really read your contracts, know what it is that you're getting into, have multiple people look shit over. I have 2 major contracts that I signed in the previous years, and one of the key things is I got it. Oh, ladies. Gross. Oh, no one clip that. No one clip that. I'm going to hell. Oh, I have 2 forks in my room. That's new. Anyway, point of the matter is, you got to read over contracts. You got to know exactly what it is that you're getting into. If you are the lead, you have a distribution company and you don't know how to read contracts, it's a red flag. This is kind of why, as indie comic creators, what we got to do our due diligence. And I always tell people, don't ever put all your eggs in one basket. Learn how to do each and every step of the process prior to doing anything, right? You got to learn how to print. You got to learn how to ship. You got to learn how to build the PDFs. You got to learn how to do the printer proofs. You got to learn how to build logos. You got to learn how to do bubbles. You got to learn how to do everything before you commit to other people. You gotta like and retweet the thing. Fuck Brian. I think you wanted virtual street cred more than actual having any idea that what he was getting to. Look, at the end of the day, it's still, if you're going to do business with anybody or anyone or anything, having the street cred is cool, right? But having the street cred's cool, but if you don't have any idea what the fuck you're doing, you're gonna lose that street cred real quick, right? You can have street cred all fucking day, but if you're, I'm just gonna say this plainly, you can have street cred, but if you're the nigga that always fucking around with people's money, absolutely, that shit's you're gonna be known as you're just gonna be that nigga that loses people money. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you, right? That's just being real, right? If you're the motherfucker that, hey, I worked with this I worked with this cat before, but hey, you always gotta watch out for him because he's always late on shit. That is what people are always gonna remember. Yeah, if he came through, those guys he would have been the big dog. But what he didn't do is he didn't ask the right questions at the right time. For me, hey, why do I have to sign this? Why is this contract getting signed so quick? Where's the rest of this contract? When are we going to get paid? When can I get my people paying? This is the cost. Why do I have to pay you money for anything, right? But was he smart enough to know this? I don't think he was, and I more than likely it was due to the ailment that he has. I'll just say it that way. So just not going too deep. It was more likely due to the ailment that he had. But me, if someone says hey, Brian, I want to print your book, oh yeah, sure. Can do. Here's gonna be the cost for it. Well, I want you to pay me $300 and then I want you to give me 9,000 copies of your book. I would tell him to fucking kick rocks. Right? Oh, it wasn't the lack of contracts. He had a contract, but not everybody saw it. So if I'm doing a contract with anybody, this thing, me and Liz, I'm bringing elizibar on this contract. I'm gonna show that fucking contract to elizibar because everybody needs to be in the fucking know. And this is where I would have had the red flag. Hey, do you want to be on this deal? Yeah, sure. Let me see the contract. Oh wait, there's nowhere for me to sign. Yeah, I'll let y'all do the test run and then I'll go sign for it. And that was kind of another thing too. There was no test run for any of this whatsoever. And that really bugged me, but I can understand how some people yeah, there really shouldn't have been a test run for just printing and shipping comics. Absolutely not. So at the end of the day, it's fuck Brian, keep calling. I love Twitter. But it's at the end of the day, you just gotta know what to look for as a creator. And if you're not doing each step of the process yourself, or at least haven't done it yourself, you're not gonna know what to look for. You're not gonna know how you got scammed, right? So one of the best examples I like to say is go and buy a car just once. Once you buy that car, you'll know all the tricks of the trade when someone is trying to actively sell you a car you don't want. So that's all I have. I'm gonna be right back to Mr. Dr. Elizibar, Professor of the Third, and these
Great.
beers.
I grabbed a hat so I'd fit in with the stream.
Oh, I should grab a hat too. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I just grabbed a ball cap I had. Yeah. So Variant's about to show up on this stream, so we will not like advance. Oh, you know what? It's getting kind of warm in here, so I am actually I'm gonna drop out of here for just a second. I'm gonna open my window here because you don't need to have like my butt like covering the camera up. I'm not like one of these guys that's just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to just kind of lay down in my chair and go to sleep on camera. I mean, I'm kind of being weird enough like with this lean I'm doing here. It's the lean, baby. So I'll be right back. All right, now we are back. See, I'm totally wearing a hat. I've learned from this other stream. You know, if you're some white dude, you got to wear a ball cap. See this dude here in the top corner? He's like right here for me, but for you, he's over here. Wearing a ball cap. So I grabbed one. I'm guessing Brian is getting his nicer hat so he can be like the guy in the bottom right corner. What goes on here? Oh, hey, we're just Oh my God, you really hit him with that. You are great, and I like it. Keep up the good work. What goes on here? We're I did a video about this drama with Liberty Entertainment Distribution, Variant Grant, all that stuff, and we're watching this other stream about it, which is about to go crazy. We suffered a lot through a bunch of stuff. We watched somebody's PowerPoint presentation. We've seen people with no necks.
I'm back.
They literally have no neck. They're on this stream talking. We've seen people wearing hats. All right, what kind of hat did you get?
Oh shit! I forgot the hat. Hold on.
Wait, you went to get a hat? You forgot the hat? Professionalism, right here. You have seen professionalism on display on camera. We are consummate professionals right now. This is the standard Brian Ball hat comedy routine.
There you go. I got a hat.
Yeah, he's done this in shows all across the country. It's always a big hit. That's just how Brian is. He does the, oh, I forgot my hat, and he goes to get the hat, and he always gets a chuckle out of the crowd. He's warming them up. He's warming them up with it. Yeah, it was totally intentional. All right, you ready for Varian to show up? You ready for this?
I'm ready. I got my meat horn.
I got a glass of ice water here and an entire pitcher full of ice water to pour onto it when I drink this ice water. Like that's how ready I am. Plus, I just opened up my window to let winter air in here to kind of cool things down a little bit so I could get like louder and angrier. That's kind of the plan.
Ooh, belligerent black. I can do that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Man.
He's doing it.
Let's do it.
Your side. I'm down to hear both sides. So
Let's
you're
go, man.
Okay, Varian, you have the floor. Tell us what's on your mind.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I wanted to come in and I know that what you guys are saying. Listen,
Hold on. We're gonna pause here. Have you noticed the tendency for people that have like microphones on their desk and then they don't know how to do any audio stuff with them, and so it just sounds terrible? Have you noticed a lot of that from these people? Like I'm doing that because Varian, like his microphone is not that good. I don't know what he's doing, but it's kind of terrible. Whereas meanwhile, I've just got this like cheap can stuck on the side of my head and it works fine and I sound okay.
Oh, I have like this Blue Yeti mic, and I have it like sitting like all the way the fuck over there because it's loud as fuck in the gain. So
Yeah, those things are real sensitive.
Yeah, they're super sensitive. They're more sensitive than my ex. So it's kind of like
Which X? All of them? Just one of them?
oh, the last one, because like you just touch her and she'd be like, woo.
Oh,
We
number
can't talk about that
9. She
stream.
was like that. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Varian's here. He's got a bad microphone. I don't know why he's not on camera. Maybe he's in bed or something. I'm not sure. Did you watch his stream? That one I linked you to? Like, did you watch it all the way through to the part where his wife starts crying?
No, I watched a little bit and then I got bored.
Yeah, you should have stuck with it because the actual interesting stuff was like 55 minutes in. And then
Goodness.
like 10 minutes later is the part where his wife starts crying on camera.
Ooh. All right. It's still up?
Yeah, it's up on his Facebook and his Twitter. So if you go to your DMs where I shot that to you, you'll find that. Or you just look him up. Like if you just look up Varian Grant, you'll find it. And boy, downloading that son of a gun was tricky, man. I had to like compile code and stuff to rip the video off of Twitter because it's a broadcast, not a regular Twitter video. Anyway, all right, Varian's here. All right, I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I'm hitting it.
You said like 50 minutes or 55?
55 minutes is the part. It's like 55 to 56 minutes, somewhere in there is where he makes the phone call to B2B Squared.
Okay, so I have that queued up for after this, so I can go watch and like jerk off
Yeah.
to it. I mean, God damn it.
And then a little bit after that's when the wife is crying because she's like read all the abusive things the internet's been saying. And the rest of the internet.
You know what? And this is, again, that's exactly why you don't take private shit and make it public.
I
End of
should know
fucking story.
nothing about this until like a news article comes out on some website about it. Like I should know.
And it's
nothing
already
about
been
this.
resolved. And it's already been resolved, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like with Stickergate, right? Not to derail this, but like no one should have known anything that gone on between myself and Larry until, you know, the end.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been that should have been the end of it. But you know, some people just want to go out there and do internet fucking blood sports and be fucking people. I gotta watch my language days. But you know, you just want to throw out and put everyone's fucking business out there and just, all right, now we have to talk about it. And then they get mad when people are talking about them on other live streams and shit. And it's like, look, you can't be upset about people talking about you if you threw that out to the public.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You, like, no one knows the 3 people I hate the most right now because I don't talk about them. I don't talk about them at all.
Why would you talk about the people you hate? The worst thing you can do to them is ignore them.
Exactly. Like, don't even care that they exist or not. So again, you know, Varian fucked up by putting all this shit out in the public. You absolutely. I'm not saying like he needed to hide this or anything, but he absolutely should have kept this close to the chest until it got resolved. And the only people he should have been talking to about this were the people involved in this story. That's it.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I am with you 100% on everything you just said. All right, let's get this Varian thing going, man. I'm not getting any younger here. I've got enough gray in my beard already.
I heard first someone said it. Me being 100%.
Brian, there's some comments in the chat for you.
See, I was foolish enough to let this happen.
I'll turn Varian down a little bit so you
and
can
I told
talk.
you that privately, Dojo. I believe I told Phoenix that as well. That I feel responsible.
You don't see the chat?
Hey, what's up, Tyler? This is all because of you. I only speak the gospel of John.
This deal set up, and
then also this one.
I got duped. I've been talking to.
Why do I hate you? Because you're not a ginger.
I thought I was really embarrassed about it. Like when we talked on the phone.
Yep.
And I feel like, you know, like I gotta make it right. Like I gotta pay these guys back. I gotta help. I am not trying to dissuade them or not be around them. I want to make everything right.
Oh my God,
whatever that looks like. They got this tail.
Is dude at top left? Is his camera?
1, 2, 3,
right,
4, 5. Go up 5. Go up 5.
Varian,
Wait, what?
Go up like 5. Bullet Ninja.
1, 2, 3, 4. This one?
Down 2.
Oh, this one. You didn't see that till now?
I didn't do that till now.
Yeah. Yeah, he said that
That's
like, I don't know,
fucking
10
great.
minutes ago or something.
That's fucking great. All right, continue.
This dude in the top left, I just noticed his camera was bouncing. He doesn't have a shock mount. Oh, is he on a laptop or something?
More than likely.
Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
When did you realize that the deal was fake? When was the exact moment that you found out?
The exact moment that I found
Why
out
is he here?
everything that I was being scammed, that it seemed like I was being scammed, was it was very recently. It actually because I got to tell you, I thought all this time that I had totally botched the deal, that the deal was botched. I think I probably figured it out sometime in like after I got the books back. I was like, look, I got the books back. Thank God. I breathed a sigh of relief. My lawyer was always telling me this doesn't seem right. Now I gotta say, this is the lawyer after I had to get the books back. You know, he was telling me this doesn't look right. If I get these books back, consider yourself lucky. And like I said, you know, I don't want anybody thinking I'm trying to say I'm innocent here. Dude, I totally didn't. I fucked up. There's no other way to put it. And I am aware of what you know, like I brought people in that I care about. I know he doesn't
The
believe it.
Psycrack Friends Network.
Because I wanted to talk to Anthony. I got his phone number. I thought about calling it a few times. I don't know if he'll answer for me, but I want to talk to him. I wanted to talk to him because Anthony and I became very close. I thought. Would you say that's fair, Anthony?
Yeah.
And
that's what I thought.
It kills me that I did this to my
Hack
brother.
guy's named
It kills me
Anthony.
that I
Did
did
you know
this to
that?
Randy. It
I
kills me
did
that I
not.
did this, and I want to make it right. I'm not trying to. But one second.
Party-
I did want to say one thing. I'm sorry. This doesn't go
go ahead.
anybody else. This isn't. I've been watching Quote the Raven Lewis. He posted earlier that he stopped dealing with Randy because of me. Lewis. I don't know if Randy's still in the chat, but that is categorically false. I don't want to start more drama, but
Then
they
stop
stopped dealing
talking.
with you because you went and called yourself an editor on all of Randy's stuff.
Oh shit.
So don't try it. Don't try it, sir. That's that Lewis that Quote the Raven. Don't try it. I have no problem with you. If you want to make one with me, I mean that's ridiculous. But I think you I had no problems there. But anyway, back to this situation.
You
Again,
have a lot
I
of
just want to
problems.
make it
there,
right.
man.
That's all I'm trying to do. I want to make it right. I do not want Anthony and
These
these
chat
guys thinking that
comments,
I
some
did
of them are
something like
vicious,
this.
dude.
Because I've offered to do
I
what
wish I
I can
could
to
see
get the
them.
books to them.
You can't see the
At my
screen, or you
call.
can't.
Interruption,
They're too
Varian.
small.
Sure.
Oh, you
You
have
said
them
you
like
want to make it
emboldened.
right, and
Mhm.
I'd like to commend you on spending the
You have like the whole tab big. So
$1,700
it's
on the
whatever.
personal cards to knock out as much as that.
Well,
Of that
that's the chats have been showing at the bottom of their screen.
The artist.
There was one. Let me go back. It was great.
I'm trying to
Here we
do.
go. Somewhere between incompetence and negligence. Welcome to the Varian Zone.
Oh shit, those ones. Yeah, those have been gangster.
Yeah, I'm not talking about my chat. Although, like, this was a pretty good joke. I did appreciate that. Comics villain. Thumbs up. But like these. Oh
yeah,
dude.
those chats, those have been fun. I thought you were talking about like the off chat, like off to the side. I can't see those.
No, if there's anything interesting there, I will try to pop it up. I invited Tyler to join us, but he might have already left already. Like, because I showed
He
up.
might be pooping because he likes to poop. That's his thing.
Oh, really? Like,
yeah, he loves butt stuff. We shouldn't talk
Oh.
about that. All right, continue.
Yeah, we're not talking
I
about
want to
that.
make it right. I do not want Anthony and these guys thinking that I did something like this. Because I've offered to do what I can to get the books to them at my cost.
Quick interruption, Varian.
Sure.
You said
Shut
you want
the
to make
fuck
it
up.
right, and
Mhm.
I'd like to commend you on spending the $1,700 on the personal cards to knock out as much as that of that $2,000 debt you had incurred for the artist. Good move forward. And this week you also got the books released back to Eric or whatever, so they're in the hands of the creators again. So good for that. The next thing we'll need after talking to Dojo is help identifying this B2B company that scammed.
Absolutely.
And that next step requires you to make a report with your credit card company, which I'm sure Dojo would gladly help you do in the backroom scenes. Though.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask him. Would he? Yeah, because I want him.
We're all
to
trying
Matt
to kind
Fowler
of
just needs to
solve the
shut the
mystery of
fuck up.
who the fuck B2B
Right.
Yeah,
That's-
so it would behoove you, Varian, to help me prove that it's not you.
That's fine. I'm willing to do that. Let's get started on it.
I think
Awesome. And you're cooperating with Dojo, so we'll go with that so
That's
far.
good.
Why would you cooperate with Dojo? The guy's trying to hang you, Varian. Sorry, I had to
I'm
stop.
sorry.
you there.
I checked. I mentally checked out when Fowler's just interrupted because he just needed to shut the fuck up. And
Yeah.
let Varian say his piece.
I was trying to look up other things about Matthew Fowler here. A gentleman named Matthew Fowler was booked on criminal trespass in Austin on August 6th, 2020. Does not appear to be the same person though, sadly, because he has a neck.
He did. The fuck was it? It was the RGB battle. Because he was on Twitter and then he deleted Twitter. Let me see what it was. It was like RGB Big Battle something. Yeah.
I remember seeing the ad for that in Seicho. Wasn't that another comic book?
Yeah, and then it didn't fulfill or some shit, and it ended up being a super scam. So if anyone knows about scams, it's Matt Fowler there.
Hey, so he's got experience, and this is an interesting thing. I searched through DuckDuckGo instead of Google, just because I want to frustrate Google as much as possible. And if you search there for Matthew Fowler crowdfund failure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 results down is an article on loopinsight.com titled "How to Avoid Backing a Crowdfunding Failure." Now it doesn't have his name in it or anything, so he just must be associated with crowdfund failures in the Google algorithm. Is all I can figure out.
Oh, absolutely.
So there you go. I just thought I'd share that tidbit because search engine analytics are really kind of weird sometimes.
He also did Battle Brick Road. I think that was Eric Weathers.
All right, we're getting distracted.
Yeah, we're getting distracted. This is something we can cringe chat about, but
yeah. And he has no neck. So ultimately, that's what it really comes down to.
No neck, no spine, no...
Whoa, we're looking at that guy's nose. What the...
Oh, fuck.
Just simply that you said it's your fault because you were foolish and whatnot, that's fine. But, I mean, we're not talking about you being foolish. We're talking about you outright being deceptive. You lied to us. You bullshit.
Here's the
outright falsehoods.
Here's the other thing, too.
Is that correct?
Well, yes, because they had made me believe in a way, and I'm not making an excuse for myself. But first of all, the handoff from
you said 4 different things
to Spencer's,
all of it.
They made it seem like there was a handoff at one point. Okay, you're theirs now, which is why they start communicating to me as Spencer's. And then whenever there was a problem, sometimes I get B2B on my case, and it's well, maybe they're overseeing this. And I said this before, we all laugh about
Bullet Ninja Haggleman,
about being
Fowler's the hero we need to deserve.
Rocked to sleep and stuff, but they really, the phone calls they would have with me, they gassed me up. They made me think that this was great.
Let me ask you,
look at him. There's no neck.
Look, got you, bro. Again, I don't mean to. I really don't, and I shouldn't even explain myself, but I'm going to. I don't mean to sound curt. I don't mean to sound like I don't care.
We know.
It's just
we
that
know.
I never wanted to be here. I never wanted to be having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here now, and I'm like one of these type of cats. It's I don't want to get up off the sofa and go do this shit. But if you
I'm gonna start recording at the angle this guy's recording at. Hold on.
So I'm here now, and it's I hear what you're saying, but
there we go.
It just sounds more like bullshit.
It's just whatever.
Right here.
You're doing it better than me because I got a keyboard in between.
Why didn't we sign?
Yeah, look at that. Oh.
Well, why were we not allowed to know about B2B? This is what I'm saying.
Why were we not allowed to know about B2B?
Where it's
he's got a point.
B2B.
Yeah, this is called lying by omission. That is still negligent misrepresentation.
I was saying earlier, lying by omission.
You lied about what they did.
You
But it's only
lied.
lying by
Oh
omission
no, you
if
told us
Varian
that.
didn't
No, I'll
know
get you the invoice.
that the deal
There was
wasn't
no
with Spencer
invoice to
directly.
get.
Like he may just be stupid
I
enough that
have
he
a
didn't
display.
know that,
What's
Brian.
up with the displays?
It's
Did you
still
get the displays made, or you sent the money to B2B
still
to get the displays
he's
made?
in,
No,
What's
I
the deal
he's
have
with that?
responsible for it.
the
At this
displays
point,
were
I'm
made and
questioning
shipped.
Varian's
As a matter of
competency to
fact,
be making decisions
so
for
what
himself.
happened was I got one of the displays. I got one. I got one of the displays.
Why have we never seen it?
Okay. It stayed in the storage unit, and then by the time I remembered to get it, I gave it to Brandon to give to Randy. That first week that he's supposed to take it over there, Randy got sick.
Wait. What are we taking over?
Brandon.
Where? Hold on.
Yeah.
I was too busy laughing. Are we talking about the check or the books?
Oh, and the displays. The displays.
Wait, the displays exist?
They exist. He got one. He gave it to Randy, whatever, and then this Randy guy was supposed to take it to somebody else, but then he got sick. Something.
Also, look at what's on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Hi, Larry.
Dipshit war campaign.
Brandon actually just brought it to me, and Eric is coming to get it when he gets back from Alaska. Eric's at a
You
con.
see what I'm saying? This is
And
what I'm
okay,
saying.
so-
Hold on. The display went from Randy to Brandon, but not the week that Randy was supposed to take it to Brandon because Randy was sick, and now Randy has given it back to Varian, so Varian can give it to somebody named Eric, but
Something.
not this week because Eric is in Alaska.
Correct.
Why does any of this matter? How is this relevant?
Because it's proven that Varian's a liar. I guess lesbians. I stopped following halfway through.
Here's what I'm
Hang on a second, Anthony. So, Varian, you sent me a picture of this display stand in my emails, right?
Right.
That display stand doesn't have the art that you commissioned on it.
No,
It has.
and I don't know where that's coming from. That art that was commissioned was not commissioned for that display. That was for a poster. That art was not commissioned for the display. I don't know where that came from.
Here's the problem, right?
The poster was the display. Remember, they added the bricks to that shit.
Yeah,
Who are you and what?
No, I
How
saw
are
it a
you
few
involved
minutes
in
ago,
this?
like
Shut
in the
up.
presentation.
Shut
There
up.
was a poster
Shut
with all
up.
the characters,
Shut
and then there
up.
was
Shut
the
the fuck
poster
up, Matt.
transformed into
Let
the
this guy
display
talk.
with a bunch of fucking.
Didn't Mr. No Neck say that he was going to let Varian talk? That he
Why
was going to
you
mute his
always
microphone?
lying? Why you always lying?
Oh my!
Fucking
Stop!
Matt.
Just shut up. You're not involved in this discussion. You shouldn't even be in this conversation. You're not one of the people that were ripped off. You're not one of their immediate business associations. You're some guy that crowdfunds comic books, one of which I own because it had Matt Weldon art, and that's it. Why are you here? I'm going hoarse. I'm losing my voice. I feel it dying.
The only thing that's died lately is my fucking soul.
bricks on it that were specified for
Oh my God.
Spencer's.
Right.
What was that shit?
That was a poster. Supposed to hang up.
Wait,
in the
well,
mall.
what's on the display? What's on the display?
The display is just a display that says I don't think it says Liberty on it. I think it has Bell on it, and it says
Wait, the artwork's not on it?
no, there's artwork on it. I'm trying
There's
to think,
artwork, but it's Liberty artwork.
yeah, and it says
Yeah,
that
but you
that
guys
was
should shut the fuck up and let him
description they
speak.
wanted. It was
Wait,
put Bell on there. I think Randy and I talked
Oh,
about it.
What's up, Larry? I see you out there.
Wait.
Hey,
Wait, there was never.
The artwork that Eric made for Spencer is not on the display stand.
That was never meant to go on the display. I'm sure everybody, other people know that too. Eric knew that. That was for a
wait.
post.
Well, I need confirmation from JD Calderon, Randy, and
Okay.
Luke. Marcus, what was your understanding of that?
I don't know. I did.
Wolf guy's
Honestly,
name is Marcus.
I did think that the
Oh, that's
artwork
nice
was
to know.
specifically for the poster.
Well, what was supposed to go on the stand?
Well, when that was supposed to be just an image of Bell,
Okay.
and we were gonna.
Here's my real issue with the stand. My real issue with the stand is we asked for this for months and months and months. And again, now we're in a jam here. And it's like, I got one.
How do I know you didn't just print it? I mean,
Well,
this is what I'm saying, bro. Like,
I-
you've
I
been
don't have
honest
a-
this whole time, bro. And you
I-
had opportunities to be honest with us. You had
Or
opportunities.
worse,
to
how do you
state
know
your
that he
case.
didn't have
You
this
had
printed like 2
opportunities to
years
pull
ago
me
and
to
is
the
just
side and
foisting
say,
something
"Hey,
on you now?
Anthony, you're like a brother to me, man."
I did.
I'm so locked up, bro. Like, listen, man, I gotta tell somebody, bro, because this is really tanking everything, bro. There's this company called B2B. Can I swear you to secrecy? Can I get you to sign an NDA? Because I need help. I mean, that's what a brother does. So I mean, this whole idea that we such brothers, we were so close, you couldn't come to me.
Brian, as the resident expert on brothers, is that what a brother does?
No.
Okay.
You just
Well,
had
right.
to continue to lie to me. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Because
So
you're
Randy
right. I don't
Zimmerman
have
says
any.
the art was meant for a poster. Randy Zimmerman in the chat says he believed or understood that the art was meant for a poster. And then Luke Stone also understood that. Eric, however, told me that he thought it was for the stands.
That's me and Eric under the same. Me and Eric were under the same impression. Again,
So 3 out of 5
this is
people say it
part
was
of
for a
my
poster.
issue. I think that
2
there
say it was
was
for a
a lot
stand.
And again, this is what feels
Is
like
Randy
there was a
the
lot of
grifter here?
intentional miscommunication.
I think Matt Fowler's
So it's
deck
like
is the
not
grifter
just,
here.
oh man, I got played by these people.
It's in
You know,
hiding.
it's
That
kinda
explains
like,
it.
Yo, bro, you was an active participant in this deception.
I-
You were an
I-
active participant in it. Man, look, man, when you sent the letter and the letter said that, hey, we're mad at you because we're still waiting on 2s and 3s. Is that correct? Is that what the letter says?
The email they sent to me was like, yeah, you know, you, in a nutshell, you're failing at everything, and you need.
Well,
know,
you told us they had us on hiatus for all of these months, and they were going to come back and talk to us in
I
January.
kept pressuring them.
about the
I
paper.
was pressuring the hell out of them. I was pressuring the hell out of them to give me
But that's
something.
not what you told us. But that's not what you told us, man. This
No,
is what
because
I'm saying.
right, because I mean, Anthony, there was a point where I was trying to keep the whole thing together. I was so afraid that it was going to just collapse. I was every time you guys would come after, like ask me for something, I would go to.
But you
A minute ago, I don't know if I had the chat uncovered where you could see the stuff on the screen, but Vicky was like interrogating Pops Van Zandt. He's another one of the artists that's involved in this somehow. Like I think he's one of the people that sent books to Varian, and she's like interrogating him. What's your ties to Indie Vault? I don't think he like has any, except that he's probably like written articles for the stupid website or something, and he's on streams with Varian all the time, just like everybody else in this situation. Like, here's the thing. Like, what are your ties to? All of the 6 people that are affected here, except maybe Mr. Fedora over here. Like, all these people are on all of Varian's streams or Varian's wife streams all the time. It's just impossible to like try to suss out business relationships and the meanings behind them with this crowd, because this crowd does everything together, which is the problem that they're in. They need to stop doing that. Also, I just saw that we got a hard-hitting question for you, Brian.
Oh, did I pick up King of Fighters 15? No, I haven't. I'm being more particular about the games that I pick up. If they don't have cat girls.
I don't think there's cat girls in King of Fighters 15, but there are all those like SNK babes. So, you know.
I know, like Vanessa's like my go-to bae because she's a ginger and she's a boxer.
And Pops Van Zandt's 100, huh? Okay.
Yep.
I have seen him on streams. He is like a pretty old, crusty dude, so I'd believe that.
He's pretty old. Pops is actually a pretty cool dude, though.
I mean, individually, like most of these people seem kind of okay.
Everybody but Fowler there. He just annoys me now.
But you lied, bro. You lied. This is
you
my
lied,
thing. Like,
bro.
You fabricated.
Lied. Why you?
So it's like, so what were you trying to keep alive? A lie?
I know. I was trying to keep the deal alive. I was hoping that they would just see it. They would understand the situation we were in with those books. But it did collapse, and there was nothing I could do to catch it.
Oh, look at the chat.
It collapsed because it was a scam. So we need to get to the bottom of
It was
who
never
B2B
meant to.
is.
Yeah, it was never meant.
We need to get to the bottom of who they are to prove
I'm
that it's
still
not
in-
Varian
I'm
or
still in
prove
my
that it
head
is.
thinking
Wait,
You know,
how about this?
I go
I'm
into
gonna
these
wait.
things
Let's ask
impartial.
this question. Let's ask
Everyone
this
just
question.
needs to shut the fuck up and stop
Very.
talking over each other.
Are you affiliated with B2B in any way outside of this
No.
little botch
No.
deal?
I can
Okay.
assure you, no.
Just
Here's the
for the
question.
record.
Here's one
For
you
the
missed.
record. So
You missed this question. Is your wife affiliated with B2B in any way,
Thank
shape,
you.
or form?
No, my wife is not affiliated with B2B. No one I know personally is affiliated with B2B.
But do you know? Okay, was there anybody you know unpersonally? That's
Use the word friend
wording
liberally.
matters, bro. Wording matters.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know who it is. I trust me. If I did, then I would.
Narrator.
I mean, you
B2B
stated-
was
Like I
Dojo
said,
Kun
this is
Comics
just
all along.
this is strictly for the record, so that
Got you. Go ahead.
Well, we're working on it. He paid money to them, so we're going to use
Gotcha.
whatever source of payment he used to pay to them.
What's
to
this
track
we
who that
business,
money
Kim
went to
Wasabi?
and go
like
from
I
there.
said, if both parties have Visa debit cards and their PayPal's are
assure
linked,
you,
you know, Visa can track that in-house completely without any external stuff. Obviously, when you're talking about like, oh, one uses a MasterCard, one uses a Visa, then it has to go a different way. But you can. I worked in banking for 5 years, and I had to
God,
do
not
some
again.
investigation on like fraud shit for a while.
I worked at a
with Navy Federal
bookstore
Credit
one
Union,
summer.
and it's not
I'm an
that
expert on
difficult.
publishing.
It can be, but it's typically not.
So therein lies another part of this. If it's not difficult, and I agree, having been in investigations for quite a while, it will not be difficult to chase this down.
Great.
Marion, it will behoove you to get this underway, to
Hey, behoove, I
get
know
in
that
touch
word.
with your credit card company that you paid PayPal
Variant,
with.
it would behoove you
You've got
to
to find out
leave
where
the
that money
stream
went. Because
right
when
now
we do that,
and
if we
get a
find
real
out and we
lawyer
can prove it
and
wasn't
stop
you,
paying money
then
to
we're going to have
people.
to pursue who it was, and
Mhm.
I can get the Federal Trade Commission on them.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah, you're
can't-
gonna get
we
the
can't
FTC
kick this down the
on
road,
some
you know,
scammers.
like,
No,
oh,
I'm
you
not-
know,
the
I
FTC
tried, and they're
can't
not
even, like,
communicating
solve
with me. No,
problems
if
like,
you call them
Where
tomorrow,
the heck is my missing
Monday,
furniture from when the guys
will
that
be able
moved
to
No,
it
tell
it's
you-
Tuesday, bro.
Well,
Tomorrow's
the
President's
FCC
Day.
could even
Right.
stop
oh,
giving
banks
everything
are
from
closed.
getting
You're right.
paid.
Okay, that's fair.
But
One
he,
time at
he's
band
been
camp,
cooperating
yeah,
though, so
exactly.
we should be a little more.
Yeah, that's why I'm
nicer
giving him the
right now.
benefit of the doubt on this.
Here's the three.
Yep.
I
Here's the
wouldn't.
three things that I'd like to say, and then we can go wherever we want. One, I know personally from publishers, you know, talking to Randy, Luke, and whatnot, that unfortunately, there is in some of their minds nothing you can do to make it right because you've taken time and you've taken resources and energies away from them that they'll never get back.
And the hope, that big like sizzle that I need
Oh,
to
shut
shoot
up.
to go do this deal.
Shut up, man.
The shine of the whole thing.
That's a huge.
Okay, you got to tell me like what crowdfund
right.
has collapsed or
And
whatever,
so
because
It was
I
like,
feel like I'm going to
never
make a
get that
video
back.
of that and then sample
Now,
him
for
right
me, I'm
there
gonna tell you
taking
this,
people's hope
I
away.
absolve you of
I think I
anything
already
that makes you
DM'd you, but it was
obligated to me. I
Red
don't want
Giant
you
Battle.
obligated to me.
RGB was the one.
My whatever it is you did, however you did it, whatever the case may be, I'll be all right. I'm gonna survive. Right. I forgive you for all of these different things and whatnot. I don't want anything between us. Right.
Oh
I
my God,
absolve
this is
you
some
of
of
all
the
of that
ugliest
stuff.
art I've ever
You
seen,
still
Brian.
have shit that you owe for. Right.
Yeah.
Now, wherever that is, however the fates, however the karma,
There was
however
like
it
an
comes down,
Indiegogo for
that's
it,
between you and them. That's between you and your mate.
All right, I'll go look that up
Right.
after this
I'm gonna go see
whole
mine on my
thing is
feet.
over here.
Right, not on my knees. Now, the third thing is that from this comes this killer campaign called the Long Shots. No fudge, only cream, which you can go sign up for right now and be a part of the magic, right? And if you sign up now, you get this really cool poker chip to say that you bought
Oh
in.
my God, this is all a grift
And
for
that
this
you
guy's
were,
book,
that
isn't
you were
it?
a part of this
Mhm.
long shot, that you were a part of
It's
this
true.
journey to stop the fudge and get to the cream, right?
Oh my, is this
You
a
owe it to
euphemism?
yourself
Is
to
he
be a part of this.
euphemisming
Go
me?
sign up now. That's all I got.
I think so.
I was actually that actually was a perfect segue because I did want to ask you that, Varian. With that, since you feel the sense of responsibility for this situation, will you be promoting the long shots and say, "Hey guys, I fell into some shit. I got some people involved. Check out their campaign." Would you be willing to do that on Indie Vault?
I mean, if the guys are okay with it, I'll talk. I'll talk about it. I want them to succeed. I
I'll
don't
have
want.
to ask the publishers about that,
Yeah,
man.
I don't want these guys to
I
fail.
can tell you some of them are gonna probably say fuck no.
Yeah, I mean, and
I'll
that's
ask.
fine. I would promote the shit out of it. I'm
I'm just saying simply a shout out. Just be like, hey,
Yeah.
it's if you're on the doing a stream or whatever. Hey, as some of you guys may know, I fell into some shit.
Why would you want
sucked
him
up
to
in this
promote your
bad
stuff?
con, and I took
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
wouldn't
people
trust
with
him.
me. Please support them and back this campaign. That's just simple like that. You don't have to have them on the channel. You don't have to like any of that, but just give the long shots a shout out from time to time.
Let me. I know I said this will be the last time. This is the last time. I just want Varian to.
Didn't he
own,
just have three
so
the last
can you
things?
say out
Yeah, like
loud,
4 last
Varian,
times ago. Like
this
4 dunes
thing
ago.
would not have gone down the way it went down if you'd have been honest with us from the beginning.
Yes, 100%. If I would have said a few things, if I would have come to you guys and said something,
I didn't know who any of
earlier,
these people were before like last week.
I
When
went
Ryan
to
was
some
like,
of the wrong
check
people
this out.
and kind of
Check it, dumpster fire out.
kind of.
I had an
invented,
inkling
you
who
know,
Matt
like,
Fowler
I should have been
was.
coming to you
About
guys. I
the
should have.
B2B?
No. It was about how the overall deal, not with specifics, but like, I would just go like this vent, like, man, this deal is kicking my ass, and when stuff was getting bad. But yeah,
I take care of all the family business,
definitely.
Michael
There's a lot of
Bancroft.
mistakes I made in the beginning.
Michael
That if I would
Bancroft
have
like
told
laid
you
on some
guys, I
fucking
think
shit
that
too.
you would have been like, hey, wait a
Wait, isn't he the Lucent guy?
Yeah.
Did that book ever come out? I remember seeing the campaign for it like 6 months ago or something. Maybe longer.
See if we can
That's not Indiegogo, wasn't it?
see.
Yeah, the Lucent. Here we go.
All right. Let's look at the
Yeah.
comments.
Michael Bancroft.
Out of curiosity, when do you think you will be able to launch Book 2's campaign? Will there be another print release? Just received the book 4 months ago. So yeah, I guess it came out 4 months ago.
It crowdfunded in June of 2020. Why did it take a year and a half to fulfill? Thanks for the interest, Tyler. I still have some copies left to sell. It's taking me a while to get my online store set up. If you email me at his email address, I can organize a way for you to get a copy through PayPal. Or you can just be like, PayPal me $20. Give me your address. I'll send you a book.
Like I've done.
Ah, God. These people.
Oh, my Christ.
These people. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to throw up all the Bullet Ninja Haggleman's chats here real quick. Let's see. See, I already showed that one. Yeah, these guys directly involved in the scam stuff. All these people are involved in the scam stuff. There's like 3 scams with all the same people involved. At some point, all these people that are not Varian should be looking around and going, if every deal I'm involved in goes south, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me that's the problem.
Just kind of like if you're the type of person who's always losing friends, maybe you're the asshole. Just saying.
All right. Well, maybe I'm making accusations against Mr. Bancroft unfairly, but I don't know. If somebody's just like, hey, I just got it 3 months ago and the book funded 18 months ago, that's kind of weird. Like, that's a long turnaround, especially for a book that's mostly even done.
Yeah. He's from Australia, so Australia's got some weird shipping laws, which I'm kind of dealing with that with like one person. So I can give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
No, Australia was straight up not sending mail for like 6 months. Okay, no, I take back every suspicion I just uttered. Gone.
Because I'm a dick.
Well, I don't take him back for Michael Bancroft. Because of Australia. If he was in a real country that wasn't a prison, I wouldn't give him the benefit of the doubt. But he's in a literal prison. And was he born there? Was he born a prisoner?
Yeah, it looks like.
Wow. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine like being born in a prison like that. One day, maybe they'll let Australia be, like not the British Empire's prison, but that day is not today.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same, but at least my people got a month out of it. Well, 28 days, but potato.
Yeah, I mean, 20
also,
days
for the reminder, never
still a month.
dream. Never, ever dream
Dude, I dreamed I killed a vampire this morning. That was pretty cool.
So going down.
Oh Lord. There's a song, the title of it is something like, in hell I'll be in good company. So there you go.
Oh
All
yeah.
right.
God, I love that band. They're bluegrass.
Yeah.
The Dead South.
Yep. Man, you have the taste of a true gentleman. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we gotta
Something's
finish
not
this
right
before I go to bed.
and told me, hey,
Hey,
you need to stop
it's
this.
Mr. Dongs.
And
Who the fuck is
there's a
Mr.
red
Dongs?
flag there, Varian and I.
Yeah,
Dongs
if you
is
had,
right.
if
Let's
you had
take a
revealed
second
this to
to-
your business partners, they would have, in mass, they would have seen the aggregated red flags and
Yeah.
said something repeatedly. Hey, why isn't there a signature here? Why does this name not match that name? Why the company's name changes? There's a lot of things that all of those minds together would have been able to, I think, point out to you. And I think together you guys would have been able
Varian
to
should
determine
have
this was
seen
a
all that
scam much
stuff
earlier.
himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Before any
one-
money went out. or
One
anything.
one quick question, real quick. Varian,
Fuck up.
did you ever reach out to the hotel that you received the fax of the last page of that that contract to see if maybe they can track the number it was faxed from?
I did call, and that person on the phone.
You're
Varian,
muted.
I'm muted? No, I stopped the stream.
Oh, okay. I thought you were muted. You
Because
were doing
I
like
was trying to think of the way I went first. They didn't courier the contract to Varian. In fact, he doesn't even have a whole copy of the contract. He only has the last page of the contract. And it wasn't sent by courier or certified mail. It was sent by fax from a hotel.
Yeah.
Where did he even receive a fax from? Who gets faxes anymore except for hospitals? They're like the only consumers of fax technology left in the entire world. I'm so confused.
Not because again, like all these little tiny things for me would have been like, wait, hold up. Why are you faxing me the last page of the contract? Why aren't you sending me the whole contract?
It would cost $10 to send that, maybe $15 to send the whole contract, 80 pages by certified mail. This is not a big ask.
No, even then, 9 times out of 10, a lot of businesses, when they want you to sign something, if they're gonna send you a page of something, it's gonna be through email. So why isn't this through like Adobe or DocuSign?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he was describing, oh, they had me sign it online in some web portal or something. Yeah, that's called DocuSign. You can look at the whole contract there. You can print the contract out from DocuSign, Varian. I sign DocuSign stuff as part of my job, for my job, all the time. Like when I bought stock, I had like 3 separate documents I had to sign. When I said I wasn't buying stock, I had to sign another document. Like, God.
But again, it's like these bullshit rookie mistakes, and he's been in business for like what, 7 years now?
Yeah, this dude's like your age and my age. Like he's been around the block and done stuff. He should know better.
He's done this shit. I've only been doing this comic nonsense like since 2018, like 2017 when I just decided to dip my toe in it because I was bored. How is it I know more about this shit than he does? For me, this is the most baffling part. People are still looking to fund these guys who fell for this. Like, why would you think they could come through now? Because people are fucking stupid. I'm gonna say it. People are absolutely fucking stupid. The next time Red Rooster goes to Indiegogo, people are gonna back that shit. Why? Because they're fucking stupid. And they're gonna wait another fucking year to get that book. Because they're just fucking stupid. You really can't talk people out of their loyalty or whatnot. Just gotta let it go. I know elizibar is gonna back Red Rooster number 4.
Oh, dude. I don't even think I backed the one book I would have backed. That was the one by the bearded guy, Kelsey Shannon. Yeah, I don't think I backed his last campaign because of the whole Red Rooster thing, even though I really like that book.
Did he do like Norse Saga, or was that?
Yeah, that's Norse Saga. He's got the next 3 issues. Like he crowdfunded those.
Oh yeah, like anybody who did any crowdfunding for that group, I was like, nope.
I love his artwork, dude. I love his artwork the way that a lot of people love Luigi's artwork. Like I see Kelsey Shannon's art and the smooth conservation of line, the subtle energy that flows off the page when you look at it, and it just fills me with joy.
So this also goes to show too, you gotta be extremely careful who you do business with, because who you do business with might cost you a customer.
Yep.
And also how you react to losing business will also cost you customers too. That's also a thing.
I don't know if the Futurists crowdfund ever came out, but the first 3 issues of the Futurists were in Walmart. I own the Walmart copies of all those books. So that totally existed. And Brian was a unicorn just now, in case you didn't notice. He's channeling his inner Regina.
No, I was channeling my inner the guy from Legend. Tim Curry.
Oh, man, I've never seen Legend. It's been on
What?
my to watch list for 15 years.
Man, I slept through that movie like 8 times.
I just when I think of Tim Curry, I think of Clue, man, and him as
I
he
think of
plays the
Tim
devil
Curry,
in
and I
that,
think
right?
of like Clue, Worst Witch, It.
And he was that one villain in The Shadow that got killed in like the opera house.
Oh yeah.
Oh man! All right, let's go. We're sidetracking because our conversation is way more fun than whatever they're doing.
Told me I have to wait until a manager was in and to call back every day before 2. So that's what I've been doing. I left the voicemail about them pulling that file. Let's see where it went. Just to see
How many days has that been?
Where it went. It's only been 2 days now. So
yeah, this would have been because we talked. When did we talk about all this, Fowler? It was Thursday, right?
Yeah, you called me that.
And so I would have had this conversation with Varian Thursday night.
Yeah, so I think I must have called. Must have called Friday.
Why are any of you talking to Fowler?
But I got someone who didn't seem like they knew what they were talking about, but they told me to talk to a manager, and I'd have to call.
So
back.
Tuesday
Right
before
here. Pause this right here. If we knew about B2B and had 30 seconds to verify the company, we have gotten out. That is absolutely why you should never do that. You should never sign contracts or agree to anything without verifying. We have this saying: trust but verify. Trust but verify. There's people out there that I absolutely trust, but I also absolutely try and verify every fucking thing I do with them. Not because it's like, oh, well, you don't trust me. Like, no, I don't, because you never know what could be a scam, what could be, false pretense, blah 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 blah. And this is kind of where I had the issue. This is kind of where I lean more towards like Varian was the scammer, because he had this contract, but he didn't divulge every piece of information to his crew to let them know what they were expecting. Like, hey, there's this middleman. This is the name of their company. This is the contract. Guys, look over the contract. Tell me if this looks good to you or not. If you have any questions, send me the questions and I'll hand them back to the company. He didn't do any of that shit, right? And if you're going to be a project manager, project lead, anything, program manager at the best. Varian was a program manager. So as a program manager, what he should have done was he should have looked over the contract himself and then gave it to everyone else to look over, compile questions, and then say, hey, we want this contract looks good, but here's a list of questions that we have, and we need to verify a few things. And depending on those answers, you would have moved forward a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to touch upon that, because that was like one of like the big things that like really bugged the fuck out of me. It's like, how come you didn't send this contract to everybody to go and look at it so everybody could fucking verify it?
Yeah, that would have been like thing number one, is like, hey guys, here's the contract. And if I didn't understand the terms, I would just taken the contract to a lawyer to make sure I understood the terms, because this is a standard lawyer consult. Like, hey, we're entering into this legal contract. I would like to pay $300 for 15 minutes of your time to have your paralegal read this, and then you tell me what the paralegal tells you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard, and it doesn't cost a lot of money.
And in my case, I could just take the contract to like Army Jag, and be like, "Hey Jag, I know you're not like entertainment lawyers, or whatever, but could you just look this over and tell me what this means?" And like, "Okay, yeah, this means this, this means this."
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, thanks. But at least you had somebody fucking look it over,
Yes.
you know.
And I just realized, like, hack guy in the bottom right there, like, I just realized, like, he's on his cell phone here, right?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, because he's in portrait, so he's holding his
Oh,
cell
that makes
phone like
sense.
this. But I'm on my cell phone, like my video's on my cell phone, and I can fix this. I'm doing all this from the PC. My cell phone's actually a webcam right now because I have the software to do that. It's free. Like
Dope. You gotta tell me what that is so I can do like another webcam thing.
it's a IV cam. It's at least for Android. I don't know if they have a iPhone version of that, but on Android, like the free version of it, you see all it does is it puts this watermark up here and it limits the resolution of the video to like 640 by 480 or something like that, which for what I use is absolutely fine. If I needed a bigger picture, I'd get my GoPro off of where it's mounted and actually use that as a webcam, but I just leave that in place for comic books.
Oh,
So I love this little thing. That's why I mentioned it. It's like I'm proselytizing it because it works really good. You can have it be a webcam over the network, so it'll stream video over your Wi-Fi, or if you turn on USB debugging on your phone, it'll go over USB, which is how I have it. That's because sometimes my Wi-Fi is kind of flaky because I think me and my neighbor use the same channel or something for Wi-Fi, even though it's still flaky every time I change the channel I'm broadcasting over.
got it.
Maybe it's just my router. I don't know. Anyway, that's a cool thing. I'm going to shut up and let's
get back to it.
Yeah, let's wade into this.
Yeah, get on that, and that way, hopefully, we can find that number because who knows, you know.
So
obviously, if it is a scam network or whatever, they would have used their own fax machine and maybe another way to track down.
Could be.
So, is there anything else we need from Variant right now? He's going to give the credit card company a call and follow up with that with Dojo.
Is there anything we need from you?
We need him to shut the fuck up.
So
what is he doing in this conversation?
I mean, he got the books back and he refunded all but $300 of the thing. Like, what else do we need him to do?
I think he's on the right path to. Right. I'm very much in that corner, and that's why
dude.
Kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt because I see him making an effort. It was like we talked about backstage and after you came on last week.
About comic books, like
it's
this
about
is a corner of like
your
his bedroom or something that
here
he's
and
done
now.
up this way.
If you try to make things right, that's how you'll be remembered. Somebody who got messed up a lot.
Yeah,
check it out.
Tried to make it
like
right.
back here's like all my video game stuff.
I want to make
there's
this
my
right.
TV, my NES is over here, and all that
It's my
behind me.
fault that they were
But
all
that's just because
criminal.
that's how my
And I
room's
keep
laid out.
saying, and people and anybody who says, "Well, it's not Variant's fault," I keep saying it's.
So since we know that B2B is a scam now,
I bought one off
the NDAs
Amazon.
are bullshit. Can you prepare like a document leak? Like put together all the files and
Absolutely.
completely to make public for everyone.
No,
help us find this
don't
B2B.
do it.
I was going to talk to
Don't
Dojo
do
about
it.
that when we were
No,
off screen.
don't do it.
Because something like that would be extremely helpful for everyone involved to go through.
There's a lot of
yeah,
people
it's
investigating
locating B2B.
Yeah, a lot of people
I think
investigating that,
other
no business
investigators
investigating
too.
it.
Varian. This is the last time I'm going to interrupt the stream to go off on something. Varian. That's a lie. I'm probably going to go off on something later, but Varian, if you see this, if you have somehow survived to the whatever mark this is on this stream, and you are hearing these words right now, do not prepare a document dump. Do not do it. If you do actually do this, and you're that much of an idiot, please only give it to the one person who is ethically bound not to show it to anybody else. That would be the man in the hat right above your picture. He can't show that to anybody else without your permission, but it may help him figure stuff out. But you're still an idiot if you do it because he's looking to hang you. He is looking to show that you are a criminal and take all this stuff and make his bones. Don't
I think he's
do
doing
it.
this pro bono.
Yeah, he's doing this for free. Like, he's just doing this for fun. But if he scores this, he's going to have a reputation in YouTube comic book circles, and he can bank on that and make money off of it. That's what he's doing this for. Just like me making the stupid video that I made yesterday or last night. Like, obviously, I want people to see that because I want people to think I'm a big smart guy and I know the things.
The things.
But Varian,
yeah, absolutely. Do not
this.
do a document dump. But he's gonna do the document dump because he's already proven that he's fucking incompetent. So I'm sorry, Varian, if you make it to this point in the video where you're like, wow, that Brian Wall Taquan Rags guy called me fucking stupid and incompetent. You probably have already released the documents by then, so then you've just proven me right.
Maybe I need to DM him on Twitter and be like, whatever you do, please, for the love of God,
No,
do not make a
dumpster fire
document.
happen.
No,
let the dumpster fire happen.
I can't let.
Sometimes you gotta let nature take its course. Because again, this is what I said earlier.
He's got psychological issues.
Due to his ailment, he's not thinking right. And the reason why he's not thinking right, because he's got dipshits like Matt up there in the right. He's got dipshit hat guy in the corner. I don't even know his name. And they're all just dogpiling on him. So Varys just panicking right now. He's panicking. He's not thinking. He's just like, I just need to make this right with my friends. I need to make this right with my friends because you went into business with friends and you fucked this deal up. And so now you're
they're not his friends anymore.
On the line. Yeah, they're absolutely not your friends anymore. And they're absolutely not your business associate anymore. But what you need to do is take all the info that you have, drop it into a lawyer, and let your lawyer do his thing. But it is what. Yeah, these aren't our problems to fix, elizibar. It's just cringe.
I hate to see people taking advantage of somebody who is not fully cognizant. This is like beating up a kid. It's not fun.
So this is like Stickergate.
If any of these people on the stream with Varian, except maybe Dojo-kun, because he's like the only one who has ethical boundaries on what he can do in this situation. If any of these other 4 people had any real moral qualms, or not qualms, if they had any moral backbone, they would realize they're talking to a guy who like 2 weeks ago couldn't remember his son's name or that his son was his son.
So I'm going to put it like this, right? Again, you don't take private shit and put it on YouTube and make it public. I'm just going to reiterate that. So that's 1. 2, none of these motherfuckers on this stream are his friends, and none of these motherfuckers have his best interest at heart. So to put it in perspective, when Stickergate was happening, I was in the middle of a satellite maintainer class, right? And someone did a live stream and dropped me this live stream link, like, get in my live stream and come fucking talk about this stuff, guy. And it's like, I'm in the middle of a satellite class. This satellite class is more important than your bullshit. And I went about my day, right? Of course, I kind of missed a couple other messages because I was in secure space, but is what it is. Boy, that person who dropped me that DM link did not have my best interest in mind.
No.
What they wanted to do was they wanted to get me on live stream. They wanted to get me angry. They wanted to put me in a position where I would make mistakes. And Varian is just letting these people farm him for drama and mistakes. The best thing Varian could have done is not gone on is just watch the stream from the shadows, not gone on it, let people talk whatever the fuck they wanted to talk, and took some notes, went to his lawyer, dropped everything that he needed to drop to his lawyer, and let the lawyer fucking handle it after that. And then if anybody asks, it's like, hey, no comment at this time. No comment at this time. Yeah, you're still gonna look like a fucking dipshit, but at least you kind of look like someone who's
you're not making yourself look like one.
Yeah, you're making yourself look less like a dipshit at this point, So, oh man,
out there working hard, in the chat making comments, Mr. Dongs and Vicky. Those people have been on it for a week now or whatever since.
Are we looking up his nose again?
Yeah. I'm just
right. Go ahead, man.
Let me ask you, so Baron, why is it that we didn't sign NDAs with B2B?
Well, see, that was what I was trying to explain. B2B tried to make it seem as if at one point I was being passed on to Spencer's. Like, okay, now You're officially with Spencer's. You're gonna.
When
Here's
was
their
this?
liaison.
When was this?
Since they're
This
going
was
over stuff we've
before I
already
even
gone
came
over, I'm
to,
just
like,
going to talk right
Brandy
over
with the
them.
thing. This is
He has
they had
said
made it seem like, okay, now
on
you're
2
over
different
here with Team
occasions that he has
Spencer's, and I gotta
lawyers, and
explain
it's
to you,
different
they
each
did
time.
it. They
So
made
one
it.
lawyer he showed
made
part
it,
of the contract to is a friend that's a corporate
the way
lawyer,
they would call me and
and
talk
then
to
he
me like, "Oh,
supposedly
you're gonna make so
also
much money. This is gonna be so
retained
great."
some law
And-
firm
and
that
then, like,
specializes in like criminal and family law.
Remember, I don't know if you remember, I
as a
said it kind
lawyer.
of turned cold after a while.
But what the
But, like,
truth is, I
they
don't
had
even
made
know,
it seem
man.
like I was with
I'm not even going to
Spencer's,
speculate. He may have hallucinated a
like,
lawyer at
very
this point,
early
for all
on.
I know.
But every time something would happen,
Yeah, kind of like
B2B
Brian
would
drinking
get
out of that horn.
glass.
He's
It
got
was
a
kind of
lawyer.
weird
This
thing.
was okay. What that's
So
my.
what they
I
were
guess.
doing,
Go ahead.
they were creating fake urgency, is what they were
Yep.
doing.
And
As you started getting defensive, or when things started to go a little cold, like you're saying, they were trying to create fake urgency, like, oh, you gotta handle this,
He
you gotta
did
take
have
care
a
of this.
deal. It just
By
wasn't the deal he
creating
thought
that
it
fake
was.
urgency, they make you freeze up, and they make you want to fix things. They make you want to make things
And
right.
this is like
And
a
that's
great
where the
social
the grift
engineering
continues.
scam.
Is they make you comply by making you worried that if you don't do something right away, you'll miss your opportunity to fix it.
yeah, I think we talked about this a little bit, either Dojo or Matthew or both, but it's one of those things where they continue messing with you emotionally, so you can't logically think and logically look at something and say, wait, this isn't right here. You're too busy
Brian,
in your emotional state thinking,
the least
what do I do to
hostile
fix if
person
somebody's wrong?
on this
They're
stream
mad
to
at me.
Varian right
This person,
now
I
is
don't
the
want to
fraud
lose this. There's so much
investigator
riding on this.
that wants to
The
end
theory
his
was
madness.
that, like, if you're all
Mhm.
hyped up, you'll pay fines just to save
Yep.
your product because you're in like a stirred up state. Because it's
Yep.
hard as hell trying to track what the grift would be in this whole thing. Because
Yep.
we were just
The
theory.
grift was tough to
theory
figure out,
fighting,
man.
theorizing.
I can promise you this: don't get so caught up in trying to figure the grift that you miss the details. Because
Right.
That's part of
Yeah,
what's going to bother you.
don't miss the
brain.
details,
You're trying-
Brian.
you know,
You don't
don't
want to
try
get
to
caught up in
fuck
that.
Don't
Grip.
miss the
Wait, I'm doing the
details.
wrong
Don't get
accent.
all
I'm
caught
not.
up.
just because it'll fit
You know what?
a certain thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
You got to be
Who-
careful.
Who's
with
that?
all
Was that your kid
No, I
and they're
know.
going to bed?
We
Was that
just,
your
it
wife?
Wow.
was just one of those things where, like I said, me and
Wow.
Matthew were talking,
What
and he's
was
like,
that?
No, I get.
Wow.
the thing we don't
I
see
don't know.
is that's where the
I'm not
fudge
gonna
is.
I'm not gonna make that
The
joke.
fucking
Not gonna make that
what I'm
joke. Not
saying
gonna
is-
make that joke.
I,
That
I'm
was
not-
weird as
I'm-
fuck.
There's still too many unanswered questions for
Yeah,
me.
there's
I
too many
agree.
unanswered questions here.
Because my
Yeah.
thing is that I got you. There's a shift between B2B and Spencer's and B2B and Spencer's. So at some point, it's like you know what I mean. Like you don't think that's important to mention that at any point, because
But hopefully this document drop file will clear a lot of
Shut
stuff
the fuck
up.
up.
No, just one sec. Part of my issue is that you guys are giving him answers, right? So you're saying the reason he didn't mention B2B was because he wanted to seem like a big shot and this, that, and the other. That's not what he just said. What he said was, well, B2B was this and this was that. You know what I mean? Watch giving answers out, because that may not be the actual answer.
Well,
My thing is that at some point, why don't, because my question is, Baron, at some point you don't think to say, man, you know what, this is kind of weird, bro. Like, I got this company B2B which got us the deal, and now they're saying they turned me over, and now they're going back and forth. Like, you don't tell anybody this, you don't mention this to anyone. Why not?
Okay, Anthony, we've covered that quite a few times on this. That the deception is negligent
kick him?
misrepresentation.
Kick
on
him out of the
Varian's
stream.
part.
Kick him out of the
he's admitted
stream.
to that, and has taken
He's asking a great
blame for
question,
that.
but kick him out of
You're
the stream.
absolutely right that this deal would have been
Hit the button. Hit the
put
button.
the kibosh on way earlier had
dare
he
you.
revealed
Kick-
that to everyone.
Kick him.
No, my point is that you're ready to say that B2B was the grift. I'm not ready to say that. There are issues that are not answered that again lead to perhaps B2B is not the grift.
Right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to follow that money. We're going to find out who did he pay that to. If he can show that he paid it to someone that is not him, then we'll know that he was scammed and he was culpable because of all the lies.
Varian,
Yeah.
leave.
I'm giving
Save
him
yourself.
a slight
Sell
benefit
your
of the doubt
house,
just
Go to
because of
Mexico.
his
Live like a
actions right now.
king.
Now, mind you, it could be, hypothetically,
Pushing
it could
into,
be he's
John
making
Luke
these
Picard.
actions to save face because he was caught. I'm not, I'm not willing to say 100% that that's not the case. I am saying, though, that he is putting a good faith effort to try to
Shut up,
make
Vicky.
these artists and people whole. And so I'm giving him that credit. And
Well,
we'll see
that
where
remains
this
to be
money
seen,
goes.
Phoenix. He could be doing this just as a damage control,
Well, that's what I said. I said he could be doing it because he got caught and now he's trying to
Right.
save face.
It's
I'm not
possible.
100% willing to say that's not possible. I'm just saying that it is possible it's that. It is also possible that it's this other thing. And the only thing that's going to tell us that is the money.
Oh yeah,
Right,
smash
and
the like
damage control or
subscribe
not,
button.
he's
Just down
Yeah,
here.
hit like,
to do the
subscribe,
document
and
drop
Elizibar and I will do more of these
cooperation with Dojo
stream
and
snipes
to get
for
talking to the credit
Grinch
card
Chat.
company.
And
So
he's
we
been
really should-
forthcoming with the information to Dojo,
Okay.
What's
which
up?
has kind of been
Yeah,
helping in
let's do it.
his
We should make it a thing.
investigation into this. So it that's the only thing. Like I said, I'm following the actions right now. Now, obviously, we know the actions before were bad.
And there's nothing more we
And
can really do tonight until he
Agreed.
takes those next steps. And Dojo will update the
That's a
stuff,
fun question.
and be like, "Hey, didn't talk to me for 3 days," or whatever. If
Look at the question
or he
on
talked to me
screen.
today and gave me the, he'll
Right
do the
there.
updates. And
Right
probably,
there.
What do you want to make a weekly update out of this shit? So it's
No,
fully,
don't make a weekly update.
certified.
Don't talk
He's
about
gonna
it.
do
Boy,
it.
you're
He's
up.
gonna
Wait,
do it.
I gotta
What
say
are
this
you
to the
doing?
Great
That's-
Council, but yeah, no, this is from way back when. Now, obviously, the health concerns happened recently. This Spencer's thing was happening all 2021.
No, his
basically.
wife says these things
So that's
happen
pre-
a couple times a year.
Unless
dude.
you're talking about
These
his
things
health
happen
in
a couple
general.
times a year, and if she's lying about that,
and
this
not
whole thing
just
falls
this
apart
recent
like a
show.
house of cards.
There
And
was-
Varian is
there
somehow
was
the
there
grifter
was
behind
discussion
everything.
early on about my health because I have other issues too. And
Okay.
that was a discussion that,
Right, he talked
we
about that.
had
He gets like
who
blood
would,
blisters or something under his
take
arms, and his
over.
wife has to
Should I
drain them
go
or
down?
something.
'Cause
Like
I had
it got really
I had a
weird on your
schedule. I
stream,
kept
dude.
pushing back surgery. I kept pushing back, and then I'm finally getting ready to go in for it in March. But now that was a concern we talked about. But I was drinking my own Kool-Aid. I thought I could do it. I thought I could handle it. Like there was a lot of stupidity
Never
on my
get
part. I'm
high
not saying
on your
there wasn't.
own
There's a
supply.
lot
Do
of
you not
dumb
even
shit.
know the crack commandments, bro?
And that is a good lesson for everyone in the chat. Understand
Biggie told us
that
this stuff
in
30
in something
years
like
ago.
this,
Don't
like
do
you need to
deals with
understand your
Varian.
limits and
That's the
understand
lesson.
what's out of your reach in a way.
Yes.
And I don't mean that to say like stay in your lane. I mean
No,
don't
stay
be
in your
afraid
lane.
to ask for help. Ask for a second set of eyes. Ask for somebody that you respect to come in and take a look at your situation just to make sure that you're doing the right thing with your business.
And
What's
understand
up?
your own horsepower, your own
Hey, what's
capacity.
going on? We're
Yeah,
watching this
that's what I'm saying. Know your
with
limits.
us.
Given the experience that you've had and what you've been.
Do you need a recap of what's been going on in this stream, or like, are you cognizant of like?
The only thing I need to know is what did Dojo Kun find out?
So he went through a bunch of stuff, and he's just like, "There's a lot of shady stuff," and he laid it out in a PowerPoint presentation that we all had to watch.
People got free
twice.
time.
3 times.
Gosh, people got free time, man.
Yeah, we had to watch that 3 times because the first time he didn't have audio, and then we had to read through it, and then we watched him go back through it, and then he had the audio playing as he was going through the PowerPoint slide because he had it pre-recorded.
Right.
So basically, the long short of it is, Varian is in negligent something because there were red flags that he should have saw, but he didn't say anything to anybody. And this BTB is the scammer party, blah blah blah. So this whole thing's a fucking dumpster fire. And by the way, Matt Fowler, we finally figured out who he was. He was the guy who did Red Giant Battle that was like the big scam Indiegogo from 2019, 20. Yeah,
Wait, Matt
like
Fowler
2019.
scammed?
Yeah, Matt Fowler was running like the Red Giant Battle comic, which ended up being like an Indiegogo scam, something. He ended up running and deleting from Twitter. He got a new Twitter now, and he also did like Sideshow 66 with Matt Weldon. That's like so that's the guy. Oh, hey, that's actually kind of funny.
Well, I guess, man. Tyler comes at what did it say?
Tyler comes in right at the end and demands a complete recap.
No, don't worry. I here's the thing. I know Varian. I knew it was just straight negligence from his part. I knew these people weren't asking the right questions. They were in over their head. And then the next question is, well, who was a scammer? It had to have been the B2B person. I don't need a slideshow to tell you guys.
I skipped all the slideshow and just went to like his findings page, which kind of summarizes it.
Gosh,
There's a
people
whole lot
got
of
free
paperwork.
time, man. This is comics. People got free time.
I know. This is over a
Hey,
couple
tomorrow's
$1,000.
holiday, so it's
Like this
whatever.
is not huge money, and preparing like this much stuff, making an actual PowerPoint presentation like that's
No.
fine.
Here's the thing: 12,000. Yeah, that's a big deal. But if it's your money, this is just some guy who this is just like, oh, like this is interesting. Like none of the people in this stream are involved
whatsoever. And actually, none of these people in this stream have Variant's best interest at heart, and
none of them know Variant.
I'm not ashamed to say Variant's a dipshit for getting on this stream.
Wait, Tyler, is Hack Guy in the bottom right not one of the people that was in this business deal with Variant? Because he's talking like he's one of the people in this.
I'm sure he. Well, I'm sure he is. Well, there were 6 people who were involved. Sorry, 6 or 7 creators involved.
Yep.
Here's the problem, and I know this is what Brian brought up. None of this should have been aired.
Absolutely none of it. None of it.
But I'll tell you who aired it, and it was Luke Stone. And Luke Stone airs every problem in the world. So he's someone who might be a great guy. So glad he's out of the coma. God bless him. God bless his family for But yeah, exactly. Getting all my crosses out. But anytime something happens, he'll bring it up, and he'll bring it up to people who are not involved. And now Variant's on a stream answering to, who are these people? Why do you have to answer to these people?
Okay, so the panel here consists of a fraud examiner. That's
Doja
the guy
Cat.
in the hat.
Yeah.
That's like we're wearing hats in solidarity with this stream. So I hope you're wearing a hat too, Tyler.
Hey,
we
you
went and got
what?
hats. Look at that!
Hey,
Oh, yes. All right,
that stream.
So got him, and then this guy in the middle, I think, is Phoenix Animation, who's one of the people that was involved in the deal. Then there's Matt Fowler, who's here for no reason except he's a chihuahua with no neck.
Well, the Matt Fowler was the one who came on to the original stream and was like, you guys aren't answering the questions, and so I had to come in. Like, this is what the thing.
But see,
There's
like,
no reason for him to be
even that
involved.
being said, Matt Fowler has no leg to fuck the scam on.
Listen, I don't have anything bad to say about these people because I don't know them. My just thing is, why is this happening? Don't we have anything better to do on a Sunday?
No, I don't. I spilled my booze. I have nothing.
If I wasn't doing this, I'd just be streaming a video game right now, and this is way funnier than Pathfinder or Kingmaker is. So, all right, I don't know how far back I rewound. So
just hit the live. Let's just do it.
What do you want to make a weekly update out of this?
Oh God!
Shit?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, we gotta.
Don't make a weekly
So
update.
at this point, they have peer pressured Varian into promising that he's going to take all the documents related to this and dump them publicly. If you know Varian, if he is in any way someone you have a kindness for and you can speak to him and give him some advice, please tell him to stop showing up on streams. Please tell him to quit talking about this. Please tell him to stop producing documents for people. He doesn't need to do any of this. He needs to just go to a lawyer, Tyler. He needs to just go to a lawyer and tell the lawyer that the lawyer needs to handle this. Because he's getting sued.
I can message him. I think the big problem is this. I heard that a bunch of the other creators are lawyering up.
Yes, he needs a lawyer.
He needs to shut the fuck up and lawyer up too.
Yeah, but what I think as well is I think because they've got this indie vault and they've got this quote unquote network. They're trying to. I think he's trying to public. He just doesn't want it to. He doesn't want everyone to think that he scammed anyone.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, he took the what do I call it? Program manager role. Yeah, he took the program manager role, right? So when you're taking like a program manager role, which is what he did, when you get contracts in, you need to take those contracts. And whatever else is going on, like, hey guys, this is the contract we got. Y'all need to look over this. And if there's any question, tell me what the questions are, and I'll take them back, and we'll get those answered. He didn't do any of that. And there's also questions about his health, so he's not in the best health to lead a project like this, and he's not in the right mental state to lead a project like this. So absolutely. Everybody that's done business with them right now should be lawyering the fuck up. Whether or not it looks like he got scammed or not, is irrelevant at this point. What he needs to do is he needs to get all of his documentation in order, go to his own lawyer, and have the lawyer do the fact finding or whatever they need to do, and get his money back from B2B.
And
whatnot.
you know what? And you know what?
He just did, because what he just did, right? For being a dipshit. There's just no nice way of saying it. For being an incompetent dipshit, he wasted people's money and people's fucking time. One of those two things you're not going to get back. So the only way to really make this right is to pay him, is the one paying them back their money, and two, figure out who this fucking scam artist was. Because again, when you're working with another business whatsoever, you should have enough time to do your research. He got caught up in, hey, you guys are going to make a fuck ton of bread, so you need to hurry up and get this deal done. And so he's like, oh shit, money, let's go get that bread, and didn't take the time to go do his due diligence and research the company. Elizibar and I half-ass Googled B2B in like 30 minutes, half of 30 minutes in a night. And we came up with like 2 or 3 different businesses, and none of them matched any of the people he was talking to.
Yeah, I even called one of them like to get their after hours voice message to see if it matched up what Varian showed on stream, which he shouldn't have done.
Here's the other thing. Something else that I think Varian needs to do, and any other creator who pulls something like this. Varian has a distribution publishing company. Shut it down. It's over.
Liberty needs to go away.
Liberty needs to go away because, like, if there are people who want to create, there's people who want to create, who want to be in the comic book space, but they're not creators, so they try to help out in other ways. I can do just, look at Iconic Comics. Iconic Comics is just a distribution for Tim Lim and that crew. They just do distribution. When I say distribution, they don't even really do distribution. They just ship. It's just a warehouse. It's
actually not even a warehouse. It's a guy's living room. Like I was trying to get in that hot deal too. But they can say they've done it. Liberty's been around for 5-6 years. They haven't done much business. The big business thing that they have done went to poo poo. Shut it down. Stick to Indie Vault. Stick to interviewing creators. Make your own comics, but stop working with people in ways stop
of like
with your friends.
Don't do business
stop
with
working with your friends.
That was the biggest problem, was there was so much trust. Oh, like Luke Stone was like, oh, Randy Zimmerman's in it, so I've got to do it. What?
Who the fuck is Randy Zimmerman anyway?
Exactly. Well, they're like, Randy Zimmerman's been around for so long. I'm like, dude, the dude streams in his basement with like you can see his laundry behind him. Like, I stream in my basement, but I'm just saying, like,
I have no idea who Randy Zimmerman is.
Yeah. So I'm just saying there was just.
I stream on a green screen.
Yeah, you're one upping me, man.
Yeah, check it out. Check out that.
You just
gotta hide it.
Office behind me,
So I think it's just. I think it's sad what they're going through.
Absolutely.
It sucks. What sucks is, gosh, why ruin your day by having to answer to a bunch of who are these nobodies? Let's be real.
Like the only person who you might maybe need to answer to is that guy in the top left there. That's the actual auditor. Maybe.
But he shouldn't be involved in this either. Nobody.
Like I said, that's like a
Arian's
really
wife
tough,
should not have
hard
sent
baby.
him that page of the contract. He should have had nothing to go on. He should not be involved in this discussion. There should be no stream for us to make fun of, Brian.
Then wouldn't have brought the Hat Gang together.
I mean, we probably could just watch like one of Larry's streams or something.
Oh God, no! I don't want to carve my own eye out with a spoon.
But it's just like this is one of those things where. Well, I mean, basement streamers. I'm in my basement like right now, so I can't say anything. My point is, like, if someone was like, Tyler, we hear you did a bad business deal, you need to answer to us. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Who are you?
Right. Like, does anybody remember my stream with like who's that? Comic Tom and
oh God,
Weed Collectors, that fucking dumpster fire. There was a point in that stream, right? It was such a fucking dumpster fire. But there was a point in that stream where the guy was like, yeah, I asked you all these questions and you didn't answer me. And my response was like, well, who the fuck are you? Like, I didn't feel like I didn't need an answer because who are you? Who are you? You asked me questions. Yeah, I don't have to answer to you because who the fuck are you? You don't sign my paycheck. He's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, no, you don't. You're not the defense finance, whatever, blah, blah. But that I just remember his reaction, like, oh shit. Like, yeah, who the fuck are these people asking these questions? I don't have to answer arbitrary questions from anybody, you know, at all. You random person asking me about my business. Like, I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't have to answer shit. Well, I run an app. Oh, okay, fucking grats. Who the fuck are you? And Varian should have said, like, Varian should have handled that way. Look, this is none of y'all's business. This is between me, Luke, and other creators. We're going to talk and handle this, and we're working on it, blah, blah, blah. And that should have been the end of it. But here we are doing a fucking an EFAP stream to this because it's such a fucking crazy justifier.
I know.
I got shit else to do on a fucking Sunday.
Well, I'm packaging boxes right now. Here's the thing, like I've only met some of these cats recently. Like I DM'd Matt Fowler because everyone wanted him to come on my show. Dude, Dojo Kun came on. Really, what this is this channel, B Rose Comics, who's great creators about to put out their first book, got a good scoop, and now everyone who was there is trying to milk it. Look at Matt; he dressed in a cardigan for this. He combed his hair.
To bring his neck.
I think he's trying to hide his lack of neck. Like he's like, I can't let people know that I'm only a head on top.
But he's got a cool room though. I would kill to have a room like that.
Dude, that room is staged just for this.
Perfect.
I bet it turns that camera around like a bare concrete wall.
Perfect.
I asked this guy about RGB. So what happened to Red Giant Battle, Matt? Why'd you run off of Twitter?
Yeah, but so I'm not here to talk about make fun of anyone.
Like, none of these people, right? Like,
have any authority.
None of these people have the authority to fucking talk shit. Because I'm pretty sure if you dug enough, each and every one of these motherfuckers got some skeletons in their closet.
Also,
so who is Matt to be on stream barking at Varian? But what's your deal? What's your deal? And like, I know this guy. I recognize the name. Like, you got fucking skeletons in your closet too, so why are you throwing stones in glass houses? You need to just shut the fuck up and color.
But who makes a PowerPoint?
Fraud Examiner.
But is it like a fraud examiner by day, comic book investigative fraud scammer by night? Like,
yeah, he's gonna have like the dopest shit.
Like, why are we like? What where do we go from here? Where does this go? Like, does the indie comics community, do we need a high council? Like, do we use Vicky and Dean they're the X-Files people. These right here are judge and jury. Ethan's the
we had a high council, didn't we? Like,
yes, there was. So I'm just saying, where does this go? Where does this go?
I've been going solo. I don't know about no high council bullshit. I'm a island to myself.
Where does this go? What faction do I need to join a group if I'm not on the high council, and if I'm not on whatever this is, or I'm not part of the fraud group of comics?
The fraud squad.
The fraud squad. Yes.
We need a logo.
Vicky and Dean, they're the X-Files. They're we did our research. It's like, why did you have to do your research? None of this matters.
I mean, I had to do research because Brian told me to. He linked this.
Well, I'm like, man, look at this cringe. This is the cringe shit.
And he's like,
here's the thing. I watched that B Rose comic stream 2 or 3 times, just driving on my way home from work, because I'm just like, this is gnarly. I'll probably watch this one 2 or 3 times because it's just this is gnarly stuff. And it just gets worse and worse. You're like, oh, you shouldn't be here. Oh, you're popping in. Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Oh, I'm no, and really what this is for some of the people that are popping in, it's, ooh, I will never work with you. like this is just like Luke Stone, who's been in part of 3 or 4 bad comic book business deals. Mm-hmm. Never ever will I work with Luke Stone. I'll tell you, here's the thing. My dad always said if you're going to say something behind someone's back, you got to be able to say it to their face. If Luke Stone was like, Tyler, would you work with me? I would flat out say, I will never do business with Luke Stone. I'll tweet about it. I'll literally tweet it. I will never do business with Luke Stone, but he's a great guy, I'm sure. It's like this deal is just so negligent. Now no one's watching. Is no one watching this stream? The
I think
Dojo
the
Cream
stream's
stream?
over. I think it's ended.
Oh,
damn.
what, ours or theirs?
Theirs.
I mean,
Theirs.
I mean,
I
we've
don't
had,
really
like-
care about theirs. Oh, we've like paused and
Yeah, we're way
made
behind,
commentary
man.
on it.
Because we keep. Going
Is this
off on
worth me
tangents.
watching tomorrow?
Our video or their video? Because our
Theirs.
video's kind of funny. No, their video.
No, I
Their
think
video.
You should watch ours because ours is funnier.
If you wanna watch- if you
but
wanna
you're
watch
absolutely-
20
Tyler's
minutes of
absolutely
PowerPoint.
right. You can look at everybody involved in this deal, and nobody asked the right questions at the right time. I wouldn't do business with any of these people.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
100%. Like, somebody. I know I had like a troll fucking thing on Twitter earlier, and someone was like, "Hey, when are you gonna do a crossover with a certain someone who you just recently had a falling out with?" I was like, "Yeah, very very soon." But it was a bullshit stream, so it was like opposite day. But like, I'm never going to work with that person ever again because emotionally they're too volatile, and I actually look at that look at those traits when I'm dealing with like other creators. Like, yeah, am I ever gonna do anything with like Mike S. Miller? No, because you could just see how emotionally unstable that guy is when he's dealing with other people. Like, people will tell you like their toxic traits. All you got to do is sit back and fucking listen.
Bro, I got this book out of the 75-cent bin, and it's got very early Mike S. Miller pencils, and I had no idea. Like, I just picked it because the cover was cool. But I was flipped it open on stream on my new comic book day, and I was like, Mike S. Miller? Is that Mike S. Miller? And it's Mike S. Miller, because if you look at the line work, it's Mike S. Miller's line work.
I mean, he does amazing line work. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. He's a very great
I
talented
wish he
artist,
would.
but he's
I
just
wish
a
he
piece
didn't
of
like
shit human
freak
being.
out periodically. Like every 3 months, he flips out. I don't get it.
Or he just does something fucking wacky. I mean, I will say the only comic related beef that I had that was actually kind of sort of legit was me and Trent and our marketing account arguing over why we don't play video games together. Like, that was like the only thing that was like kind of sort of legit or worth beefing over. Everything else has just been nonsense. But anyway, continue. Let's continue on.
It looks like Varian stays on the stream to the very end. So let's
what
see
an
what
idiot.
other. Yeah,
That is a good
He
lesson
needs to
for
stop.
everyone in the chat. Understand that in something like this, like, you need to understand your limits and understand what's out of your reach in a way. And
we
I
keep
don't mean
looking
that
up
to
Hat
say like
Guy's nose,
stay
man.
in
He
your
keeps saying
lane.
with the
I mean,
camera right here.
don't be
He's licking
afraid
his
to
lips.
ask for help. Ask for a second set of eyes. Ask for somebody that you respect to come in and take a look at your situation, just to make sure that you're doing the right thing with your
Hey,
business.
wait, when did their
And
names pop
understand
back
your own
up?
horsepower,
Oh,
your own
periodically.
capacity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Know your limits.
This is
Given the experience that you've had and what you've been able to accomplish so far, this seems a little bit beyond your capacity. So, and like Phoenix said, if you still want to get this deal done, if you thought it was real, you needed to bring these guys in with more than just, hey, give me some books. Because these guys collectively would have been able to suss this out as a scam, I believe.
Yeah,
Varian should have
And if
sussed it out as a
if it was real, they would have been in,
I'm
or
not
at least
pausing
one
again. I'm not
person
pausing again.
that you felt was in high regards enough to be a witness, because of what you thought was NDAs that kept you silent from this. And that's,
in
This is
talking
a
to
great segue. I just want to say this. I understand my station and my position, and I think that Dojo, Phoenix, and Fowler are way more capable than I am of handling this, and I have full confidence.
Are you leaving?
I'm going to turn over my share of this to them.
Oh, thank
I'm gonna
God.
go ahead and let them handle it. You know,
Hey,
these guys are,
Good
look,
seeing
I
you
know
tonight,
my
man.
limit, man.
Just shut up and leave.
I feel you.
I trust for whatever you guys find.
Hey, guys, I'm
whatever
gonna
it
dip.
is, I trust you guys
Gone.
to dig it out.
Let's go.
I told you.
100%.
Please hit
Quick
that like
grandstand.
Just like
Figure-
our
I told
campaign
you-
when it launches, man. Next
Yeah,
week or whatever.
I told Figaro, Marcus, and Luke this, that I would go to war for them.
Yeah.
Since, especially with
Let's
Luke,
much
with him with his
appreciated.
health.
War?
Hey man, I'll go to war for you. I'll take care of this. I'll figure out what the hell is going down.
We're gonna go run the campaign. We're gonna
Hell
let
yeah.
you
Is he like the lawyer?
in about 2 weeks. We're gonna launch the campaign, and we're gonna have a good time, everybody. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody.
The problem I have is like, okay, let's just
Randy Zimmerman said
Glad you guys got your
100%.
books back, man. I hope you sell a bunch of
Yep.
them.
100%. Love y'all.
I don't know who Randy Zimmerman is, but
That's the guy that's Varian's best friend.
Take care,
All right,
Anthony.
brother.
Thanks for being here.
whatever.
Okay,
Marcus,
like Matt
still
said,
hanging
there's
out.
really not much.
I was like,
There's
you
not
had a
much more we
point.
can ask
God damn
from
it.
Varian right now. Varian, I do intend to follow up with you still. We need to get to the bottom of this. And
What do you mean we
you know,
need to
there's
get
more
to
to
the
We
come
do
on this.
not.
Obviously,
Oh my
we've got to
gosh,
follow
I
the
can't do this.
to the
You can't do this.
that money
How'd you
back.
guys do this for 3.5 hours? I'm gonna blow my brains
It's
out.
cringe, man. It's cringe chat. This is what we do. Like you and I talk about like mental health. Elizibar and I just talk about cringe and we just watch the dumpster fires, man.
Hold on, Eliza, hold on, pause this. Like, oh my gosh, Brian, based off of the stuff that I've seen with the sticker war, I just really need to talk about your code of conduct and behavior on Twitter and the internet.
Eat my ass.
Okay, well, you're definitely gonna have to answer. I've got a panel of 6 people.
Okay, sure. Do you want a fork or a spoon? Because
Listen, I know that you're trying to,
I got
defend
enough forks
yourself.
and spoons for everybody.
Listen, I know you're trying to, defend yourself and whatnot, and I just really think that.
Shit. Like, look, you gave my fork, spoon. Look, I even got a cup.
Listen, I am gonna be following you up. I am gonna be following up on this because this is very pertinent to the community and what we do, and I just think that
What community?
that is the problem right there.
That is absolutely the problem. And
That's-
is absolutely the reason why I hated Comicsgate in the beginning.
Then you know what?
They're trying to make you they're trying to hold you accountable for bullshit.
But to who?
To who? Who the fuck are you guys? Let's just say this panel finds out that Varian was the scam artist. Varian was the dipshit here. He scammed everybody for crack. Let's just say they find that all out, right? And that's the end all be all to it. What the fuck are they gonna do? Which one of these people are gonna hold him like legally accountable?
Phoenix is because he's going to war.
Or
So's Randy.
but he's not a
Zimmerman.
fucking lawyer though. Like, really? Like the only people who have a dog in this race are the 6 or 7 creators that Varian pulled into this, and they should be lawyered up. They should be shutting the fuck up, and they should be like, "Yeah, we got it. We had a fucking issue with this dude. Gonna get
Dude,
handled.
the stream has
Let
been
your
ended for
mitigation.
over an
Let your
hour.
lawyers fucking handle the mitigation.
It's been over
Charge
for an
this
hour.
motherfucker for lawyer fees, and let it go, man. Just man, indie comics is so fucking stupid.
It's when I told someone, I was telling my coworker, and I have to bounce. My wife was like, "Yo, get to bed," and I'm like, "Okay."
Sure,
I was-
you don't want to
tell
stick
you,
around.
tell you're hanging with the homies.
I've been doing that all week, and she's like, "Get to bed now." That's the crazy thing about indie comics
Tell
is
her
when
she wind up pregnant.
she's already pregnant.
Pregnant.
When I tell my coworkers about like, well, how was your weekend? I explain to them all the stuff in indie comics. They go, "What the heck?" Like, why are you talking this? Like, it's just all these interconnected people. You're like, oh, so and so found out, so now you have to do this, but then now you have to answer to this person. But now the fraud gang's gonna get you. But then also, God forbid, if the fraud squad gets you, but God forbid if also the X-Files find out. But then what happens if the High Council and the Kings? What if they find out? What if the Comicsgate Kings find out? And then, what are you going to do? Then you get thrown down the list of it to, bottom feeder create. So it's just like this weird hierarchy thing. And this right here, John De La Rose, he asked me the other day, he's like, are you Comicsgate? And I went, I'm a good Christian. And it made me ponder the answer. And I was like, you know what? If someone were to say, Tyler, are you Comicsgate? My answer is always going to be, if Comicsgate is all about networking and making good comics, having a silly goose time, and being, putting customer first, then yeah, I'm Comicsgate. But if you're gonna ask me to join a group, no. Like,
So your answer should be no. Every time someone asks you that, your answer should be no.
Well, I'm gonna say like I believe if
just to keep it simple, because once you start adding like extra
When somebody
shit
gives
to
you a
it.
loyalty test, the answer is always
Well, no, that's the thing, because shit like this is why I will never, ever, ever. Hold on, real quick. I've got the perfect clip, and then my wife's already like, "You're 2 minutes late." I've been staying up way too late lately, but listen to this clip. This is exactly why I never join anything like this. This is the perfect clip.
Can we even hear the clip?
Ready?
All these goddamn groups out there, bitch moaning and complaining anytime anybody says anything. We're kind of a group. You gotta apologize. You know what? Fuck you and your group. What about that? Who the fuck joins a group? I'm gonna join a group. That's what I'm gonna do today. Go to meetings. Kind of a fucking loser, right? Fucking stupid ass groups. People apologizing to them like they have some sort of power.
Like that's what's happening right now. Apologizing to these people, like, I'm gonna follow up with you. What? No, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go to bed. Like, ugh. This is funny. This was funny though. This was funny.
Yeah.
I'm actually like really like feel very disgusting. Listen, I've talked with Dojo Kun, seems like a very nice guy. I've talked with Matt Fowler, seems like a very nice guy. I've talked with all these people, they all seem like very nice guys. I won't judge them based off of one sentence I just heard, but I feel so cringy right now on the I'm gonna follow up with you. Like I get the heebie-jeebies. If anyone said that to me, I'd be like, oh.
That's why me and Brian are here. We're the cringe crew, and we're watching this so that you have to as well.
I'm going to bed because my wife is going to kill me. She's got that pregnant lady strength. Oh, I can hear her stomping down the stairs.
What's your wife ever done for you that we haven't?
Well, it was my birthday last night, and
hey, I'm down for bro jobs.
Eliza, it was nice. It was nice meeting you. This was fun.
It's not Cheers. Infantry.
Oh my gosh!
I appreciate it.
Oh, see you.
Stop by, buddy.
See ya.
Oh no! Oh no! In the chat. No!
I'm gonna follow up with you.
And thank you for hanging out with us so much, man. I appreciate that as well. All right, let's power through the last 5 minutes of this, man. We're almost done, and then we can go to bed.
Oh Christ! Yeah, it's almost 10.
Sounds like a joke.
Yeah, it's like almost midnight here. I gotta get
I'm a
to bed.
dumbass, not a thief. And
dumbass, not a thief.
That's important for me to put out there that I made a big mistake, and I want to make it right. Like I said, whatever it takes to make it right with these guys, whether that's
don't do it.
I want to do that.
They're
If
not
in
your
fact this
friends.
was a scam that was perpetrated on you, then it would be my intention to prove that's the case and that it was just negligence or incompetence, not thievery or fraud. If in fact it turns out the B2B was a shell company of yours, I'll be just as adamant on proving that as well.
Oh, yeah.
I always go into these investigations as an impartial. When I get an allegation at work that somebody's embezzled money, I go to that investigation to prove one way or the other. I don't go in there with any bias, and that's kind of what I did here. I wanted to give you as much of the benefit of the doubt as I did with part of me thought in fact that you were the scammer, but there's got to be a way to find out, is it somewhere in between? Is it true? Is it not true? And we'll still get to the bottom of this when we follow the money.
And Varian, you understand why we had you as a...
What was that? So you started talking, that guy opened his mouth up and got too loud.
Oh, sorry. This is kind of like the DA going up to the defendant and be like, look, man, I'm not sure that you're guilty, so I'm just going to go in this impartial, man.
Yeah.
That's all I was going to say.
Yeah.
Suspect, right? Because you lied and stuff, and then when
Because
people
you
started
lied
digging
and
into your
stuff.
past, they found the Unlimited Psycho and that company that didn't pay artists, and we didn't just start accusing you to be bullies,
Yes, you did. You're doing this for clout. You're 100% doing this for clout, just like I am.
I didn't.
Don't act like you're on some
go out
high
here and
special
con a bunch of my
magical
buddies
horse.
into this.
I am.
And,
I
want to show that, and I want to make it right with
I know
those
you're
guys
a unicorn.
because
You're fine. He's not though. He has no neck.
Right, and just to
Unicorns,
recap
necks.
for the
There's
people who
space
just tuning
between
in or haven't been here
the
the whole
collarbone
time, since
and the jaw.
scam's been exposed, you've made the effort to pay back $1,700 of $2,000.
Get off of the $1,700. It doesn't matter.
Alone, and then you've also gotten the books back to the owners through
For the
Eric,
purposes of a fraud investigation,
so you have
$1,700 out
done
of
that. So we'd like to
$2,000
like at
does
least let
not matter.
everyone
The
know you are
$2,000
cooperating.
does not matter.
And one of the ways that the
Shut up.
creators are hopefully going to recoup some of the money that they spent to print those is the campaign that they've launched on Indiegogo. It's in its pre sign up phase right now. It's called the Long Shots. Make sure you look for that on Indiegogo and get your name in there. Let's see if we can't back them and make some of the money back from them for.
Oh, I know
printing.
I am, but there's a bunch of man. I don't have Only Death Can Save Us, and I'm excited for that. I'm excited for a bunch of books that I don't have.
I apparently closed the window
that are in this bundle,
for
and
that
to get
campaign.
it at a decent, at a really sick price.
I'm
hell
not
yeah,
backing
I'm all
it.
for it.
Mike
Right.
it.
So
Mike
let's
it's
back
scam.
them and help this
Sweet.
situation out
Look at
just
Scott
a little
Rich
bit
in
more.
here dropping us a little
Yep.
note.
Listen, guys,
Appreciate
it
it.
is
Thanks,
coming
buddy.
up to the top of the hour, so I'm
Vote
going to
the on,
end the
Scott.
stream here. But I also wanted to say, Matt Fowler's got a great project out there called Tiger Blue. Make sure you have a look at that and back it. B Rose, who left us a little while ago, has got Cerebrum in its pre-launch sign up. He's launching this on the 22nd, so just a couple days. You got a little bit of a chance to get out there and get on his project. And then I've got 2 campaigns live right now: Toro Tales #1 and Janice Hardy's Healing Wars: The Shifter. So if you want to just, there's so many campaigns out there, a lot of great
And Reclaiming
books.
Sindara is still in demand.
Oh, I
Yeah,
couldn't
so
find
my
it. I'm
book-
glad to hear that.
Wait. Dojo Kun has a comic book? You mean he's a direct competitor of Varian?
Mm-hmm.
That's unethical. And you, as a fraud investigator, should understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
Yeah,
wild.
Galden's going to do a second chance campaign when the book's finished, but Reclaiming Sindara is still in demand.
Okay, great. So everybody have a chance to look at that as well. Listen, thank you all for being here. Thank you to the chat. Everybody had some great questions. I saw a lot of funny things in there, trying to make a little bit light of this so that we weren't so in the doldrums. But that's cool. That's what the chat does, and we truly appreciate it. So thanks for being here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. We'll see you on Wednesday for the Dojo Kun Shill Shack.
Hail the chat. Love you guys.
Hail the chat.
Wow, war campaign.
Stream ended 111 minutes ago, Brian. That means we yelled at these people for 111 minutes after they got done streaming.
I wanted my time. I wanted my money's worth. God, remind me to never back any of their campaigns.
Oh Lord, I know. Like seriously, why would I ever want to do business with any of these? Man, you can see the kind of crap I listen to, can't you?
Yep.
You can. Why would I do business with any of these people that were involved in this? Like,
well, that's exactly what we're.
Like, number one, I don't know who any of their names are, so that kind of saves me from having to do business with them. But number two, like, you all have shown that if I have some kind of business relationship issue with you, you're going to talk about it publicly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not how I roll.
That's not how anybody should roll. Like, you really need to be cognizant of like who you do business with. Like, if the minute you break ties with somebody and they start going off and start shit talking you, and or not even just you, because it's like somebody else, that should let you know, like, okay, if that person could do that to them, imagine what they can do to me. So if you're gonna go into business with those guys, do you know if something bad happens, all your shit's gonna be out on the table?
Yep.
Oh, hey, look, the book that I never got.
Yeah, so I'm going to take this time, in the interest of full disclosure and trying to set a better example for the people involved in the stream we just made fun of. Brian Ball, I formally apologize to you right now for even mentioning the words Nina and the words Ariel to you in the past. I'm so sorry. It was not my intention. I did not expect somebody who had already created the book and sent me a copy of the book would ever screw up this badly and not send you a book after oh my God, it's longer than 2 years now. It's 2 years and 1 month now from when it was funded. I don't know how it's possible that Ed Benez has screwed up this badly. but he has.
So
And
if you go up to his last update, it was more towards the end of the year. He said that production was going full speed ahead. But you only had 5 pages, 5 extra pages of shit. So what in the everling fuck is going on? And I understand like there's COVID restrictions going on.
Oh my, we're getting demonetized for boobies.
Oh. Whoops.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mark this as like an 18 only stream.
Well, I didn't think you scrolled down that far.
That's not your fault. I should have remembered what the book was like. But then again, it's also
it's hard to remember when it hasn't been out for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like I do get COVID restrictions. I do understand paper shortages because I'm going through that shit right now. But 2 years, come on.
He doesn't even have the "I'm in Brazil running an art school" excuse when he lists his business address here as Nashville.
So imagine my surprise. I was like, yeah, I'm in Brazil and my country's got everything closed down. Like, wait, what? You're like in Nashville, dude. I've asked for a refund a couple dozen times. I got like the $80. I got the digital tier. Then I ended up getting like the $80 tier. It's like, oh, all right, this actually kind of looks good. This is my good friend of me, elizibar, recommended to me. And then, yeah.
It's a trashy bad girl comic. It's exactly the kind of fun stuff that's fun to just read.
Yeah, and I was looking forward to being trashy, but I guess not.
Oh, you didn't know Ed Bennis runs the Bennis School in Brazil?
No, I didn't. I try not to be in everybody's fucking business. Unlike Matt Fowler, who apparently is in everybody's business.
There's a million artists that come out of that school, and their art's hard to. Well, I guess it's hard for me to miss on Twitter because everybody reposts it. They all draw like Ed Bennis, so like he's teaching students to draw in his style, which means there's lots of scantily clad women, and so it ends up like published all over Instagram. Like there's one guy named his real name's like Leonardo. He did work for, but he goes by Leandro. He did some of the art in Red Ninja Momiji.
Oh yeah.
Like that's one of Ed Bennis' students.
Okay. Well, maybe he can deliver on time.
I mean, he sure seemed to with Red Ninja Momiji. The problem there is just dude has no money to make more art.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh. Anyway,
well, I got no more patience for this stupid campaign. I want my money back.
Yep. I am probably going to do a video about this and just kind of rant and read like, where's the dang book? It was finished 2 years ago, bro. All you had to do was make 10 pages. This is slower than Red Rooster's art.
And you know what? I would actually not be mad if he just sent out the digital shit. I haven't even gotten any of the digital shit.
I'm incredulous. I got nothing else to say on that. And it's also like really late. We should go to bed. You have work in the morning. I have work in the morning. I'm also wearing a hat indoors at 11:55 p.m., which seems really weird to me because I never wear a hat inside. Oh, look up those nostrils. Look at that. Look at that. Those magnificent nostrils. Oh. Your name must be Anthony from the way you're showing off your nose.
I know, you guys. I'm just going to put it in Felix's hands. It's just everything. It's bad guys with bad guys.
I'll go to war for you, brother.
Yeah, get war.
Oh, man, let's just start channeling wrestlers. Because that's what this kind of seems like. Oh, John, we're getting ready to get out of here, man. You shouldn't have come back. You should have stayed gone. You should have saved your soul. Why did you come back? Brian, we got to end the stream before John gets tormented. He probably went off and streamed for like 3 hours and then came back.
So please go. So everybody, thanks for joining us. Please hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next week. Goodbye.
Oh, I hope there's not a next week. I hope there's no drama.
I hope there's drama. I think we'll do a good cringe chat.
No.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm hitting in broadcast. Bye.
Laters.